Hello everyone, welcome to What If DXD vs React to Issei from a Different Timeline Part 7. Before we start, please go support Unison Skeeth 666 for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. Ep 31, the day of Eris rating game. Scene change on pathway moments to Skeeth house. Scene showing a portal appear with Skeeth came out from it still driving his steam bike while sleeping, before ending up with him crashing into door of his garage, waking him up and making loud sounds from the impact. Skeeth struggling getting up before parking his steam bike on the side, checking it for damages, and found none before repairing the dent he make on his garage door, while mumbling shouldn't have take those sleeping pills, more than intended dose. But the door of his house opened showing some of Xcast checking out the loud sound and noticed Skeeth who's still at the side of his bike. Issei. Skeeth-san, what's wrong? We heard a loud sound just now. Sirzech. Is someone attacking us? Skeeth. Chuckle waving off their concern. Nah, I accidentally slept while driving on my bike here and ending up crashing on my garage. But those that heard it sweat drops hearing that before take notice on his steam bike and goes checking it out. Issei. Whoa. That's one cool looking bike. Greg. Indeed it looks compact than normal bikes in our world but also looks sturdy, hate to admit but my flame would probably not making any scratch on it at all. Albion. Yeah, even my venom wouldn't do a thing on it. Ollie. Whistle man, I would love to take one of it out for a ride, wonder how fast it would go. But this aid drag Albion and Sirzech nodding hearing it. Sirzech. Still. I wonder what it run off, I don't think it was oil or solar energy. Skeeth. Heck, come join me you five. Chuckle before goes to his garage opening it showing gray blank space and thought of steam bike prison version section, changing the gray space to hall filled with countless amount of mentioned version of steam bikes, before urging the others to follow him. All those following Skeeth looking at all the steam bikes in amazement. Skeeth. Alright, choose either one that you five like. Chuckle, well they are just same in looks and inside actually. Issei. Wait, you're serious Skeeth-san? Skeeth. Sure I am. I was planning to give one to all of you. These are based on steam bikes that Haseo use. These bikes run by steam and I already make some modifications on it so that the steam it produces won't bring harm, but also helps with repairing the atmosphere and doesn't need to worry if it will ever run out. At max speed at normal gear 4 are 300 miles per hour and can reach 500 miles per hour at top speed in mere moment after shift to 5th gear, 1000 miles per hour for secret gear, and lastly 10,000 miles per hour max speed after shift to X gear that I put for these steam bikes that I'm gonna give to all of you. Nearly forgot you can also drive these bikes on any surface, also driving it on air and inside the water after shifting to respective special gears, so ocean exploration also possible. And don't worry about oxygen, it will make protective barrier for the driver in case they run out of oxygen and only the owner can drive it, and you can summon your own steam bikes with your own thought, so no need to worry about it being stolen, and it will also repair itself if got damaged while on standby. By the way, if you ever get into an accident these steam bikes will brought out its own protective barrier to protect the driver from injuries. But those five mouth gaping open hearing it. Issei. That was absolutely the most awesome bike I ever heard in my life, with Drag Albion and Vali nodding in agreement. Sirzech. Still. I got feeling that your own steam bike are different than all of these steam bikes you shown us. Skeeth. Chuckle, hey you got me. I won't tell much, but my steam bike was from different customized sections for me, and beings like me, let's just say it was fast enough to reach many times faster than speed of light at slowest speed. Thinking not I'm gonna tell them that customized version was faster than speed force, not that they're gonna understand it at all. SJVENOM10 and JAMESVATRICKBUEZA6 been having fun in meantime. I wonder if Arubi Cornus Thunders Neck TJBOOMER83 and EBONAVENGER2 already got their own steam bikes or not. Scene change showing both of them driving their own steam bikes in their own theme, having fun with it, and another scene change showing Hirobi Cornus, Thunder's Neck TJBOOMER83 and EBONAVENGER2 opening their own package, showing a steam bike in their own theme, making them grin before start driving it for test run, and instantly broke through the light barrier. Back to present. But those five mouth jaw drops hearing that. Ollie. Well, I can understand why you give us these version of steam bikes than the one you just mentioned. Greg. As tough as I am, I would get reduced to atoms just for driving it for a mere moment. Albion. Yeah, that kind of speed was too much for us to handle. Issei. Shrugs agreed, it's better not to think much about it for our own sanity. Sirzech. I agree with little brother, so what do we need to do? Skeeth. Just go to any steam bike of your choosing and put your hand on any part of it, I'll do the rest. But five of them giddily goes to steam bike of their own choosing, putting their hand on it, and Skeeth snapped his fingers making their steam bike gone under metamorphosis, changing its shape to their own theme. But this Vaki Drag and Albion stream bikes reminiscent to their balance breaker armor, well for Sirzech was reminiscent to his own armor, before their own steam bikes disappear in particles before they summon back and put it back on standby, after done admiring their own steam bikes. Issei. Man, thank you for this gift Skeeth-san. But 5 of them bow their head in gratitude for the gifts. Skeeth. Chuckle, you're welcome, anyways we waste enough time already, let's go. But all of them going out from the garage and get inside the house and notice that Grayfia who was about to look for them. Grayfia. Oh Sirzech-sama, where have you been? All of you been out for quite a while, what happened? Sirzech. Chuckle, oh it was actually Skeeth-san who just arrived, we was just talking with each other just now, sorry for worrying you. Grayfia goes to Grayfia, hugging her, making her blush from sudden action, before pinching Sirzech's cheek out of embarrassment, while the others chuckling seeing the scene. Skeeth. Feeling most of cast energy signature in game room, and you guys been playing with warrior Irachi, wasn't it? But both Issei and Vali widen their eyes, realizing that others probably decided to continue playing, not waiting for them. Issei and Vali. Oh shit, immediately rushing to the game room, guys wait, don't leave us hanging. Greg. Heh, honestly I'm glad get brought here, both of them have lot on their plate already, at least when we are here they don't need to think about their own problems and just unwind enjoying themselves, not thinking about their own responsibilities as devils. Albion. Indeed, aside from us being released, sometimes despite their own fair share of troubles from supernatural worlds, they are still in the middle of their youth to enjoy life, not being chained with responsibilities. But everyone else decided to follow Issei and Vali to the game room and watching cast enjoying themselves playing games or chatting with each other. After a while, with everyone else decided to take a break to watch the next viewing except Uriel and Raphael, that was dragging Metatron to viewing room, who still want to play the games, making others sweat drops. While everyone still walking towards the viewing room start chatting between each other. Ollie. Chuckle, I had to admit those who decided to make the crossover between these games are pure genius. Ow cow. Indeed, never thought that I would see team combination of my ancestor and Oda Nobunaga, it was sight to behold. Issei. No scratch, that Lubu and Honda Tadakatsu is better one, those two casually bulldoze their way through the enemy like it was nothing, but both of them start butting heads arguing which team combination is the best. Sun Wukong. Still. Game characters or not, that Irachi was quite a threat to be able brought all those forces to his own world just to test himself. I wonder if I would also shown up to thinking would master be shown too. Iku. Oh man, I wonder how your character design would be, old man. Sirzech. Chuckle, guess we just need to grind till 100% completion to play the next one. Michael. I can agree with you Sirzech, don't know, honestly it was new experience for me to play games. Gabriel. Same with me brother, but it was quite hard to play with Michael, patting her head comforting her, while Azazel looking at Odin with a smirk, with Odin also start grinning knowing what Azazel is thinking, while both start letting out perverted chuckle and start whispering between themselves. Azazel. Guess you know what I'm thinking, a shitty old man. Odin. Yeah, got to give the game designer a credit, I was smoking hot. Azazel. Not to mention several others, I can't wait to see new female characters giggling pervertly together with Odin remembering several female character design. While Ross was suddenly get an urge to use paper fan to hit on both Azazel and Odin head. Scene change, viewing room, but everyone have take their own seats waiting for Skeeth to show the next viewing. Skeeth. Well then, let's begin the next episode. Oh, before that, summon a massage chair sitting on it, you all want massage chair too. But majority of cast brought their hands up, making Skeeth chuckle before snapping his fingers, changing their chair to massage, making them become putty after using the massage chair function. Odin. Ooh, oh, that's hit the spot. Albium. Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z. Sirzech. This is the best massage chair I ever use in my life, with everyone else nodding in agreement. Great Red. I really need this in my life to relax after intense dance routine, with some of cast looking at Great Red, feeling disturbed with the face he's making, especially Ophis. I really need this in my life to relax after intense dance routine, with some of cast looking at Great Red, feeling disturbed with the face he's making, especially Ophis. Greg. Indeed, senior big G sounds of Bones position being fixed to ya baby, that's the spot. Albion. Where have you been in my life, my precious, trying to sink further in his seat, but both Drag and Albion also start making the same face like Great Red, disturbing others cast further. Issei. Together with Vali after looking at Drag and Albion before looking at their own massage chair, nod. It seriously wasn't that good, right? Vali. Yeah. They're exaggerating, no way a massage chair could make them show such expression, right? Skeeth. Chuckles silently while muttering, poor ignorant fools. After both of them start using their own massage chair for a while and also start making the same face like Great Red, Drag and Albion. Issei. Vali. I take back my statement, this is the best too. While several of dragons in the room in same state, especially Krom Kruich, who is struggling to not show blissful face. Skeeth. Alright everyone, let's focus on the next viewing, then start pointing the remote to the screen starting the viewing after everyone start focusing on the screen. Screen open. Scene change in front of Phoenix household gate day of Rias and Sona rating game. Scene showing Phoenix family Miss La Issei Vali, Sirzech and Razor together with their own peerage about to head out to spectator lounge for the rating game. Issei. Sighing, do both of us really have to go to the mentioned place? We can already watch the rating game from here already. Sirzech. Scratch the back of his head giving nervous laugh haha. I'm really sorry, Issei, but Sirzech sama been asking both of us to persuade you both to watch the rating game together with them. Razor. Yeah, not to mention that aside from the leaders of 3 faction that want to meet you, both again all other VIPs from other powers also want to meet you both. Razor, know that you prefer to keep low profile to yourself and avoid the spotlight. Ali. Patting Issei back giving a smirk. Oh come on Issei, it's bound to happen eventually considering our own identity. Besides. It's about time you to stop being an unsociable emo grinning before get punch right in the gut shutting him up, making him falls to one knee, groaning in pain by Issei who I was twitching irritated while everyone else sweat drops watching the two brothers interaction while most of cast except Vali who was covering his face in shame, also sweat drops seeing that. Greg. Looking at Albion with pity. I really pity your other self for getting such bare Albion. Albion. Like you're one to talk up. I dragon making Drake got hit with emotional damage arrow making him depressed. Greg. Go screw you butt dragon. With Albion also get hit with emotional damage arrow making him depressed too. With everyone else sweat drops watching the two dragons bickering between each other. Azazel. Anyways, seeing that the 3-point with his thumb to Kuroka Biku and Arthur of them didn't appear and disturbing the party back then compared to ours, seems like there wasn't much change though. Kuroka. Well. We just want to observe before back then Naya. Biku. But I'm wondering what our other self been doing actually. Arthur. Adjusting his glasses. I'm not sure myself even. I'm curious actually, seeing that other Issei and Vali know Kuroka, it possible that they also know us too and quite possibly that our other self didn't join Cow's brigade and doing something else instead. Morgan. I also curious too brother. I really hope that my other self wasn't enemy with Issei sama shyly glance at Issei. Arthur. Chuckle. Guess we just have to wait and see sister. Issei. Anyways. Back to main topic. When is their rating game will start? Lord Phoenix. It's starting at noon Issei-kun. Issei. I blinking puzzled. Okay, but now currently in the morning it would be too early if we go now. Lady Phoenix. Chuckle. Issei-kun. It's better if we go early now too to meet with other lords now before the game will start. Besides Miss La-chan can get acquainted with her in-laws in the meantime while waiting for the game to start. Issei. Nodding. I see, good point though. Ravel. Haha, it's okay Issei-kun, it's time for us to go now, preparing transportation magic circle for everyone else except Issei Vali Sirzech Grayfia and curiously enough Yubaluna Kusha Ravel and Coriana too. Ravel. Stuttering in panic while flailing her arm around seeing how they are about to teleport F father. M mother. B brother. Why you forgot to bring us. Grayfia. Brother. What happened? Ravel. Seems like I miscalculated when opening the magic circle. Brought hand together in apology. I'm really sorry brother, seems like all of you need to go on your own in the meantime, instead of going together with us. Ravel. I'm really sorry for my other self blunder Issei-san, Vali-san, it's rare for me to forgot doing this. Issei. It's okay Ravel-san, everyone make mistakes sometimes. Vali. Yeah, not everyone's perfect, like this guy here smirking while pointing to Issei with his thumb, making him grow angry tick marks. Issei. Oh, like you're one to talk ass man. Vali. Oh screw you breast man. Issei. And a proud one too you ass man who was in denial. But both of them budding arguing with each other while everyone else are just enjoying the show. Asia. Ahaha. Seems like Issei-san are getting along well with Vali-san. Nervously putting her finger together. Rainer. Using her other hand patting Asia head making her blush never change Asia-chan. While Lavinia was secretly checking out her ass shape before giving a smile and determination to increase her daily amount of squats to win Vali heart. While Vali still arguing with Issei felt chills in his spine but decided to ignore it. Issei. It's okay Ravel-san, we'll follow up soon after. Regulus. Don't worry king, we'll take care of Lady Miss La and keep her safe. You and queen together with Coriana don't have to worry about us. Sirzech. Thank you Regulus, everyone, I'll be counting on you. Kusha. We'll catch up with all of you soon. Coriana. See you later waving to them. Razor. Don't worry father, mother, brother, Razor will keep Ravel safe, patting Ravel head and ruffling her hair, making her blush embarrassed before give thumbs up and give blinding smile temporarily blinding the others, while his harem are completely smitten after seeing the smile. Yubaluna. Dreamily looking at Razor with affection while putting her hand on her chest trying to calm down her beating heart. No matter how much I see his smile, it never fails to make my heart race. Oh Razor sama. While in the room Razor harem also look at their own Razor with hard eyes, making him gulp nervously while other men giving Razor pitying looks, especially Issei who give Razor salute of respect. Razor. Thinking Razor really need to start doing casual exercise starting from now on, totally worth it though. Well, they're about to teleport from the magic circle Vali and together with those in the magic circle, secretly give wink between each other without others noticing. Odin caressing his beard while muttering curiously after see the interaction. I wonder what they are planning. Great Red get up from his chair flying over to Vali and proudly patting confused Vali back. I'm so proud of you, young man. All those that already catch up what our other Vali was planning or just keeping to themselves while giving knowing grin, wanting to see how it will play out. Vali waving to them, have a safe trip. Issei sweat drops, dude, they're just teleporting though. Vali shrugs, it's the thoughts that counts, right? Issei what a smartest, well let's go teleport to our destination then, with others nodding in agreement before Vali decided to interrupt. Vali wait, I have a better idea. Instead of just teleporting there. Razor shrugs, sure, shoot it anyway. But Vali suddenly brought a revolver out of nowhere preparing to shoot Razor, making Razor back away in panic from the unexpected action. Razor man, why did you brought a revolver? Razor mean to just tell us your plan. Vali blinking eyes before putting away the revolver, oh why didn't you say so, I nearly shoot you man. Razor are you nuts? Who the hell in their right mind would tell other people to shoot themselves, you idiots? Vali broad hand up and surrender, my bad, I'll be careful next time, grinning mischievously. While others sweat drops after watching what just happened except Issei, who was rubbing forehead from headache. While Dragon boosted gear together with past possessor laughing their ass off after seeing Vali pranks. Issei he's spending too much time with Nagi-san, Jack-san and Alberio-san. Sirzech I can feel he's not sorry at all, remembering the times he, Razor or Issei become victims or get roped into Vali shenanigans. But Xcast turn their head looking at Vali, who wished to disappear, feeling embarrassed after seeing his other self antics. Vali why, just why? Issei I hate to ask this, where did you get those revolver? Vali smirking, not telling. Small flashback during the time after the zombie and military camp escapades, showing both Vali and Albion in disguise, buying all the firearms they could find at black market all across the world. Scene changing to the inside of Divine Dividing, showing Albion together with past possessor, lying above the mountains of all kinds of firearms, enjoying themselves without a care in the world. Albion life is good. Tannan looking at Albion and Vali incredulously, are both of you preparing for a war or what? Tiamat rubbing forehead from headache, I thought only Drake was an idiot. Drake hey, I'm not. Tiamat yelling back at Drake, shutting him up, shut up, now worry was I'm again, that's right, even you are an idiot too. Albion no comment. Vali same with me, no comment. Issei whatever, just tell us your plan already. Vali alright, well seeing how we got enough time already, how about we just fly heading towards our destination? Nah scratch that, let's just use Soul and Geppu instead of just flying to enjoy the scenery along the way, just think of it as form of training. Sirzech pondering a little bit before nodding, good idea there, let's do that. Issei okay, that was unexpected but not unwelcome idea. Razor reasonable enough, let's do it. But Sirzech again, Razor about to jump but stopped after noticing the Kusha Ubeluna, Ravel and Coriana wincing a little in pain before go look after them in worry, asking them what's wrong. Kusha oh, it's nothing, when training with others yesterday we sprained our ankle. Coriana don't worry about us, we can just fly following you. For Ubeluna it's okay Razor-sama, it was just a small injury, it will heal over time. Razor very well then, but why don't you use our clan regenerative abilities to heal yourself? Ravel shaking head, no can do Ani-sama, I don't want to always rely on our clan abilities to heal myself over small injury like this, and like you once said before, it's better to get used now before it's too late. Razor very well, Razor will respect your decision. Ravel Razor is proud of you, patting her head, making her blush embarrassed. Vali I got an idea, why don't you three carry them, I'll cover you guys while we're traveling, making everyone else turning to him bewildered for unexpected suggestions. Issei so how we're gonna help carry them? Vali shrugs, it's easy though, Sirzech will help carry Kusha for sure, same with Razor carrying Ubeluna. But the two girls start blushing, imagining themselves get carried by the man they love. Issei are you telling me that? Vali as you guessed, you will be carrying both Ravel and Coriana. Issei I know that you can easily carrying them along the ways. And thus Ravel and Coriana also start joining Kusha and Ubeluna, daydreaming getting carried by the man they love. Issei if you say so then, pondering before nodding, very well, come on Coriana, hop on my back, turning to the other way before crouching down a little. Coriana oh thank you Issei-kun for the offer, blushing a little before shyly advancing forward before get on Issei back and putting her arms over Issei neck, while thinking oh my gosh, I never thought that this day would come true, I really hope that I'm using my best shampoo today. I don't want him to think that I'm smelly. Start blushing harder after feeling Issei hard muscles through his clothes from the close contact between them. While Sirzech together with other member of his peerage proceeds to tease Coriana, who already covered her blushing face, will occasionally peek through the gap of her finger at Issei, who was still in shock. Brainer. Heck, can't blame her. Issei-kun has his own charm, remembering the moment Issei apologized to Coriana before, while unknowingly flirting with her, with other harem sisters also nodding in agreement with her and feel that they will have another sister soon. After feel that Coriana have a good enough grip on his back, he decided to get up before goes to Ravel and Issei. Pardon me, Ravel. Ravel? Wow. Carry her into a bridal carry unexpectedly and instantly making her blush. Ravel.exe has stopped working, while every guy except Issei start clapping for the unexpected smooth move. Hercules. Smooth, totally smooth. Tobio. Indeed, he totally catch her off guard. Boru. Wiping his tears together with Mickey, I'm so proud of you, my son. While both Razor and Sirzech right after seeing other Issei action, instantly carry their own significant other in bridal carry, making them unresponsive from unexpected move. Fuchsia.exe and Ubaluna.exe has stopped working. While Vali after seeing others action secretly do a fist pump in victory, seeing how his plan with others works. Vali. Thinking nice. While the others except Issei turn to Vali feeling he was responsible to thank him only to sweat drops after see him winking at them. While most cast jump a little from their seat feeling disturbed after seeing Vali wink. Odin. Rubbing his chest to calm his beating heart. Damn, I nearly got heart attack after see that wink. Bicabial. With blank face together with all angels and fallen angels in the room. Yep, totally Lucifer descendant, both of them have the same wink with those that remember how Lucifer used to be nodding in agreement. Ali. Scratching his chin and wonder, I never tried winking before, I gotta try it. Tried winking and end up making the same face like his other self, making nearly everyone else also jump in their seat after seeing that. Biku. Calming his beating heart. God dude, please stop winking, you look like a serial killer when doing that, with the rest of Vali team nodding rapidly in agreement. Albion. Indeed, Vali, you're not suited to wink at other people. I don't want you to get thrown into jail from misunderstanding alone. Thinking, please don't be like your other self, no way in hell. I'm gonna be sane dealing with your shenanigans if you become like your counterpart. Humiliating title is already enough. Ali. Well, if you say so, I won't do that, don't worry. Albion. Albion. Woo. Thanks, Vali. Vali unconsciously let out disturbing smirk without others cast noticing. Skeeth. Chuckle silently before thinking, too bad Albion, he already starting to awaken his Lucifer pranking instincts. But Albion get bad feeling but decided to shrug it off. A while later, with everyone in the air with Issei, Razor and Sirzech using Soul and Geppu, traveling towards their destination with the screen focusing towards the three of them together with their passengers giving a blank face towards a certain person. Ali. Take a deep breath before sighing, for the love of what is it again, other me. But the screen showing towards Vali, who was somersaulting and parkouring across the air traveling with them while using air current as support, with the room instantly booming with laughter seeing other Vali antics. Issei. Holy shit, that looks fun, I gotta try that later. Biku. Same with me. While the childish one also nodding rapidly in agreement. Albion. Chuckling while patting Vali back, well, look at the bright side, your counterparts sure know how to enjoy life. Ali. Eye twitching, oh shut up. Azazel. But still, that version of Vali is quite skilled, he using the air current as platforms to help him moving, ignoring how ridiculous his exaggerated movements is, chuckling amused. But the other veterans nodding in agreement with Azazel while also chuckling amused. Issei. Hoi Vali. Ali. What? Issei. Can't you just travel normally? Ali. No, can do. Issei. Screw this, I give up. Sirzech. Chuckle, guess he got that habit of parkouring when we do the journey to the west play during our time in university, huh? Razor. Roll eyes in exasperation. Oh, don't remind Razor about that, whose idea was it to do the play using the whole university, as the stage Razor will never knows. Issei. Wasn't it you the one that suggested? Razor. Widen eyes a little before coughing in embarrassment with his cheeks turn red. Oh, Razor can't believe Razor forgot that. While everyone else except Issei and Vali, who was still doing his thing, chuckle in amusement from Razor forgetfulness. Sun Wukong. Oh, who a play from my journey, eh? Biku. I got a gut feeling that Vali play as old man. Skeeth. Yep, Vali play as Sun Wukong, as you guessed. Biku. Sirzech. But still, using the whole university as stage play is nice touch. Azazel. Guess we got new idea for next show, eh? After traveling a while halfway to their destination, they noticed a big shadow flying above them, showing Tannan and his sons that finally noticed them before flying closer. Tannan. Oh, seems like I finally shown up. Ova. Same with me. Prom Cruch. Heh, seems like this is starting to get interesting, wonder how they would interact. Tannan. Phoenix Air and Bale Air. What are you two doing here, wasn't you two supposed to arrive already? Noticed Issei and Vali, could it be that these two are the rumored Haidu brothers? Sirzech. Oh, Tannan sama, we are sorry for not noticing you there together with Razor, give a bow of apology to Tannan. Razor. Yeah, you are right, they are the one from the rumor and also friends with us during our stay in human world. But Issei and Vali together with Kusha, Ubeluna, Coriana and Ravel start exchanging greetings with Tannan and his sons. Tannan. Back to my question, I'm curious, why are all of you just travel like this instead of teleporting straight to the venue? Sirzech. About that, Vali was the one that suggested for us to travel this way as form of training, considering that we still have enough time before the start of Rias and Sona raiding. Ova. Looks at Issei before sweat drops after seeing Vali did that guy parkouring while in the air. Issei. Let out long sigh please. Just ignore him if you don't want to question your own sanity, he always be like that. But Razor and Sirzech nodding in agreement, making Tannan and his son sweat drops, but decided not to ask. Tannan. Scratching his chin in wonder and interest, from my observation the four of you are using the same technique that let the user kick the air to move across the place if I'm right. Sirzech. It is Vali and Issei was the one that teach us this technique before as precaution in case our wings would be injured in battle. Tannan. Interesting thoughts, where did you two learn it? Vali. Still parkouring, well, me and Lil Bro learned it against our enemy in battle during our youth, are you interested to learn it too, big guy? Almost cast chuckling hearing Tannan nickname, especially Krom Kruch. Tannan. Sweat drops together with his sons except Bova, who was struggling to keep himself from laughing. Big guy, huh? First time I was called that. If it wasn't a bother I would be thankful if you two are willing to teach me and my sons this technique. Issei. It's okay, I can feel it myself that you're pretty cool and nice guy to hang around with Vali nodding in agreement. Tannan. Laughing boisterously, ha. I never thought that I would be called that. I'm honored that someone who was considered stronger than Sirzech Lucifer thought of me such way. I'll gladly receive your praise. Vali. Pardon me for asking, you're a dragon, but why you chose yourself to be reincarnated as devil? But Tannan, Razor and Sirzech start explain to Issei and Vali the reasons. Issei. Together with Vali giving Tannan a nod of respect. You got my respect, Tannan-san, choosing to be reincarnated as devil just for the sake of continuation of dragon race, our noble cause worthy of respect. Vali. Nodding before giving Tannan a salute. Yep, to let go of your own pride and dragonity for your own race, survival is a Trichad move. While everyone else sweat drops after hearing dragonity word. Bulks cast all sweat drops hearing that. Ravel. Vali-san, dragonity was even a word. Kusha. Why yeah. I don't think that such word was ever recorded in dictionary before. Ubeluna. Same with me. Coriana. Me too. Ali. Shrugs, nah, I just made it up. It's unfair that only word humanity was ever recorded in dictionary, so why not? Grinning. Issei. With blank face, I know I gonna regret asking, but don't tell me that you have similar words for other supernatural beings too. Ali. Brighten up, oh I got tons coughing to clear throat before start listing off, here goes. Eucanity, angelnity, fallen angelnity, divinity, vampirinity, werewolfnity, monsternity, godnity and some more, but I'll just say some of it. It will take time to tell everything in the list. With everyone giving blank face towards Vali after hearing the ridiculous list, while nearly every cast with blank face slowly turned to depressed Vali that was covering his face from shame, unable to believe that the two of them was actually the same person. Issei. If my hand was free I would totally go over there, kick your ass myself right now. Dumbus thinking exasperated, seems like Luffy-san, Nagi-san, and Jack-sen's stupidity already rubbed off on him. Vali. Heh, you're welcome to try, brother. While inside their respective sacred gears, Drake together with Oath past possessor already laughing their ass off after hearing the ridiculous list, while in Albion side showing Albion and other past possessor facepalm themselves from hearing Vali's stupid list of names, while everyone decided to ignore the topic and continue traveling in awkward silence. Some time later, but the group finally reached their destination and land on the ground. Tannan. Well, me and my family will go to our seats now, take care. Then everyone turning to leave with his sons. Issei. You too, Tannan-san. Vali. Oh, that's right, I got a cool nickname for you, Tannan-san. While Tannan secretly broke into sweat hoping it wasn't ridiculous name. While Tannan in the room was also in the same state like his counterpart, while Issei looking intently at Vali hoping he won't give stupid nicknames. Vali. I'm gonna call you the Chad Dragon King for your noble cause, and sacrifice, grinning while giving thumbs up. While surprised, Tannan secretly let out breath of relief, feeling glad it wasn't anything ridiculous, and also feel happy with the awesome nickname he just received. While Tannan in the room also let out breath of relief hearing that. Krom Kruch. Chuckle amused, that kid wasn't wrong with that nickname though, it suits you, Tannan. Tannan. Haha, if you say so, my friend. Issei. Blinking his eyes before nodding, okay, that was unexpected but really fit for Tannan-san. Tannan. Turned to Vali with a chuckle, thank you for the nickname, I'll cherish it till we meet again. Young Vali. Young Issei leave with his sons, while thinking who was I mistaken. Their aura was totally human, but for some reason I can feel that their presence was briefly like Drake, and Albion shrugs, could it be, shaking head, well. Maybe it's just my imagination and they probably have their own reasons and will tell us about it if feel like it. I'll respect their wish if they chose to keep everything about themselves then. Krom Kruch. Seems like your other self have his own suspicion, huh? Tannan. Indeed, and seems like my other self chose not pry into their own secret. Razor. Well, let Razor call brother for their location. Open magic circle to ask his brother their location. Sirzech. What an eventful meeting. Chuckle. Issei. Shake head in amusement. Heh, indeed. Ollie. Stretching man, that was good exercise. Razor. Okay everyone, Razor found out where everyone else is, let's go. With everyone in the group start follow Razor to rejoin with other group. Screen close. With everyone else getting up, stretching and yawning. Skeeth. Make a loud clap getting everyone attention. Alright then, everyone follow me, I got something for all of you. With everyone else except Issei, Vali, Drag, Albion and Sirzech, who gives knowing smile, tilt their head in confusion before decided to follow Skeeth till they're outside of the house and was at in front of the garage. Michael. So ... what is it you're gonna show to us, Skeeth? Dono. Skeeth. Chuckle. Well, it would be a surprise if I say so. Start open his garage showing the same section he give to Issei, Vali, Drag, Albion and Sirzech, much to everyone else amazement, and start describing the steam bike's function. Milikas. Whoa, so you're telling us that we can have one of these steam bike for all of us? Skeeth Sama. Eyes shining in excitement. Skeeth. Chuckle before ruffling Milika's hair. Yep, you're right kiddo, but for the kids the fifth, secret and X gear are temporarily sealed till you kids grown up. We don't want your parents to get worried, ain't it right? With every parents nodding in agreement, feeling thankful for Skeeth's gesture. Azazel. Man. Just hearing these steam bikes abilities alone is already overwhelming, not to mention your own customized steam bike. Skeeth-san, with every cast nodding in agreement. Zeodicus. But to think that you five already got one for yourself is quite shocking, should have follow you five before. With Issei, Vali, Drag, Albion and Sirzech. Chuckle amused seeing others jealous look. Skeeth. Chuckle. Alright then, without further ado go to your stream bikes of your own choosing, I'll do the rest. But everyone else finally got their own steam bikes with their own theme, admiring it. Great Red. Ooh, oh, I can feel my inner biker calling to me. Uriel. Never thought that I would get a bike of my own, huh? Raphael. Chuckle. Life is full of surprises, ain't it brother? Rias. I never tried riding a bike like this before. Akeno. Same with me Rias, guess it's time we learn how to. Arakiel. Come on Akeno, come join your father to learn how to drive these bikes. Shuri. Ara, how about me dear? Arakiel. Of course you too dear, I'll never forget you too. Zeodicus. Alright Rias-chan, come join us. Then Alana. Let's learn together as family. With both Rias and Akeno nodding before joining their family to learn together using the steam bikes. But everyone finally came out from the garage doing small test drive with their own steam bikes in front of Skeeth lawn. Skeeth. Chuckle before snapping his fingers creating a racing circuit beside his house. Alright, I know some of you would ask, here's a racing circuit, if all of you want to race point to the terminal near the spectating area, you all can use the terminal to make any kind of racing circuit of your own choosing. Any questions? But everyone else said no. Very well then, enjoy yourself. Everyone jumped before summoning his own steam bikes, driving it into a portal. But most casts start looking between each other, start grinning, especially the dragons and childish one. Great Red. Let the Grand Prix begin. But everyone get ready for the race, feeling excited. Ep 32 Citri vs Gremory start. Scene change, unknown path. Scene showing Skeeth who was heading towards his house riding his steam bike. Skeeth. Well, glad finally clear up that mess, remembering how he turned back everyone in Earth 616 to normal, before shaking his head, not thinking much about it. Well, glad that Deadpool and Ugandan Knuckles agreed to stop spreading why. Anyway, noticed that he about to arrive at his home. But Skeeth finally parking his bike inside the garage and head inside the house and heading towards the training room, and noticed that everyone else are watching Natsu giving Issei and Vali some pointers. Natsu. Alright you both, that's how you both use your Dragon Slayer technique. Shame that you both doesn't have access to Dragon Force, but considering that you both are part dragon it was good enough. Issei. Ooh, oh, thank you for teaching us Natsu-san. Ollie. Nodding hide. You right, good thing that you are in the area. I never thought that you was an original Dragon Slayer magic user. Finally we have a progress with our dragon slaying technique, sighing remembering several failed attempt to use his own dragon slaying technique. Natsu. Shrugs. You both are welcome. I'm the one that was more surprised when knowing you both got an ability similar to Dragon Slayer magic. Eye twitching a little with deadpan look, and I'm totally not jealous with how you both doesn't have to suffer motion sickness, remembering trying Skeeth's suggestion on how to overcome his own motion sickness before shivering from the memories. But Issei, Vali and Xcast thinking the same thing. He is totally jealous. Skeeth. Chuckle making everyone else turn towards him. Still can't forget the experience. Natsu. Natsu. Of course I am, any sane person would get a nightmare from that. Even Nai-sense still traumatized after accidentally tried your suggestion, widening his eyes in horror, remembering how Zareth was traumatized from experience and still got nightmares from it every night. Skeeth. My bad, sure I put on max settings back then, but you can't help but glad that you're completely cured from motion sickness, right? Give cheeky smile with Natsu hanging his head down depressed, knowing Skeeth was right. Natsu. Brought his head up pouting, but you should warn us back then. Skeeth. Chuckle anyway, send my regards to Zareth and Mavis. Natsu? Shaking his head trying to ignore depressed thoughts. Yeah, sure will. I'll do that. But Natsu leave the house after sent his goodbyes to everyone else. Issei. So Skeeth-san, what is the suggestion you're saying? Skeeth. Give a grin unnerving everyone who watched the grin. It's better if you don't know. But Issei feel that it was better not to ask further. Skeeth. Anyway, let's go continue the next viewing with everyone else in the viewing room and watch the TV screen booting up after Skeeth used the remote to start the viewing. Screen open. Scene change VIP room for watching rating game. Scene showing Issei and Vali who is currently exchanging their greetings with other lords of Devil House and other VIP of other mythology that was also present in the room. Sirzech. Thank you for agreeing with our request to watch my little sister and Sona rating game match Issei-san Vali-san. Issei. It's okay, both Razor and Sararg already convince us to agree with your request, Sirzech-san. Sirzech. Still, I honestly feel a little weirded out hearing little brother adding san in my name, even if it was different person. Grayfia. It's alright Sirzech-sama, at least the other versions of little brother have a good opinions toward us. With Sirzech chuckle hearing that. Ali. Chuckle, I can feel they have improved a lot since we've seen them during Kakabiel attack, especially for two people beside both King. Ajuka. Oh, do tell us. Ali. Shake head amused, wouldn't be a surprise if I said so, right? But Seraph chuckle seeing how Ajuka questions got denied just like that. Odin. Came joined the conversation who, so this is the two heroes from incident back then and was speculated stronger than Sirzech. Boy, here have to admit it was hard to guess how strong you both are, but I can't help but think that you both are hiding more. Rossweisse. Odin-sama, it's rude to pry their privacy. Odin. Oh, stop being such a worwart, will ya? That's why you still doesn't have a boyfriend. But Rossweisse instantly feel depressed from the jab and kneeling on the ground tracing a circle with her finger on the ground, mumbling how she still haven't got a boyfriend despite her age. Issei. Sweat drop seeing how the girl easily got depressed like that. Is this daily occurrence? Odin. Sighing, she's a talented Valkyrie and got the looks but her too serious attitude keep most men away from her. Azazel. Laughing out loud hearing that. Hahaha, seriously? Wasn't it the other way around? Like literally have no men in Norse that wasn't interested with her? Odin. Ask those brats, don't ask me. Shrugs. But Issei sighing softly having had enough seeing how Rossweisse are still depressed before go towards her and grab both her shoulder brought her up standing with Rossweisse are confused what just happened. Rossweisse. Issei. Alright, I don't know much about love and of the boyfriend-girlfriend thing and I don't ever had a girlfriend at all, but instead of moping around lamenting the fact you don't have a boyfriend at all, it's better if you are just being yourself and strive forward with your life instead of feeling depressed all day if any man doesn't want to approach you because of how you are acting as yourself. Those men wasn't worth it and it was their loss. You are already beautiful, though. Okay, now stop the crying, it doesn't suit you. It's better if you smile, it suits your beautiful face better. Use his fingers wiping her tears and use both of his hands, making Rossweisse show smiling face. But nearly everyone else that watching the interaction only have one thought in their mind. Nearly everyone else in the room. That was so bucking smooth, gotta try that line later. After Issei done giving Rossweisse his advice and goes to take a beverage for a drink with Rossweisse, are still blushing from the interaction, can only put her hand on her chest to calm her beating heart while still feeling confused about what just happened. Most men in the room. Damn bro, she stand no chance at all. Is he seriously flirting with her or just giving advice? Ollie. Eyes glinting with excitement and thinking new future-in-law detected. While Serafal are pouting a little seeing new rival just appear after see how Rossweisse are looking at Issei with blushing face. But most men just write other Issei line in their notebook. Azazel. Whistle impressed. If I don't know any better I would have think that version of Issei are flirting with her. Saji. Snickering guess even if both of them act differently both are still dense though with others nodding in agreement. Issei. Hey, I'm not dense. Falter after seeing nearly everyone giving him. Are you sure about that look towards him? Okay, maybe a little. Some time later with both Sona and Rias rating game already started but everyone attention wasn't towards the rating game but towards both Issei and Vali after seeing the chair that both of them are currently using right now. Issei. I just wanted to know Vali, where the hell did you get this chair and I'm still confused how the hell you managed to convince me to use it. Looking at Vali with his eyes still twitching and point towards the chair that both of them are using right now. Vali. With a smug smirk replying I made it myself, pretty bad. Issei. Get up from his seat turning to everyone else. Alright, I know all of you want to have this baddest throne for yourself. Place your order now to get this throne for ego boost. Well, it's still available in stock, first come first serve. But nearly everyone else literally get up from their seat rushing towards Vali to place their orders to get the epic throne for themselves, making the room fall into chaos, with some being unfortunate enough to fall to the ground and got trampled by others who wanted the epic throne for themselves. Sirzech. Shut up and take my money now, I need that baddest throne. Brought large stack of money straight from his wallet. Odin. Scratch that, take my money first. Also brought out his money too straight from his beard. Azazel. I don't have a money with me now, will this magazine be suffice enough? Brought out his secret stack of porn magazine out of nowhere. Vali. Denied, throw a fireball towards the porn mags, instantly burning those porn mags into ashes. Azazel. No, oh my precious, yelling with absolute horror seeing his precious porn magazines got burned into ashes. Vali. I only accept cash, no negotiation. Random lord. Shit, why did I forgot my wallet today? Turn to others, hey anyone can lend me some money here. Another random lord. Sure buddy, anything for ma friend, brought out another stash of money giving it. Random lord. Thank you ma friend, both hugged together making a rainbow appear above, instantly traumatizing those unfortunate to watch. Just some lord. Erg my eyes, desperately trying to claw out his eyes just to forget the traumatic sight. Zekrom Bale. I don't care how expensive it is, I'm gonna make sure every seat in my house are replaced with that throne, believe it. While Issei still in his seat groaning while covering his face from the headache of Vali antics and the chaos that come from it. Issei. Mumbling, why Vali? Just why? But the cast still stunned after seeing the epic throne except Azazel, who was already unconscious while foaming from his mouth after seeing the blasphemy that just happened to his other precious. Sirzech. Not gonna lie, I want such throne for myself too, with nearly everyone else nodding in agreement wanting such throne for themselves. Zeodicus. Even old man Zekrom can't help but want such throne, huh? Together with other devils sweatdrops seeing how Zekrom Bale acts. A while later, with everyone continue watching the rating game except nearly everyone have the same throne for themselves, and those who doesn't have it are sulking depressed for their missed chance. Vali still with his smug smirk are counting the thick stash of money in his hand before found a notice slipped in his seat before take it before reading it. May I place an order beforehand? I will pick the throne after it is done at your house and will pay generously for it. Sincerely by Michael. But Vali turned to sheepish Michael who was in his seat and nodding before mouthing the date of pickup, making Michael nod feeling happy about it. But both Uriel and Raphael nudging embarrassed Michael's sides with a grin of their own, teasing him. Uriel. Heh, seems like you are also want that throne too, eh brother? Raphael. Can't blame other you for that throne was epic for sure. While others cast, especially Gabriel, giving teasing grin towards Michael making him blush embarrassed more. Issei. Who, interesting, seems like Sona has studied her opponents thoroughly before this match, a wise move on her part, she taking out Gasper first, knowing that he's the bigger threat with his vampire abilities, even without his sacred gear. Vali. Still, it was quite unexpected that despite being overwhelmed with garlic smell that kid managed to take out the other pawn. I commend that, together with Issei nodding with agreement. Asper. So my other self managed to do that, really wish that I can endure more back then instead of being taken out just like that before. But Haruko feeling depressed, seeing how her other self got taken out too before everyone in the same peerage tried to cheer her up. Issei. Noticed that currently Saji was fighting against Kaneko, seems like Genshiro-san was a bit enraged seeing his comrades got taken out, noticed that Saji was brought out to his knees after get hit with Kaneko fists in Jutsu. Ha, been a while since I seen that, oh boy Fasipum, after seeing Kaneko explain how Senjutsu works towards Saji. Sirzech. Together with everyone else turn looking at Issei a bit confused. If you mind, why did you act that way? Issei. I know this is just rating game, but Taoju-san just did a big mistake in a battlefield. Lord Phoenix. I see what you mean, Issei-kun. Issei. Nodding after seeing how her opponent nearly got taken out, she confidently just explained how her technique works towards her opponent and her opponent wasn't completely taken out yet. People have to always expect the unexpected in battlefield, who knows if something unexpected will happen, and now she just learned it the hard way. Point to the screen, seeing how Saji managed to get up, shocking Kaneko, seeing how Saji can still move despite the injuries, with Saji used the chance and taking out Kaneko making her retire. Ali. Sure, that Senjutsu can help bypass some defense to attack an internal organ, but there's also those who can still move and battle despite serious injuries they have, remembering how Zoro, Sanji and Luffy always manage to get up despite their injuries. Odin. The kid is right, it was an amateur mistake on her part for explaining her technique to her opponent, but considering this is just a rating game and not a real battlefield, it was excusable. From the screen everyone see that Saji currently taking a small rest before going to his next destination to help his companions. Kaneko feeling down seeing her other self got taken out despite being stronger than her in the same period of time for being overconfident. Kaneko. Guess, I need to be careful too to not do such mistake in future. But the screen everyone using to see the match show what currently happening at parking lot, with Zenobia currently using holy sword made from Yudo sacred gear and about to finish off her opponent before her holy attack properties got changed into demonic properties, shocking her. Issei. Raise an eyebrow. Who, that was quite unexpected turn of events, a reversal kind of technique. It would work the first time only against any opponents because they don't expect such technique, but it was enough for this situation. Ali. Whistle seeing how Zenovia attack got used against her from Tsubaki's Sacred Gear double counter A Citri group, really thought far ahead. They know that the Smeekov correcting his words Durandal user was another big threat that needed to be taken out first. While inside both boosted gear and divine dividing showing both Drag and Albion continuing volley intended words. EDRAIG and Albion. Smelly girl. While other past possessor laughing their ass off hearing what Drag and Albion just said. Zenovia. Hang her head down feeling embarrassed with her other self nickname. Back to present. Issei. Guess Kiba-san managed to avenge his comrade. Nice move on Durandal user part to lend Durandal holy power to him so that they can catch their opponent off guard. See how Yudo managed to take out the knight and rook of Citri peerage before using the chance provided and also take out Citri queen using his sword technique but not before Tsubaki managed to deal enough injury to Yudo before being forced to retire. While Sona was shocked seeing that in this universe, Tsubaki got taken out too which worried her. Tsubaki. Seems like my other self was quite unfortunate that she got taken out earlier sighing watching her other self got taken out. Seems like this version of Yudo-kun was stronger than our own in this period of time. Yudo. Nodding in agreement. Yeah, I noticed that my other self was more focused on his own sword skills rather than completely relying on his sacred gear. Saoji. Indeed he is. I can't see a hint of my own technique but other you customize it to his own way. Ali. But he's quite in bad position right now. Noticed that Saji just arrived to the parking lot and noticed his other teammate just finished teleport away before giving Yudo a grim but determined look with Yudo return the same look. Saji. This is quite a change, seeing that Haidu wasn't in Gremory peerage guess, this is what could happen huh? Yudo. And it seems like I would fight against Saji-kun. Issei. Now this I gotta see looking forward in anticipation. Scene change parking lot area. Saji. So you managed to take out Tsubaki-senpai together with Tomo-san and Tsubasa-san but your condition doesn't look good it seems. Noticing Yudo injuries seems like Tsubaki-senpai managed to got you good huh? Yudo. Chuckle before coughing a bit but the same can also be said to you, guess Kaneko-chan managed to deal quite a number to you too. Saji. Chuckle you're right I never expect that she would use Senjutsu out of blue like that good thing I trained my endurance to my limits thinking this event could have happened. Yudo. Getting up using holy demonic sword as a crutch anyway how about we settle this as the only male of the peerage we are in. Saji. Grin before bump his fist together suits me both. Let's do this with both of them rushing towards each other, delivering blow after blows to their respective opponent but Yudo using his sword skills to attack Saji with him evading most of the attack and using his armor part of his sacred gear to deflect the sword strikes he didn't manage to evade in time, will also receive some damage in process, while Saji managed to deliver some punch and kick to Yudo the moment he got hit by Yudo slash. Scene change VIP harem. Ali. How interesting the one battling the Gremory Knight name was Saji Genshiro and the Gremory Knight name was Yudo Kibaride Issei. Issei. Yeah that was their name. Ali. Chuckle guess my hunch is right with both of them being the most improved among their group after their king the Vritra user know he can't keep up with the speed of the knight he currently facing so he used the instance he got attacked to attack his opponent back especially when he got hit a brilliant move on his party know his own weakness and tried to work around it. Issei. And Yudo-san always jumped back the moment he got hit to reduce the damage he got, knowing that it would be fatal to him not adding the damage he got on previous fight and it seems that he trained his endurance and durability for this occasion and he always managed to dodge Vritra absorption line at last moment good move on his part. Seems like both of them already exhausted and about to finish their opponent with their next attack. Scene change parking lot with both Saji and Yudo on their knees catching their breath with their clothes are in tatters from the fight. Yudo. Shall we finish this with last attack we both know we are unable to move after this fight. Saji. Grin I agree with ya, shall we? But both of them are struggling to get up preparing their last attack. Yudo. Speaking of I got a question. Saji. Sure, what is it? Yudo. I noticed that you are fighting to prove something to someone. Saji. Chuckle guess you manage catch it, you're right I am, I'm fighting to prove even if I used to being a human and now as half human, half devil I can show that I can fight as good as pure-blooded devil to help Kaichu to realize her dream, besides Issei sensei was the same age like us and he was already crazily strong despite being a normal human where I'm gonna put my face knowing that even though I got racial advantages. Yudo. Chuckle you're right, Issei sensei was really strong and I admire him for that when he fought against Kakabiel and temporarily used Durandal he never once using Durandal ability to help him battle Kakabiel, it's all by his own abilities and sword skills, that's why I'm more focused on my technique rather than focusing on my sacred gear, it's amazing how he managed to train to such level. Saji. Yeah not to mention that you are quite durable yourself, heck you already almost as resistant like a normal rook pieces, despite just being a knight piece with Yudo chuckle hearing the praises. Back to viewing room. Sirzech. Seems like you got some admirer Issei-san chuckle amused. Issei. Shaking head amused. Well, if I manage to inspire both of them to improve themselves, that was enough. Besides, I can feel that both of them will go far in life. Looking at Sirzech and Serafal, your sister managed to find good peace in their peerage. Serafal. I know, right? So Chan is the best. Sirzech. No, Riatan the best. But both of them start arguing before Grayfia stopped them by pulling their ear. All the same thing happened in the room, making everyone chuckle seeing it. Back to both Saji and Udo. Anyway, I am curious who you are trying to prove yourself. Saji. Grinning sheepishly. Well, you are right, it was for Momo-chan and Raruko-chan. Udo. Nomura-san and Hanakai-san. Both Raruko and Momo gasp hearing their name being mentioned and hoping it was what they're thinking while Saji was being confused about it. Saji. You could say that it was thanks to Vali-san that I finally know their feelings and understand that my feelings to Kaichu was nothing but admiration and not love. Start to explain. Saji. Haruko-chan and Momo-chan feelings. Flashback start. Scene change outside of Citri Mansion near the lake area. Scene showing Saji, who was sitting on some rocks, wordlessly skipping some stones across the lake while sighing. Saji. Seems like Kaichu was interested with Issei sensei, guess I don't have any chance at all, huh? But Saji turned back after hearing sounds of footsteps approaching him and found out that it was Vali. Saji. Vali-san. Vali. Give a wave while chuckling. Yes, I am. Watcha doing? Notice that you moping around here when I'm taking a walk. Saji. Turn away and continue skipping stones. Oh, it's nothing. Vali. Love trouble, I guess. But Saji stutter after get found out. Saji. Why, yeah, you could say that. Vali. So you're Vritra user, right? With Saji giving a nod. So who did you like? Saji. Oh, it was Kaichu, but I noticed that she liked Issei sensei, but if she like him I willing to step aside for her own happiness, it's her choice who she likes. But the cast in the room can't help but feel respect with other Saji decision. Vali. Whistle. Impressed. I'm impressed. It's really hard for every people to step aside for the one they love to be happy. Now, you got my respect. Patting Saji back, making him stumble from the force of impact. Saji. Yeah, I'm willing to do that if it could make her happy. Vali. Okay. This might sound rude, but from my observation with the way you talk with her, don't you think your feeling towards her was admiration, not love? Try to think about it. But Saji, thinking hard about Vali question before realizing that he is right. Saji. Yo, you're right now that I think about it. I start admire her after she helped me and my siblings. Fasipum feeling like an idiot. Oh man, I can't believe I don't realize it sooner. Covering his face out of embarrassment. Vali. Laughing boisterously. Gahahahaha. I can't blame you, as the saying goes, love is blind. Anyway, I guess you didn't notice the two girls that like you, huh? Saji. Widen his eyes in shock. Wha? What do you mean by that? You mean there's two girls that like me? Who are they? Saji. Get up from his seat in shock. Wait, what? Vali. Chuckled before turning away to leave before replying, I won't tell their name, just guess who was it in your peerage that always spend more time hanging around with you than others. But Vali finally leave the area while Saji was thinking hard about who was it that always spent time with him before widening his eyes in realization. Saji. Wait, was it Momo-chan and Raruko-chan? Flashback end. Saji. For real? Sona. Yeah, it is, both of them are in love with you for the long time. Adjust her glasses while chuckling amused. Tsubaki. Yeah, everyone else in the peerage already know about their feelings towards you. Momo. Wait. So you mean senpai, that others already know. Ria. Chuckle. It is the way you and Raruko-chan been spending your time with Saji was so obvious that everyone else decided to stay silent to see how it will go. Raruko. Covering her face out of embarrassment. Oh man, this is so embarrassing. Tsubasa. We've been thinking to tell Saji about this but decided not to out of respect for you both. Tomo. Nodding eagerly. Yup, oh boy, it was like watching a drama, watching you three interact between each other. Issei. Goes to Saji, giving him thumbs up. Alright dude, now that you know it, what are you waiting for? Push Saji towards Momo and Raruko. But the three of them are still blushing, not knowing what to say before Saji decided to start the conversation. Saji. I don't know what to say. This is quite sudden to me with how I just know about this. So, how about we go on a date after this? Momo and Raruko. Yes, we will, before hugging Saji tightly, making him blush. Azazel. Turned to Vali and brought out Cupid. Oofit, you sure you wasn't a Cupid, Vali? Vali. Oh buck, you punch Azazel straight in the face, making Azazel fall unconscious from the punch before Vali snatched the outfit, burning it to ashes. Skeeth. Now seeing that you three are in relationship now, shall we continue? Gesture to the screen with Xcast giving a nod. Udo. Chuckle. Well, congratulations on your relationship then. Saji. Thank you, shall we end this? Udo. Let's. But both of them jump rushing towards each other, putting all their gut into one final attack. Saji. Udo. Ayerg. But the result end up with Saji left fist punch through Udo chest and Udo holy demonic sword pierce through Saji's stomach, making both of them coughing blood before retiring from the match. Back to the VIP room, but both Issei and Vali give a clap respecting their tenacity. Issei. I can respect their determination, fighting till the end. Rest his head on his seat while thinking of the past with Vali also do the same. Vali. Remind me of good old times, Issei. Issei. Give a smirk. You're right. Others in the room. Sweat drops before thinking they are still in their late teens. Why, they act like an old man reminiscing their glory days. With everyone continue watching the screen, seeing both Sona and Rias together with rest of their respective peerage members was facing each other on the rooftop of the building. Scene change. Rooftop. Scene showing both Rias and Sona are facing each other with grim determination. Rias. It seems that our other self are wearing different clothes instead of our school uniform. Notice to her other self tying her hair into ponytail. Sona with puzzled look. You are right, Rias. I wonder why. The clothes other Rias are currently wearing, just switch the shoes into a casual sneakers and change the clothes white color in crimson one. What other Sona currently wearing, just the clothes was in navy blue color. Rias. I never expected that you would use such tactics. Sona. I admit that me and my peerage are completely caught off guard. Glance at the other side, seeing Sona. Two other bishops are keeping Akeno busy. Sona. You know me, Rias, and I know you. We both literally grow up together till now. That's why I used this tactic that was out of place to catch all of you off guard. Rias. Chuckle. You're right, this reckless strategy was so completely out of character for you. Now seems like only we both are left. Sona. Nodding. Indeed we are. But both of them glanced to their side, seeing how both Sona Bishop grab Akeno before use the rest of their magical energy to blow themselves up together with Akeno, instantly retiring them from match. While in the VIP room, Vali. Who, never thought that both Citri Bishop decided to blow themselves up together with Gremory Queen, quite unexpected move on their part. Issei. Yeah, seems like both of them know that they are no match against the queen, so it was understandable that they decided to catch her off guard by blowing themselves up. They are quite dedicated and know there's no other way to take out the queen, because if they drag out the battle longer they know that they will be defeated and the enemy queen will assist their king. They know it's better to sacrifice themselves to make sure their enemy wouldn't have advantage against their team. Back to Rias and Sona. Rias. Anyway, nice clothes. Sona. Sona. You too, Rias. Why the sudden change? You usually only in school uniform. Rias. After watching Issei sensei fight against Kakabiel before, I noticed that wearing our own school uniform in battle was quite detrimental to protect ourselves, despite the enchantment on it, and wearing this kind of clothes make me easier to move in battle. Guess you are also thinking the same thing, right? Sona. Chuckle. Hey, you are right. Anyway, shall we fight to see who would win? Get into battle position while creating some water around her using the moisture in the air, making those waters circling around her in protective manner. Rias. Let's do this to see who's better between us. Chuckle. While also get into her own battle position while wrap the power of destruction around her fist. Zeoticus. Oh ho, I never thought that I would see this again, even if wasn't completely the same. Rias. Huh, what do you mean, father? Sirzech. Did we miss something? Zeoticus. Just watch. Chuckle. While Venelana was just chuckling amused after see other Rias battle stance. Lord Citri. Ah, what a memory. Get into nostalgia after seeing other Sona battle stance. Serafall and Sona. What do you mean, father? Lady Citri. Just watch, dears. All those older generations of devils that know about it are just chuckling amused about it. But both Rias and Sona launch forward to each other, with Rias brought her fist back and punch forward, launching a surge of power of destruction blast toward Sona, whose backflip while using the water around her to neutralize the blast, and Sona while still in the air, using the momentum of the backflip to kick at Rias, who's using her arms, making a guard position against the kick that launch her back several feet. Sona. Color me impressed. Rias. The Rias I know would never be the one that would initiate a fist fight. Rias. How like you're the one to talk when you can move like that, huh? Grin. But both of them launch forward to each other, engaging in a punch and kicking moves while parrying some of the attack from their own respective opponent while continuing their conversation in middle of the battle. Sona. Since the battle against Kakabiel, I noticed that I'm too reliant on my hereditary abilities too much. That's why I've been training myself in art of combat. Rias. Guess we are the same. How the battle against Kakabiel was a rude wake-up call to me. It made me remember my own raiding game against Razor. I remembered how he doesn't use magic or phoenix abilities at all, but he defeated all of us easily. That's why I've been training in secret, but still I never expected that your control of water has reached such levels. Sona, you have my respect. Sona. Me too. I'm surprised that you decided to wrap the power of destruction around your fist instead of just throwing it around like usual. If you're curious, I've been training under mother fighting style when she's younger. Rias. Oh ho, seems like we both accidentally did the same thing. I also trained under my mom, learning her fighting style when she's younger too. Considering that I didn't have enough time before this match, I can only manage to wrap power of destruction on my fist only. Back to VIP room. Sirzech. Turned to Zeoticus. Wait, what was it true that Riatan learned mother fighting style? Father, I never know about this. Serafal also asked the same question to Lord Citri, with Lord Citri reply the similar thing like Zeoticus to his daughter. Zeoticus. nodding while chuckling. Oh boy, you have no idea how rowdy your mother is. When she's younger she was quite tomboyish before. Where did you think she got her brown-haired ruined princess? She literally terrorized and ruined the prides of other males that tried to court her before. That's where ruined part in her nickname come from. Sirzech. I see, so Ria Tan learn mother fighting style. I see. Zeoticus. Yeah, but Rias still have long way to go to surpass her mother. Then Alana put her hand on her cheeks, blushing embarrassed. Ara, it's embarrassing now that you all know how I act before. Lady Citri. I remember those days. It was satisfying to trample those egoistic stuck-ups that think they can own us. Lady Phoenix. Fufu, you're right, I can't still forget how fun it was those days. Ravel. Even you, mother. Lord Phoenix. Of course she is. Those three are trio of terror back then, like literally no males dare to approach them. Lady Phoenix. But it was you that only managed to catch my heart, right dear? Giving Lord Phoenix a sultry smirk, making him nervous. Well, Venelana and Lady Citri also do the same to their own husband. Zeoticus. Lord Citri. Lord Phoenix. Gulping nervously, thinking while whimpering, please have mercy on my hips and my hicks. While other men's can only give the three of them pitying looks and a salute. Skeeth. Snap his fingers, making the room, the three of them staying soundproof. That should do it. Well, both Issei and Vali can't help but be impressed with how Sona and Rias are still battling. Issei. Who, interesting, guess that Rias-san finally decided that it wasn't the time to be idle anymore. Same goes with Sona-san. Ollie. Guess that's what to be expected of heiress of Devil House. Despite both of them still green with their moves, it's quite impressive that they managed to reach such level in such a short time. Back to Rias and Sona, but the battle between them are getting more intense every passing moment while sporting some injuries over their bodies. Rias. High jump forward to deliver an axe kick to Sona, who barely managed to dodge in time. Sona. God, that nearly hit me, thinking guess Rias only managed to make power of destruction wrap on two parts of her body for now. It's surprising how she shift the wrapped part from her fist to her foot in an instant. I would instantly retire if got hit with that, but Sona used the moment provided while Rias trying to get up from her position and do a palm strike to Rias' stomach, making her coughing blood, launching her away before use the water around her, forming them into several ball of water, launching them towards Rias, who's still in air from previous attack, making her scream in pain from the barrage of water ball. Rias. Jair crawled to her back before struggling getting up to her knees, thinking that was really dangerous there. Good thing I still managed to stay conscious or I would retire from the match. I nearly out of fumes, but seems like Sona was also the same. I have to finish this fast if I wanted to win. Sona. Fall to her knees, breathing heavily, thinking damn it. That move took a lot out of me. Guess trying to compress those waters into compact form instead of just let it flow freely was really hard. I need to step up my training further, and both me and Rias know that both of us are running out of energy now, but both of them struggling to get up standing while grimacing from the injuries they suffered from their battle. Rias. Chuckle. Guess it's about time to finish this, huh, Sona? Sona. Chuckle. You're right, Rias, let's decide this with one last attack and see which resolve between us about our dreams are stronger. But both of them take a deep breath, closing their eyes and gather as much as little magical energy they have left, making small pillar of magical energy in their respective energy color, surrounding them with navy blue for Sona and red for Rias. It lasts for a while before both of them brought their heads up and opened their eyes, with their eyes glowing with power, giving determined look to their opponent and launch forward to their opponent to deliver their last attack to prove whose resolve that was stronger between them. Rias. Hey I. Sona. Hey I. But both of them brought their right fist back, putting all power they have left into it and punch forward to the chest of their opponent at the same time, making both of them coughing blood from the impact, producing some shockwave around them before both of them, while still in the air, start to fall to their back before slowly falling unconscious in the midair, with both of them thinking the same thing. Rias. Sona. Thinking while chuckle a bit, guess it's a draw, then ha, good fight Sona. Rias. I won't lose next time. To prove which between us to deserve to be with him. But both of them finally fall to their back and goes unconscious at the same time before a light surround both of them, transporting them away from the arena, signaling both of them retire from the match. Scene change. VIP harem. Both Issei and Vali clapping their hands before some others also start clapping their hands as sign of respect to both heirs for showing a good fight to them. Issei. Guess it end up and draw, huh? Ollie. Chuckle. Seems like that both of them really push themselves, seems like instead to prove their resolve which their dream are stronger, they are trying to prove themselves to someone. Issei. Raise eyebrows to someone. Do you know who is it, Vali? Well, nearly everyone else in the room can't help but facepalm, secretly unable to believe what they just hear. While inside the boosted gear and divine dividing, both Drag and Albion together with other past possessor also facepalm themselves hearing that. Vali and others. Looking at Issei with deadpan face, thinking totally dense this idiot is. Sirzech. Chuckle heartily. Well, seems this is finally over. How's your opinion on this rating game between my sister and Sona? Issei-san. Vali-san. Issei. Good, despite some of their move are still green, this battle show how much they are striving to improve themselves. Azazel. Sue, who do you think could be an MVP in this match? Ollie. Both Eris are the MVP for sure, considering that they have shown tremendous growth for sure since we last see them fight Kakabiel while in boosted gear. Greg. Raise eyebrows fight. Pretty sure they're being massacred one-sided by him from what I remember. Making other past possessor laughing their ass off hearing Drake comment, especially Belzard. Albion. Never thought I gonna say this, but your other self got zero chill. Drake. Shrugs. I don't know, it was other me not me. Both Tannan and Vritra shaking head amused watching Drake and Albion banter. Back to present Issei. And two other MVP are Genshiru-san and Kiba-san. Both of them know their own weakness and tried to remedy that during this match. Odin. Caressing his beard nodding in agreement. Both of you are right, 4 of them deserve to be an MVP in this match, anyone agree? With everyone giving a nod. Sirzech. Well, seems like we have nothing to do, everyone can go to enjoy themselves on the food we have prepared for everyone now. Pardon me, I have somewhere to go, teleport away and hurry. Seraphil. Me too, I also got somewhere to go. Oh, before that, thank you for coming to join us watching So-chan and Rias-chan match Issei-chan. But Seraphil goes towards Issei, glumping him, putting his face on her bosom for a little bit before step back grinning while sporting a blush on her cheek. Well, many men are jealous with Issei luck, having managed to feel Seraphil ample bosom, while Rossweisse unconsciously narrow her eyes towards Seraphil after see her glumping Issei. Seraphil. By Issei-chan waving towards Issei before teleport away with Issei, also return the wave. Azazel. Together with Odin goes towards Issei grinning, so how soft was it? Issei. Raise an eyebrow while giving confused look. Soft, what? Odin. I mean her chest, of course. Rossweisse. Odin Sama, it was improper to ask that. Issei. Thinking a bit before replying with serious face, wasn't every people chest feel the same? What's the difference? While everyone else are stunned hearing the unexpected answer before a loud slap echoes across the room showing Vali, who already facepam himself hearing that. Ollie. Muttering, this damn dense harem protagonist. While everyone else wordless leave the room to go to another room for the prepared banquet burr, not before taking back the throne for themselves to use as a seat. Screen close. Skeeth. Getting up, stretching, followed with others that do the same. Well, that was it for viewing today. How was it, everyone? Any opinion to share? Sona. It's weird seeing myself choose the way to fight like that. Rias. Nodding it is ... When thinking about it, my other self was right, that wearing our own school uniform heading to battle was kinda detrimental to us. Guess it's time to change my outfit, with Sona also nodding in agreement. Skeeth. Is that so? Anyway, you all take care then, do your own thing, I got somewhere to go for a while. Start leave towards the door before stopping and look at Zeodicus, Lord Citri and Lord Phoenix. You 3 have my condolences, may your hip survive. Leaves. But the 3 of them frozen still from the where they are standing, feeling their wife hugging them from their back while breathing heavily and make this expression. Then Alana, Lady Citri, Lady Phoenix. Dear, it's been a while since we do that. Shall we? Licking their husband ear, making them blush and instantly get an erection, feeling horny from their wife action. Zeodicus, Lord Citri, Lord Phoenix. No pain no gain even if my hips fail me. May the power of horny bless me. Instantly turn back, scooping their wife onto their arms and rushing towards their own room, shutting the door tight with a slam. But every other parents finally brought their hands up from covering their confused children eyes. Milika's. What just happened, father, mother? Sirzech. Chuckle nervously while ruffle Milika's hair. Nothing, son, want to play games with Uncle Issei. Making Milika's brighten up before nodding rapidly. Issei. Come on Milikas, let's go. Goes to game room followed with others. Ep 33 advice and reunion. Scene change. One of the parts of Skeeth Domain Stadium Arena. Scene showing all people that Skeeth and Corbenik has saved before are sitting in their respective seats at the stands, are watching the climax of duel between either and Ritsuka and finals of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Tournament Championship. Skeeth. Together with Corbenik wearing a suit and talk through their own microphone. Alright folks, this duel is getting intense here. Seems like the newcomer Ritsuka Fujimaru managed to surprise us again. Indeed, sure, he just started dueling recently before joining this tournament, but this tournament, Dark Horse managed to surprise us over and over again. Corbenik. Both him and other Dark Horse contestant Romani Archiman was instant favorite in this tournament, ending with both duels against each other in the semi-finals, and our contestant Ritsuka Fujimaru managed to prevail and move to the finals to duel against our king of duelist here, Skeeth. And let's not forget to give an applause to our other semi-finals contestant Shiru Amiya here. Use his hand point to Shiru, who in the stands waving back to others, smirking that nearly defeat our king of duelist here. But enough said, let us focus now on the duel. Corbenik. Will the king of duelist either be successful to defend his title or it will be taken away by our resident Dark Horse Ritsuka Fujimaru? Skeeth. Without further ado, let us continue watching them duel. Let us see who shall be blessed by the heart of the cards. With everyone attention are focused in the middle of the stadium watching the climax of the duel. Either LP 1000, Ritsuka LP 20,000, Fitaro. Oh man, this is getting intense. I can't believe it myself that Ritsuka managed to reduce either San life point that low. Ichika. You're right, none of us ever managed to drop either life points past below 3000, except Shiru-san, who managed to make either life points drop below 1000 life points. Zareth. Chuckle indeed, since either already sealed off his Exodia deck, we stand a chance now to duel against him, with others nodding in agreement while also shivering from PTSD after got small flashback from getting 0-turn kill by either every time with his Exodia deck. Natsu. Come on Ritsuka, beat his ass, avenge us, waving large flag with Ritsuka face on it with fervor. Ramani. Come on Ritsuka, I know you can do it, together with Olga shouting words of encouragement to Ritsuka. Ranma. Go Ritsuka. Sato. Grin in excitement, man. Is this it, the day someone will manage to defeat either San? Shiru. Honestly, I'm surprised that he managed to reach this point of reducing his life point while also increase his own to that amount. Frown a bit, but Peter. The situation wasn't what it seems, right Shiru? With both him and Shiru noticed either smirking face and wonder what would happen next. Back with either and Ritsuka. Either. Heh, color me impressed Ritsuka, you're the first one after Shiru that managed to reduce my life point up to this point, looking over at 3 Cyber End Dragon that was summoned by Ritsuka with impressed look. Cyber End Dragon, Light, level 10, Machine Fusion Effect, ATK, 4000, F2800. Cyber End Dragon, Light, level 10, Machine Fusion Effect, ATK, 4000, F2800. Cyber End Dragon, Light, level 10, Machine Fusion Effect, ATK, 4000, F2800. Ritsuka. Rub his nose, grinning. Thank you for the compliment either San, alright then, go and finish this match. My Cyber End Dragons triple eternal evolution burst. The 3 Cyber End Dragons charging their own attack before launching it towards either, who only has 1 set card on the field and no monster to defend himself. Back to the stands. Olga. Roman, did you see that? Did you see that? Ritsuka-kun gonna win with her attention solely focused on the duel, while her other hand that was gripping Ramani's shirt, excitedly shaking the poor doctor that already turned blue on his face from constantly being shaken back and forth. Ramani. See that plesh stop shaking me, but his plea got ignored by the overexcited Olga, while others only give poor Ramani pitying looks. Back to either and Ritsuka. Either. Chuckle with a smirk, are you sure about that? Ritsuka. Huh. Either. I activate my trap card, 0 gravity. Now your 3 Cyber End Dragons are forced to defense position, thus negating their attacks. Hit everyone eyes, all 3 Cyber End Dragons are being forced to defense position. Ritsuka. I thought I got him. Noticed how he has no card in his hand to set spell or trap card to his field to defend himself, and how either has 5 cards in his hand. I end my turn. Either. I believe in the heart of the cards or no turn draw. Now I activate Pot of Greeted. Let me draw another 2 cards into my hand, draw another 2 cards before start chuckling after seeing his 7 cards in his hand. Sorry Ritsuka, but I believe that I'm gonna win this turn. While everyone else are shocked with either claim with how he gonna win in this turn despite Ritsuka high life points. Ritsuka. Gulping down saliva nervously, you're bluffing, right? Either. Still chuckling, I wish I'm not. Now prepare yourself Ritsuka. First I activate polymerization. I shall fuse 3 blue eyes white dragon in my hand, merging them into single ultimate being I fusion summon. Hit everyone eyes 3 blue eyes white dragon appear before flying up to the skies, flying inside the clouds and start fusing together. Back to the stands. Rito. Oh, this doesn't look good. Sato. Sure that either San are using one of his decks, but he never fuse his 3 blue eyes white dragon before when dueling against all of us. Ranma. I guess this must show how he respects Ritsuka as a duelist and decided to defeat Ritsuka with an overwhelming power. Kitaro. The thing is how he gonna do that with how Ritsuka currently has 20,000 life points. Ichika. And not to mention right now Ritsuka doesn't have any spell or trap card on his field to defend himself after either Sen used Harpy's Feather Duster to wipe out Ritsuka field on his previous turn, noticing how Ritsuka only has 3 Cyber End Dragons in defense position on his field to defend himself. Back to either and Ritsuka. Either. Behold, here comes the ultimate creature of unparalleled destructions that even the gods trembling in fear. Now show yourself Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. But the large ray of light fall down from the sky to the ground, showing the Blue Eyes Ultimate in its glory. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Light, level 12, Dragon Fusion, ATK, 4500, F3800, with everyone mouth gape in shock after seeing the monster. Shido. A level 12 monster. Get up from his seat in shock. Sukyun. Sweating a bit and with 4500 attack points, but how either San gonna win this turn. While Ritsuka already sweating after seeing the fearsome dragon looming over him while his 3 Cyber End Dragons growling in defiance against Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Ritsuka. Oh, this doesn't look good, but how you gonna win either San, you only has 1 monster. Either. Heh, when you ask, you shall receive. Take out one of the card from the remaining 3 cards from his other hand and show it to everyone to see and put the card on a slot of his dual disc. I activate the spell card Neutron Blast. With this spell card effect, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon I control can make a second and third attack during this turn, battle phase, and when it attacks my opponent. Wouldn't be able to activate card effects until the end of damage step. Everyone else. Nanny. Either. Now Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon destroy all of those 3 Cyber End Dragons Ultimate Burst. But Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon let out its attack, destroying all Ritsuka 3 Cyber End Dragons, leaving him defenseless, while also launching Ritsuka to his back from the shockwaves of the attacks. Ritsuka. Guaya. But Olga in the stands getting up from her seats, gasping in shock, worried for Ritsuka's safety. Olga. Ritsuka-kun tried to rush towards him, but stopped after Ramani stopping her and shaking his head to stop. What Olga gonna do? Ramani. Sorry Olga, you can't interrupt this duel. Olga. Biting her lips. But. Shiru. He's right, Ritsuka probably realized he gonna lose, noticing Ritsuka expression, but I'm sure he wanted to lose with honor. What you can do now is respecting his wishes. Olga. I see. You both are right. Looking back to Ritsuka in worry, thinking please be careful Ritsuka-kun. Back to Either and Ritsuka, but Ritsuka already getting up and go back to his previous position, preparing for the worst while grinning from excitement. Ritsuka. Oh man, I never thought that was possible. No wonder you make most of my cards are banished during the course of this duel. Either-san. Guess it's to be expected from the king of duelists now. Show me how you gonna win this duel, Either-san. Either. Very well, here's my next combo. Now I activate the quick play spell from my hand, Diffusion, on my Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to bring back 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon on my field. Put the quick play spell card on the dual disc slot. Did everyone eyes the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon let out loud roar before being covered in bright light before split into 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon that was roaring loudly, making nearly everyone else covering their ears from how loud it is. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Light. Level 8. Dragon Normal. ATK. 3000. F 2500. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Light. Level 8. Dragon Normal. ATK. 3000. F 2500. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Light. Level 8. Dragon Normal. ATK. 3000. F 2500. Ritsuka. Oh shit. Either. Now my Blue Eyes White Dragon's triple burst stream of destruction, but the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons let out their attacks to wide-eyed Ritsuka, who cover himself. Ritsuka. Gahurk. Ritsuka LP 20,000. Ritsuka LP 11,000. But Ritsuka still covered with soot from the attacks and struggling getting back to his feet while coughing. Ritsuka. Sure, all of this is hologram, but the after effect from the attack still bring pains after getting attacked. The guy that created this technology was a genius, looking at his dual disc in wonder and amazement, while thinking I bet Da Vinci would probably love to meet the creator of this dual disc and exchanges ideas between each other, chuckling thinking that it would be possible to happen. Either. Noticed Ritsuka was smiling in nostalgia before start thinking seems like he's starting to recover from his trauma. I still remember how dead his expression is when Skeith-san brought him here, frowning to think he was betrayed by those that claimed to love him. Ritsuka. Shaking his head from the nostalgia to focus on the duel. Sorry for getting distracted there Either-san. Anyway, I still got 11,000 life points left, but I guess that last card in your hands was the last key combo to end this duel, right? Point to one card that Either holds in his hand. Either. Yup, and now the card that shall decide the outcome of this duel brought the last card in his hand, pointing it to the sky, showing the card for everyone to see before putting said card to his dual disc slot. I activate the quick play spell Flash Fusion with this card. I confuse my 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons again, but at the expense of Fusion Monster will be destroyed at the end phase. But the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons let out a loud roar before flying up to the skies above the clouds and start merging into single being again. Ritsuka. But. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon only has 4500 ATK points, and without the previous spell card to make it attack 3 times, it can only attack 1 time only. While others in their seats also talking with each other in confusion after get the same conclusion like Ritsuka, except Skeith and Corbenik that already realized what monster Either gonna summon. Skeith. Chuckling, he gonna summon that Shaking head, amused to think that Either would accidentally think and use of one of our own favorite combo. Corbenik. Guess the world is small place, chuckle. Tsukasa. Appear from Aurora curtain. No. Seems like I nearly missed the whole tournament, so currently this is the final, right? With Skeith and Corbenik nodding, making him chuckle. Well, I'll ask you 3 later, then take a seat. Back to Either and Ritsuka. Either. Oh, I wasn't gonna summon the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon this time though. Ritsuka. Gulping down saliva nervously before asking, so what you're gonna summon then? With Either chuckle a bit before replying. Either. Open and feast your eyes upon the unparalleled dragon of destruction in its fully evolved form and glory. I fusion summon now, come forth and show yourself before everyone's eyes, and let them be in awe upon your magnificent might and splendor that was capable to make even the gods tremble again in terror. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. But the bright ball of light fall down from the sky at high speed to the ground behind either back and revealing the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon that spread out its wings while roaring loudly, making Ritsuka and those in the stands watching cover their ears and bracing themselves from the unexpected wind pressure. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Light. Level 12. Dragon Fusion Effect. ATK. 4500. F3800. With everyone that was watching except Skeeth, Corbenik and Tsukasa, who was eating potato chips watching, are stunned after seeing the new monster. Ramani. Neo. Peter. Blue Eyes. Shiru. Ultimate. Olga. Dragon. Ranma. Yu. Sato. Gata. Kitaro. B. Rito. Kidding. Kurito. Me. Natsu. Get up from his seat shouting, oh come on, how many boss monster he have, huh? The previous one already strong enough, this is bullshit. Zeref. Together with Mavis struggling to make Natsu go back to his seat. Natsu, calm down. Back to either and Ritsuka. Ritsuka. Don't tell me that this one can attack 3 times, right? Either. Indeed, now I'll tell you one of it effects at the end of the damage step. If this is the only face-up card I control, and this fusion summoned card attacked, I can send one Blue Eyes fusion monster from my extra deck to the graveyard, and this card can attack again in a row. I can use this effect of Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon up to twice per turn. Now Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon Hyper Ultimate Burst. Ritsuka. Buck let out a scream after being attacked, making him nearly drop to his knees. Garg. Ritsuka LP 11,000. Ritsuka LP 6,500. Either. Here's another Hyper Ultimate Burst. Send out a copy of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to graveyard. Ritsuka. Arg, unable to hold out and being rendered to his knees. Ritsuka LP 6,500. Ritsuka LP 2,000. Either. And the final Hyper Ultimate Burst. Send out another of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon card to graveyard. Ritsuka. Oh well, I tried my best, thanks for the duel. Either sent chuckle before being engulfed with the attack, making him scream out in pain, launching him back several feet away, temporarily making him unconscious. Ritsuka LP 2000. Ritsuka LP 0. Skeeth. Alright folks, guess we already have our winner here. Let us bring a round of applause to our reigning champion who managed to defend his title and showing us such splendid duel. Corbenik. And let us not forget to give a round of applause too to our runner-up Ritsuka Fujimaru too for showing us such splendid display of skills during the course of tournament. But everyone else gave a loud applause except Olga, who already jumped over the rail of the stand heading towards Ritsuka. Olga. Ritsuka-kun arrived besides him and proceeds to cradle head on her lap, looking over him in worry. Ritsuka-kun. Ritsuka-kun. Are you alright? Can you hear me? Ritsuka. Slowly open his eyes while still delirious and look above him, showing distressed Olga, who was shedding a tear. Such a beautiful angel. Please don't cry, it doesn't suit your beautiful face. Slowly use his hands to wipe out the tear from Olga's eyes. While Olga's face instantly blushing red after being called beautiful angel by Ritsuka, who was half conscious. Olga. Kaiaya instantly push Ritsuka to the ground from embarrassment, making him yelp in pain and fall unconscious again. Yep, I'm sorry Ritsuka-kun, I'm sorry. Start fussing over Ritsuka for her blunder, while everyone else that was watching can't help but give a nod of respect to Ritsuka. Kitaro. What a chatty, make her blush easily just like that. Kurito. Yep, totally smooth move on his part. Mavis. All that was so sweet, gushing over Ritsuka and Olga interaction like a schoolgirl. Sato. He might have lost the duel but he won something else. In meantime, give thumbs up. Sukyun. A legend, give out a salute of respect to Ritsuka followed by others. Zeref. Heh, anyway that was an interesting duel to see. Chuckle. Ramani. Yeah, never thought that either. San gonna pull off that combo at the end of the duel. Guess I can see why he's called the king of duelists, huh? Peter. And I got a feeling that he has countless of deck more on his person that he haven't shown yet to all of us. Shiru. Well, no use thinking over it, let's get ready for prize giveaways then. After some time with Ritsuka finally woken up with bandage over his head trying to console teary-eyed Olga, who was still guilty for her blunder. Shido. Ugra right in the Kokoro gripping his chest. Rito. I think I just got diabetes from how sweet their interaction is. Ichika. You're right, I think I just got it too, using a tool and noticed the sugar content in his blood spiking up. After another amount of time for prize giveaways with everyone currently watching either Ritsuka, Shiru and Ramani, who was first, second, third and fourth place on a pedestal, being given a medal by Skeeth with either being platinum, Ritsuka being gold, Shiru being silver and Ramani who was bronze. Alright, now that we are finally done giving away the medals, here comes the prize for the first place to fourth place show Corbenik, who came to bring 4 briefcase, giving it to either Ritsuka, Shiru and Ramani, who gratefully accepted their prize. Corbenik. Inside the briefcases was several custom-made decks for random archetype for the rumored synchro summon that you all have been hearing about, and, as you all guessed, a booster pack related for synchro summon is officially released today. While others that was watching talking excitedly with each other feeling hyped up to try synchro summoning. Skeeth. And as per another rumor you all have been hearing, a new way of duel will be implemented that was called turbo duel, where you all would be dueling while riding a duel runner. But no need to worry folks, you all can also duel normally if you wanted to, if you all felt like it. Every duelist will be given their own prototype duel runner, where they can adjust and design it to their own liking. The duel runner will be sent at everyone home tomorrow morning. Skeeth. Seeing that we have nothing more to say, this Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Tournament Championship are over, please wait for the next tournament folks. With everyone else finally go back home leaving Skeeth, Corbenik and Tsukasa, who was walking on a path together to Skeeth house. Skeeth. Chuckle, well, finally finished up with the tournament. Tsukasa. Smirks, you purposely write the tournament scene longer as apologies to readers right for slacking off for a month, and it was already more than 3,000 words, am I right? Cue sounds of fourth wall breaking making others' eye twitches before repairing the fourth wall. Skeeth. Roll eyes, yeah, you're right, and I admit I got carried away writing the scene and I haven't done the reaction episode yet. Well, you can't blame him, though it was fun seeing Skeeth get carried away writing while he's squirming, thinking how to write reaction to DXH verse part. Corbenik. Give deadpan look, you're just plain sadist, aren't you? Tsukasa. Cracking neck before suddenly frowning, well. Guess I gotta go now, there's tons of several universes pop up that needed to be destroyed, make a face of disgust, knowing what kind of worlds he need to destroy. Skeeth. Get serious, after I am done with this episode and a certain business, the three of us will go help you eradicate those universes, with Grimlook nodding together with and Corbenik knowing what universes Tsukasa was talking about. Tsukasa. Shrugs, no need, I can handle it anyway, thanks for the videos of the tournament, I'll watch it later. Leave the Aurora curtain. Let out Issei, seriously, can't he just accept our help? Corbenik. Nah, who cares, he gonna receive our help whether he wanted or not. Shrugs. Skeeth. Nodding, indeed he suffered long enough, especially after he find out that those kinds of universes exist. Noticed his house. Seems like we finally arrived, let's go then. The three of them finally gone inside the house to entertain the Xcast with next episode. Scene change, Skeeth house training area, but Skeeth and Corbenik reached the training area feeling that all Xcast was here. Scene showing Xcast was currently just finished up their own training and noticed their hosts and greet them. Issei. Oh Skeeth-san, when did you come back? Skeeth. Just now, seems like you all been training hard, huh? Vali. Yeah, it's better for us to train now to prepare for the future, with others nodding in agreement. Tannan. And honestly all of us feel grateful being shown the alternate universe. Michael. It was a humbling experience seeing new things that we will never seen in our lifetime. Azazel. Most importantly, look now, my bro Michael finally got buff a little bit, instead being lanky all the time laughing, well Michael who was blushing red being pointed out, while others chuckle with Azazel's statement. Sirzech. And it seems that San and Corbenik-san would join us this time. Yup, anyways all of you go take a bath or something, you all reek of sweat. Corbenik. The three of us will whip out some food for all of you in meantime, with Xcast nodding in agreement before leaving to refresh themselves while Skeeth and Corbenik head towards the kitchen cooking some food. After everyone done eating and do their own dishes they head towards viewing room for next viewing. Skeeth. Alright, here goes, then point the remote to the screen. Screen open. Scene change, Underworld Hospital. Scene showing Issei Vali Odin, Rossweisse Azazel, Sirzech Grayfia and Serafal in a big infirmary room containing both Citri and Gremory peerage with Odin, just finished up his speech to both peerage. Serafal. This another change, I think. I wonder why the hospital staff and our other cell thinking to put all of them in the same room. Bajuka. My guess, seeing that most of them are injured and Rias doesn't have Asia and Issei in her peerage, our other self, thought it would be good idea to put them in same room so that it easier for Odin Sama with other Issei and Vali to see them to save time. Azazel. I guess it might be the case. After Sirzech done giving a badge to Rias, Sona, Saji and Yudo. Sirzech. Issei-san, Vali-san, do both of you have any words to all of them? Gesture to both peerage with each of the members of both peerage look forward in anticipation. Vali. Shrugs, I'll let Issei handle that, he probably say the same thing I gonna say. Issei. Slowly turn to Vali with deadpan look, you're one lazy bastard, aren't you? Vali. He do a silly me gesture while sticking out his tongue. Meanwhile inside the room was in chaos. Issei. It's cursed, why did other Vali do that gesture? Desperately trying to claw his eyes out. Iku. Book, it totally doesn't suit him, I need a memory bleach right now, even a memory erasing spell would suffice. Run to nearest wall, banging his head on it with several other people, also decided to do the same. While Kuroka and Kaneko literally hissing in their seat after watching the image. Arthur. Pardon me, I'm gonna go to the bathroom to throw up, face already turned green from disgust. Or. I think I gonna join you. Baldur and Vider. Same with us. While most of Xcast join Arthur to throw up in the bathroom. Albion. I has no words to say, totally speechless. I gonna take a breather for a while, leave the room with imaginary rain clouds raining above his head. After everyone done came back inside their room, they noticed Vali, who was silent, and upon looking closer they noticed Vali, who has dead expression, and decided to leave him alone. Issei. My ass, don't do that expression again, it's disgusting. Suddenly appear behind Vali back before proceeds to do a suplex at him, burying him halfway inside the floor. With others sweat drops seeing Vali and Issei antics, and depressed Albion, who was inside the divine dividing, was consoled by previous past possessor. Issei. Getting up, coughing a bit anyway, just ignore the idiot, with Vali getting up unharmed with a grin, making Issei let out exasperated sigh anyway. First, all of you have done well, you all have improved considerably since the battle against Kakabiel, especially Rias-san, Sona-san, Genshiro-san and Yudo-san. First I shall address to both Sona-san and Rias-san, you two decided to not be reliant on your bloodline abilities that I can respect. For Genshiro-san, you decided to learn from scratch of close quarters combat while implementing your sacred gear abilities and also improve your own body condition, knowing you would most likely be on frontline most of the time, so keep up the good work. In meantime, just try to work out your reaction speed and make sure your own body can keep up with your own reaction speed to prepare for future battles. Well, with Yudo-san, I commend you decided to polish your own sword technique and body resilience while not completely be reliant to your own holy demonic sword, and it was a good thing. For now, try to increase your body endurance first. What good power and speed as if you get taken out in one hit, right? But four of them nodding, hearing the advice. Rias. Yeah, you're right sensei, I was totally ignorant before. The battle between you and Kakabiel have truly opened our eyes. Sona. Rias right back then, I was totally focused on my own strategy where I neglect other aspect in battle. Issei. Nodding, what I can say is, your own current training and fighting style right now is already good, just a suggestion, try to make your own style out of it, with both Rias and Sona nodding in agreement. Rias and Sona. Our own style, huh? Thinking deeply. Genshiro. Start pondering a bit. For now I need to train those two aspect, huh? Okay, I got it sensei, I do my best. Give determined look. Udo. So for now I need to train more on my endurance and sword technique, especially on endurance, right sensei? Issei. Nodding, indeed, and the same can be also to be said to all of you. Try to train your endurance more to last longer in battle, looking over to both peerage, making them nod. Akeno. Brought her hand up with Kaneko following suit. Do you have any advice for both me and Kaneko-chan sensei? Issei. I can see that you both are currently just starting to use your own natural abilities. Try to keep it up, you two already do good work with what you both are currently doing right now. Just small advice that can be applied to all of you. Try to hold back from explaining your own technique to your opponent. Next, who knows if your opponent can formulate a plan in middle of the battle to counter against you, and always keep your guard up even if your opponent are heavily injured, with both peerage nodding, especially Kaneko, who rubbing her head feeling embarrassed remembering her fight with Genshiro. Oh, nearly forgot, from what I observe Akeno-sen, I notice that you only make use of bishop trait to help you in battle. Try to make sure that you don't neglect the rook trait too, with Akeno nodding serious. Odin. Indeed, the young man is right, it was dangerous mistake by explaining your technique to your opponent and letting your guard down just like that, and only use one ability without considering other is foolishness. Kaneko. Very well, I will keep the advice in my mind. Issei sensei. Odin-sama. Akeno. I agree with Kaneko-chan, I will also do the same. Issei. Turn to Zenobia. Then Zenobia-san, my advice to you right now is try to at least keep a cool head in battle as much as possible. I can see that you cared for your comrades, seeing how you are angry with Gasper being taken out early, but your opponent you will face in the future would probably exploit that. Then another small advice is try to learn how to hold back your attack at last possible moment when suddenly encounter an unknown factor like Tsubaki-san's sacred gear. Meditation can help with that. Zenobia. I see you are right sensei, I will try to implement meditation in my training routine from now on to fix my glaring weaknesses. Zenobia. I should probably do the same too. Other Issei is right. Issei. Then for you Gasper-san, what I can say is, currently you are a bit more resistant to vampire weakness compared to other normal vampire. To fix your weaknesses against garlic, Mew recommendation is start thinking. Ollie. I got an idea, how about make every food you eat from now on are infused with garlic, and the bloody drink would also added garlic extract. Then make every clothes he wear from now on are also made of garlic. But Gasper literally gone ghostly pale white hearing the suggestion and getting more paler seeing everyone else considering the suggestion. While Gasper in the room was also in same condition while feeling sorry for his counterpart and also let out small whimper seeing how he is also considering it. Issei. For once in a while your idea could work, let's go with that. Turn to Rias-san, I'm sure you can take care of the suggestion. Rias. Indeed, this could help Gasper in the future, I can do that. Ollie. Don't forget to make sure he train his endurance too, he need it, with Rias nodding in agreement. Issei. Turn to Tsubaki now then. Tsubaki-san, what I can see from the rating game, you already have your groundwork solid. What you need to work up is to polish your combat skills. While your sacred gear abilities was powerful, it would be useless if your opponent can ignore the counter-attack against them and broke through the mirror. With Tsubaki nodding in agreement, remembering her battle against Udo, what I can recommend when using your sacred gear is be prepared to jump back when your sacred gear absorb your enemy attack instead of waiting, and be sure your sacred gear abilities will work every time to avoid such scenario. Tsubaki. Give respectful bow. I'll keep your advice in mind, sensei. Issei. Then Ruruko sent Tsubasa-san. Tomo-san, my suggestion is try not to receive your opponent attack head on as much as possible and try train on how you can make energy barrier covering your body as extra protection if you're unable to evade in time. And like my suggestion to Genshiro-san, train your reaction speed too, with 3 of them nodding in agreement. Well, Momo-san and Rias and I commend you both on your team up with Akeno-san, but try build up your arsenal more with both of them also nodding in agreement. Ali. In a nutshell, when in battle, try not to speak too much with your opponent if possible, cause we live in reality though not an I'm. Issei. Raise an eyebrow. Where the heck did you come up with that analogy? I never know. Sirzech. That was well-sounded advice there, Issei-san, with Grayfia nodding in agreement. Are you speaking from experience, perhaps? Issei. Nodding. Yeah, when I and Vali was younger, both of us also make same mistake too, back then learn it the hard way many times over. Sighing. It's a miracle how both of us still alive though. Vali. Yeah, both of us literally got demolished when fighting an opponent that literally give no nonsense in a fight back then, even it was just a spar. Rossweisse. If I may ask, who did you both fight before? Issei. Let's just say it was someone that word restraint didn't exist in his vocabulary at all. Give deadpan look. Ali. Give faraway look towards the ceiling while muttering surpass your limits, he said. Rossweisse. I am sorry, it seems I accidentally brought back bad memories of you both. Issei. Nah, it's okay, it's already in the past. Serafal. Nina. Issei-chan, while Rias, Akeno and Kaneko unconsciously narrow their eyes with a way. Serafal calling Issei. Issei. What is it? Serafal. I noticed that you tend to advise them with endurance training. Why was that? Issei. Oh, there's a certain idiot that was stupidly durable. Ali. Yep, the guy literally tank an attack that can knock out a Dragon King level of opponent at point blank, while laughing in the face. Give deadpan look. Serafal. That guy must be strong if you say so. Issei. Indeed he is. Remember a certain 2 idiots sparring ending destroying an island from collateral damage. Sirzech. Chuckle. Well, I suppose we shouldn't take up your time anymore, let us send you back to human world then. Issei. Thank you for the hospitality, Sirzech-san. After a certain amount of time with Azazel, Sirzech, Grayfia, Serafal together with Gremory and Citri group send off both Issei and Vali back to human world via teleportation circle. Scene change. Random alley in Kuo town, but both Issei and Vali finally appear from teleportation circle before stretching. Vali. Whew, finally done. Shame both Sererg and Razor unable to join us. Issei. Yeah, both of them have their own rating game to do, let's go with both of them start to walk home. Ali. Only several days left before end of summer break, huh? How's your work as teacher to Issei? Issei. Same as usual though, just some occasional feeling where I got feeling of being observed every time I work, especially by female students. Greg. Anyway, don't you both want to bring some souvenir for everyone at home? Pretty sure they would appreciate it, especially the girls. Albion. Yeah, I heard there's a new restaurant being opened when we came back from our trip. Ali. Well, what you're waiting for, Issei? You heard them, let's go start dragging Issei to the said restaurant. Scene change. Haidu household. After both Issei and Vali finally came back home and being greeted by everyone else in the house and start enjoying the treats brought back by Issei and Vali on the living room. Issei. Noticed the girl's bright expression. I noticed you girls been happy lately since 4 of us came back from our trip. What happened? Rainer. Well, Issei-kun, 2 female singer from America that form an idol group just announced several days ago that they gonna visit Japan for a concert. Rainer. Gasp while looking hopeful. Could it be? Well, Kalwerner and Middled also make same expression like Rainer. Issei. There's a singer you're fan of, Rainer. Kalwerner, Middled. Rainer. Nodding happily with Kalwerner and Middled. Yeah, they really have a nice song, you would totally love their song too, Issei-kun. Issei. Now I'm curious. Asia. Yeah, Rainer Nisama together with Kalwerner Neeson and Middled Nietzsche also introduced me to them. I also love their song. Asia. I'm also curious too about the idol group. Bakabiel. Oh, they must be talking about that group. They're right, they really have good song, even I can feel the singer passion for their song with Donasik nodding in agreement. Bakabiel. I agree with my other self, I also know what they're talking about. But Azazel and together with other leaders of Grigori turn their heads looking at Bakabiel in disbelief. Bakabiel. Raise an eyebrow. What, even I can appreciate a good song? Who? Do you think I am some kind of thick-headed idiot? NMU? Well, it was honestly weird that statement came out from you of all people. Armrose. Yeah, and your image you build when you're pretending to be warmongering maniac didn't help too. Vocabial. Roll eyes, oh whatever. Halwerner. They gonna do a concert at Tokyo in 2 days, talking excitedly. Middled. Could you bring us there during the concert, Issei-kun? The girls. Please see. Issei. Chuckle, well, we have a week left before the end of summer break, let's start packing up and go to Tokyo tomorrow. But the girls literally let out loud cheers hearing the news. And suddenly the house doorbell ringing with Issei, Vali, Drake and Albion noticed several familiar presents outside the door. Issei. This presents. Don't tell me. Vali. Grins, oh huo, this is quite unexpected, never thought that they would suddenly come to Japan to visit us. Donasik. Seems like we got some guest, let me go attend to them, about to stand up, but stopped after both Issei and Vali shaking their head. Issei. It's okay, let us greet them instead. Vali. Those people outside are some people we knows. But both Issei and Vali goes to the front door, opening it, revealing several people they know, making them smile. Issei. Oh, it's you guys, come in. Vali. Oh man, this is quite the surprise, when did you guys come to Japan? Malaysia, Rainer, Kalwerner and Middle, who was curious who the guests that visit the house and follow both Issei and Vali to see the guests, are shocked with one of their hands, are shakily point to two people of the guests, the first and the second of the picture. Asia. Am I dreaming right now? Rainer. It's them, Cheryl, Gnome and Rankali. Kalwerner. In the flesh, and they're here. In front of us. Middle. If this is truly a dream, I don't want to wake up now. But four of them fall unconscious with happy faces after seeing both of the idols they was a fan of. But the same thing happened to Rainer, Kalwerner and Middle, too, in the room for a while before they woke up feeling embarrassed for their shameful display. Azazel. Whistle, impressed, damn. I never thought that other Issei and Vali know such famous people like those two, and also others who accompanied them. Issei. Who are the others, sensei? Azazel. Oh, they're part of Special Elite Squad of Air Fighter Force in America, led by Ozma Lee, who adopt Ranko Lee and Breer Lee as his younger siblings. Well, the purple-haired girl was one of Cheryl, Gnome and Ranko Lee manager. Sirzech. Indeed, and I thought that there's nothing new to surprise us anymore. After done bring the guest in and the girls finally woke up and squealing in happiness after received the signature from the idols they're fan of, making their eyes literally star-eyed from how excited they are. Rainer. Moo, I'm so jealous of my counterpart, they got to meet them in person and receive their signature, pouting together with Kalwerner and Middle. Asia. Ooh, I never thought that I would receive the signature from Cheryl-san and Ranka-san, hugging the signature close to her chest. Rainer. Nodding, feeling giddy it is, more importantly turned to Issei and Vali, especially Issei, giving him a pout. I don't know Issei-kun and Vali-san, know both Cheryl-san and Ranka-san, but Kalwerner and Middle nodding in agreement. Cheryl. Chuckle, well, seems like he's still the same like before, not bothering about popularity and fame, so that's why he doesn't think it was important to tell everyone about it. Alto. No matter how much time passed, he's still the same since the university days, huh? Michael Blanc. Turn to Vali, guess he's still reserved and being a lone wolf like usual, right? Vali. Yeah, he is. Ranka. Giggle, Issei, sense still the same he. Vocabial. Pardon me for asking, but how are all of you know each other? Vali. Well, all of them was our senior during our time studying in the university. Well, they point to Cheryl and Ranka are engaged to him, point to Alto. Cheryl. And I take it upon myself treating both of them as my surrogate little brothers, giving a grin while ruffling both Issei and Vali hair. Issei. Sighing a bit while his hair still get ruffled, making Vali chuckle, oh come on Nissan, I think that's enough though for ruffling my hair. Cheryl. Nope, it's been a while since I ruffle your hair, grin, so I gonna enjoy it. Vali. Just give up, Issei, Nissan won't stop even if you ask her, and you know it, chuckle after see Issei let out a defeated sigh. Drayfia and Lavinia. Unconsciously narrow their eyes while let out small mutter unnoticeable to cast Nissan, huh? Skeeth. Chuckle, guess they're jealous. Clan. Ha 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 ha, it's been a while since I see this again, turn to Drake and Albion, it's been a while, Drake-san, Albion-san. Albion. Indeed, and it seems both of you already tied the knot, noticed the matching ring on Michael and clan ring finger. Drake. Ha, I know you two would end up together, so who confess first? Brera. Chuckle, both confess at the same time, I still remember when that happens. Donasik. Wait, don't tell me that they know about looking at the other group before, turn to Drake and Albion. Issei. As you guessed, they know about Supernatural World too. Vali. And they also know about Sirzech Grayfia and Ravel too. Roygun. Since they know about Supernatural World, I hope they have some defensive measures to protect themselves, am I right? Indeed, other Issei and Vali teach them a bit in case to protect themselves, but since the counterpart of them in the world you all came from doesn't meet Issei and Vali, they doesn't know about Supernatural. Sikvera. I see. Vocabial. Who, this is quite surprising, never thought that they would know about Supernatural World too, if I may ask, how did all of you know? Greg. Hahaha, it was actually a blunder on Issei party wasn't careful enough and flew to the campus and land on the rooftop at the campus when he's overslept making him late and arrived during lunch break without noticing that all of them together with some others see him do that. They literally confront him after all class ended that day. Albion. Shaking head amused, not to mention that they recorded that in a video and you know how honest Issei is, so he ended up telling them about supernatural world and that's how they also know about us. While Issei blushing a bit, getting reminded of his blunder, making others chuckle seeing Issei being embarrassed. Issei. Coughing a bit, anyway I guess all of you are here in Japan was because of your upcoming concert in Tokyo. Ranky. Yep, me and Cheryl-san was gonna perform in Tokyo in next 2 days. Alto. And seeing how me, Michael Brera and clan are given some vacation, we decided to follow them. While in meantime, we also decided to visit you both before the concert starts. Michael Blanc. But still we are surprised hearing from Karasuma and Arena that you become a teacher, let alone at former all-girls school. Start grinning while wiggle his eyebrows and nudging Issei's sides. Pretty sure you got lots of admirers, Issei. Greg. Bahahaha, you're right, those schoolgirls are totally thirsty towards him. Well, the visiting group laughing after imagining that, while Asia, Rainer, Kalwerner and Middle pouting a bit, feeling a bit upset hearing that. Issei. Let out exasperated sigh, just ignore Drake, he's just joking, no way it's true. Vali and the visiting group give deadpan face hearing that. Visiting group. Thinking yep, still dense as usual. Mickey. Seems like they're really good friends to our son counterpart, right dear? Boru. Smile a bit here, I'm glad that even with our absence, our son counterpart managed to find good friends like them. Issei. Speaking of, how's Ozma-san? Alto. Oh, about him. Chuckle. Branka. Osman Iason and Catherine-san just got together again, giggle. Ali. Wait, really? When? Luca. It was a month ago, guess both of them still hold a feeling between each other, despite their previous breakup. Nanis. Luca-kun is right, I never thought that they would confess to each other again. Ali. Whispering with Alto, those two still hold feelings between each a. Stealthily point to Luca and Nanis. Alto. Whisper back, you're right, those two still trying to find the right time to confess. Michael Blanc. Join the whisper, want to help them confess their feelings with each other. Glasses shining. Vali and Alto. Still whispering, of course we will let out a grin. While Issei and Brera give deadpan look at three of them, feeling they are plotting something ridiculous. Issei. They are plotting something, I can feel it. Brera. What to expect, those three are idiots. Cheryl. Looking over at Kakabiel, Donasik, Rainer, Kalwerner and Middled, I'm sure that Asia-chan was a normal human and you five wasn't a dragon like Drake-san and Albion-san, right? Kakabiel. Nodding, yeah, we actually are fallen angels, brought out his wings with other four following suit. Branka. Whoa, this is the first time I seen a fallen angel wing up close, goes to Rainer, Kalwerner and Middled, may I touch them? Cheryl. Same with me, can I? Clan. Percupo, can I touch too? Nanis. I also wanted to touch too. With Rainer, Kalwerner and Middle nodding, feeling giddy that their idol wanted to touch their wings. Branka. So soft. Cheryl. Indeed, they are truly soft, thinking a bit before snap her fingers, grinning, I just got an idea for future concert. Plan. How now, I wonder what it is, I cannot wait to see it, grins. Branka. Together with Nanis already guessed what Cheryl idea is, guess we have to prepare for that, right, Nanis-chan? Nanis. Leave it to me. Branka. By the way, how did all of you meet with Issei-san and Vali-san? Together with the visiting group looking at Asia, Rainer, Kalwerner, Middled, Donasik and Kakabiel with curiosity. After the mentioned people tell the visiting group how they meet with Issei and Vali. Cheryl. Oh, you poor girls, together with Ranka clan and Nanis brought Asia, Rainer, Kalwerner and Middled into group hug. Luca. That was quite unexpected to think that even devils attend the school you're teaching, huh, Issei? Brera. As the saying goes, the hardest choice require the strongest wills, huh? Together with Alto, Michael and Luca give Kakabiel a look of respect. Kakabiel. It's okay, I already made peace with that. Issei. Speaking of, where are all of you staying, noticed it already sunset. Cheryl. Let out nervous laugh, actually we haven't reserved a hotel yet to stay tonight, we're about to search one to stay tonight after dawn, visiting you before going to Tokyo tomorrow to prepare for the concert. Ali. How about staying here tonight, all of you can save time from searching a hotel to stay, not to mention that you all can rest more. Branka. Percup, do you mean the diorama? Alto. Count me in, who gonna pass an extra vacation days? Clan. He glad I decided to follow you all's, grin. Ali. Chuckle, guess it's decided then. Cheryl. Nearly forgot our other reasons for coming here was to give you a VIP tickets for the concert, and seeing how there's several more of you, I'm glad that we prepared more extra tickets beforehand. Issei. Well thank you Nissan for the tickets, anyway you all can talk with each other in meantime I gonna prepare for dinner, get up heading towards the kitchen with the visiting group, secretly do a fist pump cannot wait to taste Issei cooking again after a long time. Scene showing Issei who was cooking occasionally let out a smile after looking at everyone else that was currently talking with each other, screen close, but everyone get up stretching after seating too long. Sirzech. Chuckle guess they also have another motive visiting Issei and Vali. Odin. Guess even them are charmed with other Issei cooking. Asia. Noticed Issei who was deep in thought what's wrong Issei-san. Issei. Oh, it's nothing wrong, it's weird that. Frown a bit. Udo. Are you thinking how Diodora haven't appeared yet compared to our world? But Asia starts shivering remembering what happened back then before being hugged by Issei and Rain are calming her down. Bulk's cast that know about what happened back then realized the difference of events before turning to our host. Corbenik. Let me explain in simple way, seeing how other Asia wasn't in Gremory peerage like yours, and her whereabouts wasn't completely known, except the select few Diodora have hard time to search for her, even though he knows that her last known location was on Kuo and he currently still searching for her, seeing how other Asia was under protection of other Issei. Diodora still haven't managed to find her. Issei. Let out breath of relief in a way I'm glad that my other self deliberately hide Asia existence against that bastard, while others in Gremory peerage nodding in agreement, and there's also other factor that make Diodora's search for Asia harder it will be shown in next viewing. Azazel. I wonder what is it think a bit before shrugging it off oh well no use pondering it would be revealed next viewing though. Skeeth. Well then we have some matters to attend you all go do your own thing in meantime walking towards the front door followed with and Corbenik before go inside a portal after leaving the house. Issei. Well, I'm gonna cook for dinner in the meantime goes towards the kitchen. While others cast go do their own thing except Shiva and Vishnu who are thinking about the way Skeeth and Corbenik leaving in hurry. Shiva. Something wrong with our host's posture today. Vishnu. You are right it seems they are tense today it was like during the time. But both remembered the time Skeeth was covered in blood where he said he destroyed Yandir and TR universe. Shiva. Could it be? Shake head nah, it's better to not put much thought about this matter. Vishnu. You're right anyway, want to go bowling? Shiva. Smirk sure may the best man win. But both shaking hands before heading towards bowling area. Ep 34 tricking the stalker trashing the trash ticker. Scene change unknown universe last planet. Scene showing Skeeth, Corbenik and Tsukasa in evil black hole form, currently killing people left and right on the last planet, the universe they was currently in. Skeeth. Flying around and use his arm piercing through the stomach of countless people before ripping them in two sheesh. Sometimes I wonder how did Tsukasa find all this kind of worlds all the time. Grab one of the people head ripping it out from the body with the spine still connected with the head and use the item he just got his makeshift spear, throwing it to incoming crowds of people heading towards them, making an explosion that can be seen across the planet. Better ask him but I guess the reason he came back from the dead was because of these kind of universe existing in the first place and how these universe can infect other universes with their corruption. Speaking of, this was the 9,744,536,531th universe we have purged right. Corbenik. Grab the one that tried to sneak on his back without looking by the throat before turning and rip the person in his grasp into two and throw the remains aside. Yep it was and was the last one, and every universe was corrupted beyond saving well Tsukasa do your thing then. Tsukasa. Sighing I tell you guys no need to help me, I'm used to it, besides everyone we destroyed all these time, since you guys helped me this time was small fry, though shrugs well better finish this fast. But four of them teleport out from the planet watching it from the space showing how the planet was reduced to a state where you can see the planet core and was moments away from explosion, before Tsukasa brought a card and put the card into a slot of his belt buckle. Final attack right evil. After the belt announcement Tsukasa starts summon countless amount black holes surrounding the planet, will also fill the entire universe with untold amount of black holes, making the entire universe collapse from black hole overload, while the four of them leave the Aurora curtain after make sure their work is done. Scene change outside of Skeeth house. But four of them came out from the Aurora curtain while Skeeth and Corbenik are covered in blood and guts from everyone they have killed. Skeeth. Snap his fingers cleaning the three of them, I still wonders how the hell you managed to stay clean the whole time Tsukasa. Tsukasa. Give a smirk trade secret. Tuckle before giving dark expression to think is. There's also a universe where everyone living in said universe practice a custom where after marriage, the husband have to watch his own wife having sex on the first night with any animal that the wife choose till pregnant and the husband have to raise the offspring all by himself after the wife done giving birth and divorce the husband. Corbenik. Oh that was the 6,383,574th universe if I remember and on the 25,574th universe we encounter was the universe that practice custom of instead of burying or cremate the dead the family members eat the deceased body instead and not to mention the first universe we purge eye twitching with disgust. Skeeth. let out disgusted expression. Don't remind me of the first universe we purged. To think that the food source of everyone in that universe that reached partial immortality was fresh fetus taken straight from mother womb, and worse, that the said mothers eat their own baby fetus with such joy and vigor. Gagging a bit, remembering when they arrive on the first universe they see the pregnant women eat their own baby fetus with the umbilical cord still connected with the said mother womb, with the said mother giving out expression of euphoria and ecstasy while eating their own offspring. While Corbenik and Tsukasa also gagging a little bit, remembering that scene, while also reminded seeing everyone in that universe do the same thing. Tsukasa. Anyway, thanks you three for the help. I gotta go somewhere now. Leave the Aurora curtain. Skeeth. Well, time to see what our guests are doing now. But the three of them go inside the house and notice several set of shoes belonging to people living in Skeeth domain. Pooh, how unexpected, never guessed they would visit this time. Corbenik shrugs. Guess they decided to tag along with them to hang around, my guess. After some time with the three of them arrived to where everyone are and noticed that Ranma currently was conversing with Issei, Vali and Seryerg about martial arts. Ichika and Kitaro was talking with Georg and Cao Cao about some things. Olga and Ritsuka, who was taking notes from Dulio, Lavinia and Lafay, feeling interested about their magic system that was different from their own world. While Shiru and Peter, who was chuckling amused watching Ramani, who was sweating bullets, being observed intently by older devils, fallen angels, together the angel and Seraph, thinking that for some reason Ramani looks familiar to them. Azazel. Hey Michael, do you also got the feeling that for some reason he looked familiar? Michael. Nodding. Yeah. I also got the same feeling. I'm sure that our fellow brothers and sisters feel the same too, with other angels and Seraph nodding in agreement. Metatron. Indeed, since we first meet him I also got the same feeling too. Sirzech. And for unknown reasons us devils has some nagging feeling that we should respect him no matter what. Pretty sure everyone else agreed with other devils together with the reincarnated devils nodding in agreement. Ramani. Thinking nervously, oh god. Not this again. For the love of ... I hope something will happen to distract them ... I don't want my actual identity got exposed. I'm done being worshipped. Skeeth. Chuckle, thinking a bit, well, better save him from the upcoming trouble, then shouting to the group, hey, we're back. But Xcast and the other guests turn towards our three hosts before greeting them, and after that everyone start heading towards kitchen to eat some food being cooked by Skeeth and head towards viewing room after done eating. Shiru. Chuckle, honestly it was really weird being told to wait for my food. Ritsuka. Yeah, knowing you Shiru-san, you would totally gonna cook in the kitchen. I'm surprised that you giving up the chance to cook in the kitchen. Ramani. Indeed, I'm also surprised seeing you giving up the chance to cook. Shiru. Well, was planning to, but I got a good deal from Skeeth-san in exchange for not cooking in his house. Start let out malicious chuckle, thinking about what he gonna do next, together with certain group that have a grudge against someone. While some others scooting away from Shiru feeling a bit disturbed from the chuckle. Ritsuka. Thinking, oh. Actually Satan are up to something again. Peter. Glanced towards Skeeth while wondering what deal he give to Shiru, making him let out a chuckle like that. I afraid to ask now. Skeeth. Well, here's go about to start the viewing before noticing someone knocking on the front door before getting up from his seat to receive the visitor. With everyone after waiting for a while the notice that Skeeth came back with either. Give a wave. Yo, been bored, decided to come visit you guys, hope I'm not intruding you guys. Issei. Oh, welcome. Either-san noticed that Oda, Takeda, Uesugi and Selwyn goes towards either, circling him, while Natsu jumped to either shoulder licking his cheek. He seems like they have taken a liking towards you since you came here previously. Either-san. Either. Well, good thing I have some treats in my pocket, brought out some treats, giving it to Oda, Takeda, Uesugi and Selwyn, and let out small chuckle seeing them eating the treats while scratching Natsu chin, making it let out a purr. Skeeth. Chuckle, well, seeing that everyone are ready, let's start the viewing. Point the remote to screen. Screen open. Scene change. Issei room, middle of the night. Scene showing Issei, who was talking to both Razor and Seryerg via magic circle with a screen split into two sections for three of them. Seryerg. Ooh, oh, so they come to Japan to visit you, Vali. Issei. Yup, even I'm surprised though. Razor. Chuckle, haha, seems like Cheryl's still the same as usual. Issei. Yep, she totally is. Speaking of, if I remember right, tonight was your exhibition rating game match, right? Seryerg. Yeah, was against the Glacial Bowl as representative tonight, wish me luck. Issei. Razor. Chuckle, ha, there's no need for Issei to wish you luck, it's better for Issei to wish your opponent luck considering your strength. While Seryerg let out sheepish chuckle from Razor's statement. Miss Law. I'm glad that even in another world my alternate son also found his friends to give her son a loving hug with Seryerg, also return the hug. Ramani. Thinking, guess. Every world have different circumstances. To think that another world, this is how my other self in that world 72 demon pillars looks like. Instead of familiars with system-like thought, they are self-aware individually and have their own society and civilization like a human. Now I wonder how my other self in that world was like. Issei. Anyway, who are you gonna fight? Razor. Actually, considering how there was an extra peerage, it was decided that one of them would get free pass not having to fight, and considering Razor have fought in several matches, before Razor would just sit back and watch instead. Sirzech. Give Razor dry look. You purposely lose our rock paper scissors match, right? Razor. Give a smirks. Razor admit as strong. Razor are Razor no, you are stronger than Razor. Sirzech. Besides, it's about time you show those pompous old fools your power, show them the strongest of young generation devil's might. Lady Phoenix. Let out small giggle. Honestly, it was still kinda hard to get used to seeing our son even if was alternate self act humble like this. Lord Phoenix. Same with me dear, guess meeting with Issei earlier brought positive changes to our son. But both husband and wife fondly glanced to their children's interacting between each other. Sirzech. Well, if you say so, thank you for the support. Razor. Haha, that's what a friend's for, right Issei? Issei. Nodding with a smile, indeed, show them what you got. Sirzech. Guess it's about time, I'm gonna go to sleep. Razor. Oh, don't forget to send others Razor regards, tell them we gonna join you guys tomorrow. Sirzech. Same with me. Issei. Gotta give thumbs up before dispersing the magic circle. Well, the scene now showing both Sirzech and Razor talking a bit. Sirzech. Razor. Something on your mind? Sirzech. I've been thinking about Diodora and Sikvara match, frowning in thought, but Sikvara gritting her teeth remembering her defeat against Diodora. Sirzech. Scratching his chin, a small change, seems like Sirzech match was the last one instead. Azazel. Shrugs, no use thinking about it, just small change. Razor. Narrow eyes a bit, oh guess you also have your own suspicion like Razor. It was a bit suspicious how he suddenly got such power up like that and defeat Sikvara easily like that. Could it be that he was involved with the organization that Kakabiel told us? Sirzech. It's a possibility, but we don't have enough evidence to confirm our suspicion now. Razor. Sighing, good thing that you suggest for us both to make a request to Sirzech Sama for us to distract Diodora from finding out Asia current whereabouts, with Sirzech nodding in agreement. Skeeth. Turn to Xcast, and this is the reason Diodora haven't managed to find Asia all this time. Issei. So was thanks to Sirzech and Razor. Both him and Asia turned to both them, giving a both thank you for helping my other self hiding Asia from Diodora. Razor. Shrugs, you're welcome, besides it was our other self that hid Asia's and whereabouts from Diodora's slimy hands. Sirzech. Chuckle, besides, you both should thank our other self, not us though. But both Issei and Asia let out sheepish chuckle, realizing that Sirzech was right. While the other guest that came to visit after hearing about Diodora made disgusted face, especially Ritsuka, who was thinking. Ritsuka. So that guy was obsessed with Nun. I wonder what would happen if he meet Kiara then, probably turn to New Leaf or kill himself. Olga. To think he deceived all his peerage members to join his peerage, those poor girls. Armani. Yeah, and from what we've been told, those poor girls already lost their own sense of self. Shake head in pity. Flashback start. Scene showing distressed Diodora, who was searching all over Kuo for Asia. Diodora. Damn it, Asia-chan, where's my Asia-chan? Roigun. What a creep. Ajuka. Rubbing forehead from headaches, now I feel embarrassed being related to him. But Sirzech pat Ajuka back to cheer him up, while Issei hugging scared Asia protectively while glaring at the screen, especially at Diodora face, with Natsu Oda Takeda Uesugi also growling after see Diodora face too, while Selwyn licking Asia cheek to cheer her up. Diodora. Noticed two magical circle appear near him and let out long groan after recognizing the magic circle. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Not again. This is the 10th time this week. But both Sirzech and Razor came out from their own magic circle with over-the-top friendly face and smiles before come towards Diodora, patting his back several times, making him stumble to his knees. But most cast make blank face after see Sirzech and Razor face on the screen. Great red. That was the most fakest friendly face and smiles I ever seen in my life. Sun Wukong. Yep, pretty sure that both of them are disgusted to act super friendly with him. Sirzech. Hahaha, Diodora, guess what? You got another special mission from Sirzech Sama again. Razor. And the mission this time is at the Ohio. Narrator. Welcome to Ohio. With everyone that was watching except the three hosts get unknown chills on their spine after hearing narrator voice. Either. With pale face, oh my god. He's doomed if the Ohio he gonna go is that Ohio. Kitaro. My god. If it was that Ohio. Shudders. Ranma. As brave as I am, like hell I'm gonna step into that place ever again, trembling from his memory. Ichika. Rocking back and forth in fetal position on his seat. Lalalala. Ohio is a happy place. Michael. You what do you mean by that either, San? Shem his eye. Now that I think about it, I never gone to Ohio in my life. With Xcast also realized the same thing, but others confused ones also turned towards Either, hoping he can shed some info about Ohio he was talking about and how he looks troubled thinking about it. Either. Reply with blank look no. All of you still innocent, please don't ask any more if all of you still cherish your sanity with Ranma, Kitaro and Ichika nodding rapidly trying to convince them but the confused ones nodding decided to heed the warning, especially after looking at Ichika who have traumatized look after being mentioned about Ohio. Shiru. Thinking while shuddering a bit why for some reason I rather get trolled by Zeltrich instead of going to Ohio. Idora. And what about you two? Razor. Oh we have another mission together at Washington though here's the coordinates of your mission, give the paper of the coordinates to Diodora. Diodora. Sighing if it was a special mission from Sirzech Sama I have no choice then I got somewhere to go first, before going to the mission leave via magic circle. Sererg. Glad that Sirzech Sama agreed to make the fake mission for Diodora. Razor. Indeed. A flashback in a flashback, scene change Sirzech office. Scene showing Sirzech and Grayfia who was puzzled with Sererg and Razor request. Sirzech. So you both are saying that I have to make a fake mission for Diodora may I ask why? Razor. Actually it was the matter about Asia Argento, from what we have found out, Diodora was the devil that Asia Argento heal and make her got banished from the church. Sererg. And we both suspect there's a foul play about that incident, there's no way that a high-class devil like Diodora would somehow get injured and appear on church vicinity, searching for help without the church noticing not to mention that all his peerage members are formerly nuns. But Griselda gritting her teeth remembering those poor nuns that got deceived by Diodora while Gabriel patting her back to calm her down. Michael. Turned to Sirzech speaking of Sirzech don't know what happened to Diodora former peerage members. Sirzech. Sighing they're still in rehabilitation and it was progressing well, but. Serafal. They refuse to go back to the church because they feel that they have betrayed church teachings for falling to Diodora tricks, now they are working on orphanage trying to redeem themselves. Michael. I see when we came back to our world, please tell them that they are always welcome back to church. Sirzech. Very well. Raphael. And once again we need to do full checkup on the church to find out any trace of corruption. Asko. I'll also help Raphael Sama. Build. Same with me. Sirzech. Narrow his eyes, so you both are saying that there's a mole on church side letting Diodora getting inside church vicinity to gather his peerage members all this time. But both Sererg and Razor nodding with Sirzech guess. Sererg. Besides, considering that Asia Argento was in Issei protection it would be total disaster though if Diodora somehow managed to trick Asia joining his peerage. Razor. Razor can attest to that Issei was really protective to those he held dear, remembering the time when he managed to arrive to the location Ravel was held captive when she got kidnapped, and see the aftermath of what happened big chance that Issei will held big dislike to devil faction if that happens. But both Sirzech and Grayfia thinking a bit before nodding agreeing with them. Grayfia. They are right Sirzech Sama, it's better if we agree with their request, it's not good to make an enemy to Issei-san and furthermore with Vali-san. Sirzech. Yeah my gut feeling telling me that it would be total disaster if it gonna happen, let's go with this plan and we also need to tell about the possible traitor to Lord Michael. But four of them are planning on how to trick Diodora. Azazel. Chuckle guess you managed to dodge a bullet there Sirzech. Sirzech. Chuckle yeah, considering from what we have seen so far and what we've been told, good thing my other self agree with their request. Ajuka. Not to mention that both Issei and Vali there was as strong as Shiva Sama in their base state alone if they use their own sacred gear, my guess they can single-handedly fight Trihexa on their own. Azazel. Now that's a terrifying thought. Back to the previous flashback. Sererg. Speaking of, wasn't his mission at Ohio border, why you tell him to go to Ohio instead? Razor. For some reason Razor felt that he gonna suffer a bit if he go to Ohio, considering how Ichika who was quite the calm guy was traumatized when he goes there Razor thought that Diodora deserved to get the karma he deserves once he goes there. Sererg. Eyes blinking a bit I gotta say that was cruel of you shrugs a bit well he deserves it though. Issei. A moment together with Xcast turned towards Ranma, Kitaro and Ichika, you three know me and Vali other self. Ichika. Brought out from his stupor after hearing the question oh, that's right we know both you and Vali other self both me, Kitaro and some others was classmates with both of you other self in the same university. Kitaro. Skeeth-san brought us to that world as a break from our original world and also a chance to continue our studies chuckle, remembering the university days man I miss those days. Ranma. Yup my case was also a bit similar though, I'm the last one to be brought to that world I meet with your other self when I got lost in the area. But Xcast turned to Skeeth to confirm what they said with Skeeth nodding confirming their questions. Scene change border to Ohio. Scene showing Diodora who appeared from a magic circle just a step from the border to head inside Ohio. Diodora. This mission should be easy now to retrieve this item better finish this fast so I can find my Asia-chan faster. But in the moment Diodora Feet was about to step into Ohio he was overwhelmed with various undescribable feelings of terror, fear and many others, but decided to ignore it, thinking he was just being excited about Asia. Right after he stepped into Ohio and walking for a while in middle of streets that curiously have no people he noticed that the sky suddenly turned dark and started to raining fish and occasionally some cars or any kinds of automobile, while the weather constantly changing between hot, blizzard, snowstorm, and stormy. And when he instinctively looked up he noticed that there's a massive spider crawling on the moon, rendering him speechless. Diodora. What the hell? When suddenly there's a sound of someone screaming, and everyone turned to the source of the voice, and noticed that Ichika who has hanging on ceiling fan shivering for dear life, and Kitaro who was already unconscious while foaming from mouth. Skeeth. Oh, just ignore them, it was normal occurrence, just watch what gonna happens next. But everyone else turned back to the screen while gulping down saliva. Issei. Okay, that was creepy as buck, I'm glad that the childrens are sleeping now. After hearing a noise in distance he instinctually turned to the side and noticed several figure in a considerable distance heading towards him. Iku? What the buck was that? Ollie? I don't know but I can tell it was bad news, sweating a bit, but the others that was watching also feel uneasy after seeing those creatures. But Diodora who was shaking in his boots suddenly hear a sound of train and noticed that there's a blue train with a face in the middle of the street heading towards him slowly. Diodora. A train. Arena. Oh, that was adorable train. Asia. Yeah, it really cute. But several female from Xcast are gushing how cute the blue train are while forgetting about what they see previously, while Ether and Ranma shaking head feeling sorry, knowing what gonna happens next, making Peter, Shiru, Ritsuka Ramani and Olga got a bad feeling when suddenly the train face become elongated and several spider legs sprout out from its body and the train start crawling towards Diodora at high speed, making him turn back running for dear life. Diodora Aya, with most of Xcast also screaming in horror, especially the innocent ones. Gabriel. Eek. Asia. Kaiaya. Shigyun. Yep. Azazel. Holy buck. Shemhaz I. Language slapping his head making Azazel fall face down to the ground. When running for his dear life, Diodora would constantly hear the voices surrounding him saying the same thing over and over again. Welcome to Ohio. 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 After a moment that was like an eternity he finally managed to get out from the place, and when turned back, Diodora seen nothing out of ordinary while still gasping for breath. Diodora. What the buck is that place? Am I dreaming or not? Checking the details of the mission and noticed that the item needed to retrieve was just buried at the place he was standing. Fugue. End of flashback. Issei. Skeeth-san. What the buck is that place? Skeeth. Just Ohio, and what you guys just see was just normal occurrence every day on Ohio, and that was the tamest one. Genshiru. Tamest. That was the most terrifying thing I ever seen in my life. Ranma. Skeeth-san was right, you know that was actually the tamest one. That guy was really lucky having managed to escape. Yep, once you stuck in Ohio it was borderline impossible to escape. Corbenik. And living there. Shaking head before suddenly chuckle making others uneasy. You gonna wish you die if you can. Either. Still hugging himself remembering his experience in Ohio, especially trying to escape. I thought I already forgot about that place. Now I regret visiting today. But others felt uneasy after hearing the description about Ohio. Ritsuka. You know what? I'm glad there's no singularity about Ohio or root forbid lost bolt of Ohio. I don't think I can survive there. Shivering while still hugging Olga who have fallen unconscious from fright. Ramani. Hate to agree. But you're right Ritsuka. Shiru. Thinking yep, guess my guess is right, being trolled by Zeltrich sounds like heaven rather than staying in that place. Peter. I pick dealing with Thanos rather than staying in that place. Sirzech. Well, guess it's time for my match, see you later. Razor leave the magic circle. Razor. Chuckle well guess Razor gonna head to the spectator booth, then leave to spectator area. Scene change rating game arena. Scene showing Sirzech who was at his base, was currently stretching a bit when suddenly the voice of his opponent booming across the whole place arrogantly. Zephyrter. Ha 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 ha, so it's about time for us to fight, you trashy disgrace of a Bale. With every member of Sirzech members' eye twitching, feeling irritated with the insults towards their king. While every member of Sirzech peerage members also narrowed their eyes hearing the insult. Liban. How dare that bastard insult our king. Fedora. If I can get inside the screen I would totally give him the trashing he deserves. Sirzech. Patting his enraged peerage members to calm them down. Haha, now no need to be enraged with such insult, we're better than that. Azazel. Chuckle, he's really remind me of you with how calm you both with such insults. Sirzech. You think so Azazel? Azazel. Yup. Sirzech. replying using magic to amplify his voice. Well Zephyr, instead of just hiding, why don't you come out if you are that confident? While everyone that was in spectating area thought the same thing. Spectator. Thinking he would totally came out, ain't it? Brutus Spectator thought Zephyr together with his peerage members came out from their base showing themselves before Sirzech and his peerage with Zephyr, still wearing arrogant expression before leering at Kusha and Coriana body, lustfully making them show expression of disgust before Sirzech and the rest of his peerage members using their body shielding Kusha and Coriana from Zephyr. Days. Both Kusha and Coriana felt shivers in their spine, gazed like that before glaring at Zephyr in the screen. Sirzech. I narrowed. I take back my words. I regret didn't give him more beating during our match before. Zephyr. But I admit, even as disgrace of Baal, your queen and bishop was a sight to my eyes. I would love to take them to my bed, making them screaming my name when I ravishing their bodies, licking his lips, imagining what he gonna do to Kusha and Coriana. But both Kusha and Coriana shivering hearing what Zephyr gonna do to them, making them giving him expression of disgust. Several female viewers let out a mutter of disgust hearing that. Olga. I twitching. I'm glad he wasn't here. Roygun. What a lowlife. Sikvara. Trash. Suzaku. I'm so tempted to burn him alive. Rias. Even Issei was better than him. Bakeno. At least he doesn't make such claims to every woman he sees. Kaneko. Even pervert senpai was more honorable. Arena. At least Issei-chan wasn't lustful like that. Zenobia. Indeed I agree with you, Arena. While Issei was stunned hearing his former harem positive remarks about him. Sirzech. With I narrowed hearing that before talking with voice full of authority while starting to get angry. All right, that's enough. I don't care if you insult me, but I won't ignore the transgression of insulting my peerage members. Zephyr. Ha. What? Did I hit a nerve? Speaking of, I really hate people like you who was talentless, people like you who was relying on their family name to stay at the top of the family ranking. I'm pretty sure those two friend of you that you brought the other day was the same. Spectators. Thinking, oh. Don't tell me he gonna say what I'm thinking about. Sirzech. In low voice, what you say? Zephyr. Ha, you hear me? I'm sure those two human trash are relying on their connection with you and Phoenix heir to be favored with Lord Leviathan and Lord Lucifer. I'm sure their parents was like that, and the one with silver hair whore of a mother must have seduced the brown-haired human trash father to make sure that her son would be adopted into the family like parent like children, and the information saying that they are stronger than Lucifer Sama. Ha, pretty sure it was false and they are weak. But most of cast narrowed their eyes glaring at the screen while expelling high amount of killing intent that if possible could kill Zephyr in the screen, especially with Issei and Vali who expelled the highest amount of killing intent among them all, with both of them start talking in low voice. Issei. Hi Vali. Vali. Yes Issei. Issei. When we get back, want to join me on a manhunt on a certain someone? Vali. Oh sure thing, I was also thinking doing the same. Dreg. Do you mind if I join? Issei. Oh sure Dreg, the more the merrier. Albion. Is there another spot? My claw is itching to tear something to pieces. Vali. Of course, like Issei said, the more the merrier. Great Red. If you four don't mind, I also want to join. Ophis. Same with me. Lilith. Me too. The rest of cast. We also want to join if possible. Azazel. I got several ideas though, brought out several papers containing his idea. Sirzech. Oh don't forget me, also brought out his plan. Odin. Stroking his beard with his eyes shining sinisterly. Guess it's time for me to put my wisdom to good use. Michael. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I also have several plans of my own to share. Also brought out his plan too. Uriel. Thinking seems like Michael War mode have been brought out in a while since I see that last was during Great War. Shiru. Let out a whistle. Damn, the guy bucked up. Peter. He just messed with wrong people. Point to either who was silently seething in rage, seeing someone insult both his student and hunting. Ritsuka. Yep, he totally is. Noticed that Ichika, Kitaro and Ranma also make the same face like either. Meanwhile in spectator area, everyone is bewildered seeing Razor cursing angrily with expression of rage while expelling high amount of demonic power on par with peak ultimate class devil, melting the room from the high temperature, being expelled from Razor with his family, trying to drag him down to his seat to calm him down. Razor. That bucker, did he seriously just insult both of Razor homie parents and saying that both of them are liar? Sirzech Razor doesn't care if you hear not, if you don't give that dipshit little bucker the beatdown he deserves. Razor will personally barge into the game and will bleep him and then bleep, and when he's down Razor will bleep and bleep him. Consequences be damned. Ravel. Ani-sama, please calm down. Ravel. Calm down brother, you're melting the whole place. Lord A. Damn, I never thought I would see the Phoenix heir get angry like that. Lord B. To think he managed to reach peak level of ultimate class devil in power, and considering he said that Belair was stronger than him, I feel pity for what gonna happen to Glacial Bowl as representative next. Lord C. No wonder both of them confidently said they gonna be a Satan in the future. Lord D. not to mention that both Lucifer Sama and Leviathan Sama was super pissed off from that statement, nervously pointing towards Sirzech and Seraphol, who was silent in their seat with their stare are focusing towards Zephyr with other lords, who turn to see Sirzech and Seraphol face and nervously gulping down their saliva from fright. Sirzech. Talking without emotion ni Grayfia. Grayfia. Also reply without emotion yes Sirzech Sama. Sirzech. I just thought of something interesting, could you make it so that there's no rule in this rating game match, so that our young generation of devils can fight no hold barred to prove themselves to our spectator here? Seraphol. In cheerful voice that sounds disturbing to those that hear it oh, could you make it so that both king are constantly be healed during the whole course of the rating game it would be interesting sight to see them going all out if possible. Grayfia. As you wish Sirzech Sama, Seraphol Sama leave via magic circle. Bajuka. Rubbing forehead from upcoming headaches I can't believe he just said that. Palbium. Completely awake while also rubbing forehead from headaches, now I feel embarrassed being related with him. While in other spectator area especially with Gremory and Citri, both Rias and Sona together with their family and their peerage also glaring down towards Zephyr with hatred in their eyes. Now back to the arena with Zephyr still continue mocking about both Issei and Vali, while occasionally making disturbing remarks towards Kusha and Coriana, without realizing that the rest of his peerage members was shaking fearfully in their feet after seeing Sirzech peerage, who was seething in anger not to mention that Sirzech head who was down and staying silent all these time. Zephyr. Noticed that Sirzech was silent and stopped talking while smile mockingly thinking he break Sirzech's spirit well can't handle small trash talk you trashy disgrace of Baal. When suddenly Grayfia voice making an announcement saying that this rating game match would have no rule and both king would constantly be healed to help them prove themselves. After the announcement while Sirzech head still down, let out small mutter in low voice that curiously enough was heard across the whole arena for everyone to hear. Sirzech. In Book of Bro Code Act 5260, Section 257 the punishment for those who insult your fellow bros honors and loved one are to be subjected to utter beatdown and crushing the mercy, and consequences are to be damned because the bro code are to be hailed and honored. But Sirzech brought his head up showing expression of pure rage, making start Zephyr realizing his mistake. Narrator. And it was at this moment he knew he bucked up. Zephyr. Oh, shy. But Sirzech and everyone in his peerage let out a roar of rage rushing in high speed towards scared Zephyr with his peerage that was unable to react with each of Zephyr peerage members. Got instantly get one shot by Sirzech peerage members making them retire instantly, while panicking Zephyr forming several energy barrier to stop Sirzech in his tracks, was in futile seeing how Sirzech smashed through the barriers with ease before grabbing Zephyr face before slamming him down to the ground several times. Before brought him up and dragging Zephyr across the whole place making him screaming in pain, while Sirzech peerage members let out satisfied smile, seeing their king teach the fool a lesson. And after there's no building to drag Zephyr Sirzech throws Zephyr forward before kicking him continuously like a football. Zekrom. Now that was a sight to see still seating on his throne drinking wine, enjoying the view there's no need to consider that brutality and ruthlessness was suited for a Lucifer. After Zephyr got kicked for the last time making him temporarily stay in the air, Sirzech while still running, start giving him another dose of beatdown before clothesline him to nearest boulder embedding him inside the boulder, then deliver a savage kick making Zephyr got stuck deeper inside the boulder before deliver another dose of beatdown for quite a while. And after done giving the beatdown Sirzech grabbed the near unconscious Zephyr by the face taking him out from the boulder looking at him with disgust before release him from his grab and deliver one last punch right in the gut instantly retiring him from the match. After winning the match, Sirzech and his peerage members leave via magic circle while in spectator area Razor let out content smile in his seat, feeling satisfied with Sirzech work before the screen split into two, showing both Razor and Sirzech saying the same thing. Sirzech Razor. Issei Vali your honor have been avenged. Scene change Issei and Vali room but the screen split into two showing Issei and Vali woke up from their sleep feeling irritated before feel relieved after a while for no reason. Issei Vali. Okay that was weird, whatever goes back to sleep. Screen close. Skeeth. Getting up together with Corbenik okay I know what you all wanted just go to training room, there's a life-size doll containing Zephyr consciousness from that universe there and he can still feel pain from whatever you all gonna do to him. What will happen was just a dream and he won't remember a thing. Don't worry that doll would constantly regenerate itself go wild. But then tired Xcast wordlessly head towards training room before sounds of screaming can be heard from the room. Turn to either Kitaro, Ichika Ranma, Peter, Shiru, Ritsuka, Romani and Olga it's getting late, there's a room with your name for you all. Corbenik. Ah, that's right, Ritsuka we forgot to make a room for Olga. Guess you just have to share with her making both of them blush while secretly glancing at each other shyly. While everyone else in the room secretly give a thumbs between each other grinning. Skeeth. Well, we gotta go see it together with and Corbenik leave the house and go inside a portal. But 9 of them head towards their room with both Ritsuka and Olga start blushing red after see that their bed was a single bed. Ritsuka. Shall we Olga-chan? Olga. Why yeah I will go take a bath first. Slowly walk towards the bathroom for a bath before let out a small grin and turn to Ritsuka with teasing smile or. Do you want to join me Ritsuka-kun? But Ritsuka instantly fainted from the nosebleed falling to bed after being bombarded with his own imagination after hearing the offer. Well, Olga let out small giggle seeing that and go to take a bath. At 35 strange merchant alert code B. Scene change devil Artemis universe. Mash pov. Mash. Thinking with lament why I betray senpai I love him. I would give up even my life for him but why I'm so weak-willed to be tempted and fall to such temptation and betray him. Looking at the ring on her finger and start crying regretfully I'm a fool sob. Sob. While some other female servants that betray Ritsuka trust before back then also questioning their own past actions like mash and regret before they gasp after notice that their torturer have come again today and start shivering in terror after see a certain 2 of them sell. Well, look what we have here, bunch of betrayer questioning their own actions what a joke. Shallot. Snort in disgust honestly every time I look at them I can't help but want to throw up after knowing what they have done. Hermit. Speaking of, those 2 already started notice that both Zarbon and Rashi already started making the betrayers screaming in terror. Zarbon. MMMMMMMOMYYYYY letting out unidentifiable moaning sounds. Rashi. Taste my chancla giving them the beating they deserves. All the torturing process still ongoing a portal open near them showing Skeeth and Corbenik came out of the portal. Cell. Oh hello there Skeeth and Corbenik fancy meeting you 3 there together with Shallot and Kermit giving a wave. Skeeth. Together with and Corbenik return the wave hello there guys honestly we 3 came here just to bring some souvenirs. Shallot. Tilt head confused souvenirs. It's better you guys see it first. Corbenik. Let us show you. But both and Corbenik throw out several shining orbs towards the group of betrayers before the orbs expands and showing Peter Kirito Shido Kidoro Rito Ichikatsukyun Ranma former harem stalkers abusers cheaters joining the betrayers group to be tortured. Rashi. After seeing the new addition and start growling fresh meat. Kermit. Brought out his pitchfork licking at more imbeciles to be tortured what a gift. Skeeth. Hey Zarbon catch use this to torture them better throw a purple item at Zarbon before he and Corbenik leave via the portal in hurry. Zarbon. Mai creepily hugging himself before jump towards the item. Shallot. Scratch his head confused why they leave. Don't they want to join us and why they leave in hurry. Cell. Squint his eyes to identify what item Skeeth just thrown out towards Zarbon why that item looks familiar for some reason. Meanwhile in every NASA multiverse, every saber Lancelot's pov. Lancelot. I feel a new comrade would be born shed a proud tear. Back to present. Right the moment Zarbon finger touched the purple item making an intense purple light from the contact covering the entire area, making others cover their eyes from the sudden light. Insert Digimon 02 breakup theme song. Zarbon. Zarbonman armor Shinkea. Shallot. Jaw drops before shouting in disbelief wait a minute. Since when Zarbon was a Digimon? Cell. Don't ask me even I'm shocked as you are wait a minute. Where's Kermit? Start looking around for Kermit but both Cell and Shallot notice that Kermit was halfway inside the underground bunker giving them a salute making both of them get a bad feeling and turn towards Zarbon before wishing they didn't and join Kermit inside the bunker, instead standing stupefied like an idiot. Scene showing Zarbon who was still moaning and spinning while his own clothes automatically take off itself with the private part was conveniently covered with light thankfully and the purple item slowly circling around him before goes inside his chest, making Zarbon are covered in purple light of energy transforming. Well there's a silhouette of Lancelot in a certain pose behind Zarbon for a moment before the light died down showing Zarbon in new form. Zarbon. Zarbon in Dangerous Beast mode posing in the same pose like Dangerous Beast Lancelot while still moaning. Cell. Arg. Shallot. Darg. Mash. Kai. But other torture subjects also start screaming in horror after seeing Zarbon new form while Rashi. Start sitting on the ground before opening his zipper and start masturbating with the Madagascar penguin also following Oya. While Kermit who was inside his private room in the underground bunker was hearing the screaming while slurping some coffee. Kermit. I don't know what happened on surface but a music to my ears slurp. Scene change outside of Skeeth house. Scene showing the 3 of them came out from the portal while snickering. Oh man that was a nice prank you got there Skeeth. Corbenik. Still I feel a little bad for Cell and Shallot they probably will be traumatized for a life. Skeeth. Shrugs those 2 can handle it, they're tough enough or not. After talking with each other the 3 of them get inside the house to check what everyone are doing and notice that everyone else are in the kitchen eating before joining them. Grayfia. Oh, Skeeth-san, Corbenik-san we've been expecting you your food is ready. Skeeth. Oh thank you for preparing some food for us oh who's cooking today. Issei. Oh, it was either Sandman guessed this is one of the recipe he learned during his travels delish together with other gluttons, eating with fervor. Either. Chuckle, come on, eat a little slowly, the food won't run out, come out from the kitchen, bringing more plate of food with Albion and Drake helping. Iku. Man, I'm glad get kidnapped here, eating tasty food and watching other alternate universes learning new things, who would pass that chance. Arthur. Adjusting his glass indeed and seeing other Issei and Vali swordsmanship make me realize there's still a lot of me to learn with other swordsmen swordswomen nodding in agreement. Corbenik. Noticed that most of T's cast was a little happier than usual, how was it, releasing the frustration on that room? Ollie. Kukukuo totally refreshing, let out disturbing smile together with Issei with Drag and Albion following while another side of the table where they are whispering with each other. Vishnu. Still. Turned to Shiru looking at him, especially his face. Shiva, why I got a feeling that he for some reason looks like you. Shiva. Now that you mentioned it, he looks kinda similar with my adult form, looking at Shiru a little bit confused. Gabriel. Hey, brother, tugging at Michael's sleeves while stealthily pointed Shiru, I've been thinking since we meet him why for some reason that he has same presence like Lucifer. Michael. Widen eyes a little, you're right, he looks like him when he's about to fall before back then. Well, other Seraph and Angel also realized that Michael is right before looking back at Shiru, who was still eating. Barakiel. Whom could he be? Lucifer reborn. Azazel. Nah, I don't think so, he's probably actually Satan, making Barakiel chuckle hearing that. Shemhazai. Probably is nodding with other cadre also nodding in agreement, while with Ritsuka and Ramani that overheard the conversation desperately trying to hold back their laugh, remembering their time in Chaldea, especially with the Shiru they know. Ritsuka. Oh man, this takes me back, remembering the time of Shiru in Chaldea, desperately trying to escape from horny Parvati that mistakenly think he was Shiva, while other Hindu servants literally make a shrine dedicated to Shiru, thinking he was Shiva reborn, and also Sitanai, continue a bloodline operation, with most saber faces, Astria, Ishtar and Parvati as the main participant. Ramani. Guess even the actual mythological beings also thought the same. Hachakal, also remembering the time when other religious servants think Shiru in Chaldea was Satan, and the shenanigans that come after it. Shiru. Wiping out his mouth before noticing Ritsuka and Ramani, who was holding their laugh. What's wrong, you two? But two of them waved. There's nothing wrong with Shiru, shrugging off, decided not to pursue the matter anymore. Well, Olga tried to ask Ritsuka and Ramani what about it, with both of them say they will tell her later. After everyone done eating and head towards viewing room, taking their own respective seats before Skeeth point the remote to the screen. Screen open. Scene changed. Tokyo, Akihabara. Scene showing a certain group was walking on the streets. Asia. Eating cotton candy while enjoying the sights. Wow, so this is Tokyo. There's a lot of people here. I never seen a place where there's a lot of people here. Brainer. Chuckle, haha, indeed Asia-chan, oh how about we take a picture here? Point to a picture taking spot with Asia nodding enthusiastically. Alwerner. Oh, let us join too. Middled. Come on Cory-chan, join us too, take Coriana hand dragging her to join the group photo. Coriana. Hey W, wait, blushing a little flustered from sudden invitation. Middled. Sorry for my other self-enthusiasm, rubbing back of her head sheepishly. Coriana. Cory-chan, ha, I like the nickname, thank you for the nickname, give Middle a nod with a smile. Kusha. Put her palm together in excitement, why I didn't think about it before, do you don't mind if I call you that from now Coriana-chan? With Coriana give a nod of approval, making her smile brightly. Sererg. Together with Razor and other guys push Issei forward to join the group photo while wearing a mischievous grin. Hey Issei, how about you join them, I'm sure they would happy if you join. Razor. Even Ravel would be happy too, was it right Ravel? Let out knowing grin. Ravel. Poking her finger together while blushing, why yeah, I would love to Issei-san. Issei. Well, guess there's no harm taking a photo, but you guys don't want to join. Turn to others that didn't join the group photo, making them sweat drops with Issei denseness. Alto. Oh come on, we'll take our own photos later, come on, take a pose and give a smile. Issei. Well, if you guys say so, come on everyone. But Issei, Rainer, Calvin are middled. Coriana, Asia and Ravel are preparing for the picture with Issei in the middle. Middled, who was hanging on Issei back, Calvin it is right, while Coriana on his left hugging his arm, putting it on their chest, while Asia was standing in front of Issei, giving peace sign together with Rainer, crouching a bit on her right while Ravel on her left. Michael Blanc. Oh yeah, now that's you called harem protagonist group photo, did small victory fist pump followed with other guys, while Issei was confused with their actions. Mike. I can't wait to see my grandbabies. Boru. Same with me dear, turn to Issei and his harem, son, when you gonna give us grandchildrens? But Issei and his harem instantly blushing red hearing that, while Rias together with the rest of former harem members feel ache in their heart while regretting their mistake seeing that. Azazel. Heh, never thought that you also joined them. Kakabiel. Kakabiel. Shrugs, probably because my other self would be bored staying home all alone. Well, with both Kakabiel and Donasik, who was observing the interaction. Kakabiel. Let out small smirk heh, guess taking small break enjoying life, have it own advantage at least I don't have to do those annoying paperwork anymore bet Azazel are still being forced to do my own share of work chuckle. Scene briefly changed showing Azazel who was crying being forced to do Kakabiel's own share of paperwork under Shem's eye, Barakiel Penemu and other cadre watchful eyes, before change back to present. Azazel turned to Kakabiel giving him stink eye okay that's it when we return you have to do your own share paperwork. Kakabiel crossing his arms while giving a smirk nah I rather stay in Cocytus, besides in public eyes, I'm still a criminal so do my paperwork, even if you don't want it with Azazel head down crying in defeat hearing that. Bulks cast for some unknown reason just see Kakabiel wearing sunglasses and thug life cap, but those two items disappear after they blink their eyes. Penemu? Is it just me but was the reason Kakabiel gone rogue was because he doesn't want to do paperwork? Shem's eye? Nah no way it was true it was a stupid reason to do so. Well with Kakabiel who overheard the conversation. Kakabiel thinking I rather take living as criminal than do those accursed paperworks. Onaseek. Still this is quite surreal though father would be shocked seeing dragons human devils and fallen angels hanging around like friends instead of being enemies if he was still alive. Kakabiel chuckle you're right now we just need an angel to join to complete the group. After everyone done taking photos. Ravel noticed a familiar figure on distance outside of Gunpla shop, wearing a sun-resent straw hat, with their face pressed on the glass with eyes literally shining looking at all the Gunpla inside the shop, is that Sikvera-sama? Sikvera instantly blushing red after seeing her other self-embarrassing action Rias. He, seems like you're still the same even in another universe, see Chan teasing Sikvera, making her blush more. Ilmenhold. I wish I was there that's it, I'm gonna visit Akihabara when we return, want to join me too Sikvera-chan? Sikvera. Well if you say so then. Sikvera Pav. Sikvera. Those gunplas, they're so beautiful I'm glad I take Sarayerg and Razor suggestion to cheer myself up, literally geeking out seeing all of the gunplas on display. Flashback start. Scene change random cafe in Underworld. Scene showing Sikvera who was taking a sip on her coffee before sighing feeling depressed, remembering her defeat against Diodora. Sikvera muttering to herself I can't believe it victory was on my grasp and I lost just like that I'm sorry father mother for bringing embarrassment to our clan resting her head on her arms on the table. Both Lord and Lady Aegers hugging their daughter to cheer her up. Lord Aegers. It's okay daughter whatever happens you are still our beloved daughter and nothing will change that. Lady Aegers. Your father is right dear, besides Diodora was cheating on the match no need to trouble yourself on what already on the past. Sikvera. Father mother start hugging her parents feeling thankful for their kind words and encouragement. But Olga who was watching the interaction can't help but let out bitter smile feeling a bit jealous while thinking. Olga. How ironic the devils was a better parents and more human than a human themselves, thinking the time when her father treating her like she doesn't exist. While Ritsuka knowing what Olga was thinking about start hugging her from the back to cheer her up, making her blush from the unexpected hug. Ramani. Give silent thumbs up seeing Ritsuka action nice one Ritsuka. After a while both Sarayerg and Razor walk into the cafe before noticing Sikvera who was alone before heading towards her giving her a greeting with her, also return her own greeting. Sarayerg. Ooh Sikvera, fancy meeting you here. Razor. Razor never thought that Razor would see you alone here, where's the rest of your peerage members? Sikvera. Oh, it's you too fancy meeting you both for your question, I'm giving them a free time today giving them small smile. Sarayerg. Notice Sikvera depressed expression is there something on your mind you can tell us, maybe you will be feeling better after telling us. Razor. After done placing his order to the waiter before turn towards Sikvera yes Sarayerg right, just tell us, that's what we can do as your fellow devils. Sikvera. Chuckle a bit it's nothing it just. Sarayerg. Was it about your match against Diodora? Making Sikvera flinch a bit with Sarayerg guess before nodding slowly. Razor. This is just Razor rambling nonsense but, rather than just mulling about what happened in the past, it's better if we just look towards the future Razor know you feel crushed from the unexpected defeat but, just take it as your own experience to learn it to be better, like Issei once said to us, don't be sorry be better. Issei. Turned to Razor with blank eyes is your other self a sage or what that was pretty cool advice there I admit. While Razor let out small shrugs with a smirk, feeling proud of his other self before hiding small notebook. Razor. Thinking Razor gonna buy some philosopher book later to read on when get home. Sikvera. You're right, seems like both of you are fond of him and that was a great advice to hear. Sarayerg. Chuckle well it was actually Issei and Vali missing teacher advice towards them before. Razor. And. Rather than just feeling stressed out how about you go out to enjoy yourself, it's better this way turn to Sarayerg hey Sarayerg, speaking of wasn't it tomorrow on Akihabara, there would be a new shipment of gunplas to be delivered to every gunpla store. Balsikvara ear twitching a bit after hearing Razor words before stealthily try to hear Razor and Serer discussion discreetly. While those that know about Sikvara obsession with gunplas was chuckling amused, while Sikvara was blushing red from their teasing, especially from Lord and Lady Ager's. Sererg. Ooh, you're right, nearly forgot about that, need to buy those gunplas for the kids on the neighborhood, chuckling they've been asking me to buy some gunplas for them. It's just a rumor, but I heard there would be a new perfect grade of gunpla would be released tomorrow. Well, I'll just buy a high grade or super deformed grade for now, not gonna make them feel frustrated if I buy the master grade or real grade instead. Those two grade was really hard to build even for me, with Razor nodding in agreement. Razor. If Razor remember right, Issei have tons of perfect grade gunplas in his collection, wasn't it? About 100 last I remember if I'm right with both him and Sererg noticed that Sikvara nearly dropped the cup she was holding hearing that, but both of them pretend to ignore it. Sererg. Yeah, he might not act like it but he secretly like building gunplas when we are still in the university, pretty sure he would love to meet those that share the same interest. Nodding. Elmenhold. Turned to Issei with shining eyes. It's decided, let's go on gunpla shopping together with me and Sikvara-chan when we go back. Issei-chan grabbed both his hands talking excitedly, while blushing a bit for her, and Sikvara would be impromptu date with Issei. Issei. Well, if you suppose so. Turned to his harem with them giving a nod while smiling, guess it's decided. Then he chuckles sheepishly. Both Goro and Mickey together with Lord and Lady Ager's, eye twinkling thinking for future grandbabies. Sikvara. It was fancy meeting you both today. I have somewhere I have to go now, get up before leaving hurriedly. After seeing Sikvara finally leave, both Sererg and Razor turned facing each other, giving high five with a grin on their face. Sairaorg and Razor. Plan success. Our bro Issei new harem member plan is in motion. Flashback end. While most of male viewer can't help but clapping for the plan. Odin. Such a devious but well thought plan, I love it. Azazel. It seems that both of them have reached a grandmaster level of the art of shipping, give a salute to the screen. Sirzech. Goes towards Sererg and Razor giving them a medal with them receive it with honor, even if it was an alternate version of you both, but let me as the one of council members of Shipper Alliance to grant you both this medal. Start point to random direction, while talking dramatically. Now let us walk to the path of shipping, start yelling out in pain after his ear got pulled by exasperated and embarrassed Grayfia. Grayfia. That's enough, Sirzech Sama. While other who are watching what just happened are dumbfounded or giving WTF face except those in Shipper Alliance, who was wiping out proud tear. Shiru. Honestly, I still can't believe it that they are supernatural beings with how they act. Sweat drops. Peter. Same with me, Shiru, even I'm still perplexed. Back to present. Normal Pav. Ravel. Sikvara Sama goes towards Sikvara while waving her hand. Sikvara. Let out small yelp a bit shocked before turning to the one calling her while regaining her composure, before both of them give curtsy bow to each other. Oh Lady Ravel, fancy meeting you here. What are you doing here? Ravel. Oh, me and Ani Sama together with Issei-san and Sererg Sama together with their friends during their time in university was hanging out today. What are you doing here at Akihabara? Sikvara Sama. Sikvara. Sweating after get asked the question before coughing a bit. Well, I have free time on my hand today, so decided to take a breather, sightseeing on human world today. Narrow her eyes a bit towards Sererg and Razor, who was whistling innocently while thinking, could it be that they deliberately tricking me here? Did they know about my hobby? No, it wasn't possible that they know about my hobby, it was probably coincidence we meet here. Serafal. Sadly it's true, haha, giggling amused, but the rest of the group finally arrived joining Ravel and Sikvara. Sererg. Ooh, what a coincidence, Sikvara, never thought that you would be at Akihabara of all places. Razor. Indeed, such strange coincidence, it is, nodding sagely. Pow cow. With blank eyes, those two can get an Oscar with their level of acting. Pasco. Chuckle heartily, guess both of them are influenced a bit by other Issei and Vali there. Ajuka. My guess, since both of them meeting with Issei and Vali earlier, they are more relaxed than our own after reaching their current than our own. Sererg. I think Lord Ajuka is right, considering my other self are stronger than me, and also my other self mother woke up earlier, he wasn't burdened to prove himself. Razor. That probably the case, Razor think. Sikvara. Give curtsy bow to the group. Hello there, my name is Sikvara Agers, nice to meet you. I believe it's the first time we met formally, but the group also returned their own greeting before Sikvara gasped a bit upon seeing both Cheryl and Ranka turn, with both of them give a wink while putting their finger on their lips, making Sikvara understand, knowing they don't want their fans to interrupt the group outing. Kusha. Lady Sikvara, do you wish to join us? We're about to head to a restaurant for lunch. Sikvara. Oh, it's okay, I'm not. Hun. Sounds of stomach growling making her blushing red, while Sererg and Razor are struggling to hold back their laugh. While Sikvara was also blushing red like her counterparts, while others are giggling, feeling a little bad for her. Issei. Well, guess it's decided then, come join us, no need to be shy. Sikvara. If you suppose so, meekly joined the group while her cheek are tinted red still from the embarrassment, while thinking, guess I can confirm if it is true about him was also into building gunpla. Lady Agers. Nudging her daughter's shoulder with cheesy grin going on the offensive to approach your future boyfriend mama approves. Sikvera. He's not my boyfriend. Lady Agares. Still grinning yet, but Sikvera covering her red face with her hand feeling embarrassed from her mother teasing. But the group start heading towards their destination. Ibaluna. Looking around Issei-san, where is Vali-san? I've noticed that he wasn't around. Issei. Oh, he said he going first to the restaurant, we gonna go to get a seat for us, in the meantime we about to arrive after turn at the corner in front of us. Noticed a homeless cat meowing at him, you guys go first. I'm gonna feed this cat. Crouching down before brought out a treat feeding the cat. Ravel. Oh, can I join too, Issei-san? Asia. Me too. Rainer. I also want to join too. The three of them join Issei feeding the cat while occasionally petting it. Rara. Well, we gonna go first. But the rest of the group head towards their destination, leaving the four of them. Ali. Is it just me, but I feel that my other self gonna do something stupid when they see him. Dreading to see what gonna happen next. Albion. Pat Vali back in pity, just give up, it is inevitable Vali. While others, especially the rest of Xcast, are leaning forward in anticipation about what gonna happen next. Azazel. Now this I can't wait to see, grinning like an idiot. After feeding the cat and joining the group that was in front of the restaurant, noticing that Alto, Michael Blanc, Sererg and Razor was struggling to hold back their laugh, while others are giving blank face from watching what currently happening in front of the restaurant. Issei. Okay, what happened here? Turned to where they are looking before widening his eyes in shock, but the scene showing Vali who was. Vali. Kabaddi 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 kabaddi. All the viewing room instantly booming with laughter from the unexpected spectacle. Azazel. Bahahahaha, holy shit, that was completely unexpected, fall from his chair from laughing too hard. Thor. Gahahahaha, this is pure gold, hahahaha. Biter. You're right brother, mwahahahaha. Issei. Laughing his ass off before tapping his knees from laughing, you gotta be kidding me, that was totally random, hahahaha. Iku. Medic, someone get me medic, I can't breathe, bu hahahaha. Be either. Hahahaha, still same as ever, hahahaha, why didn't they told me about this? Skeeth. With a grin, if you thought this was funny, just see what gonna happen next. While others still chuckling turn their attention to the screen, can't wait what to see next. Issei. Vali, what the hell are you doing and who the hell are those people? Start jazzing Vali to give him a piece of his mind, while Vali also start running from Issei while. Ali. Kabaddi 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 the baddie kabaddi 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 kabaddi. But the viewing room instantly booming with laughter louder than before. Azazel. Jai hahahaha, hoary sheet, he just gone full throttle, my appendix hurtss hahaha, still laughing despite still in pain. Issei. Not just full throttle, he gone full auto machine gun mode, hahahaha, fall from his seat before rolling on the ground laughing. Odin. Dahahaha, start wheezing before fall unconscious. Alder. Sheet father haha full unhhaha conscious hahaha together with the rest of his siblings, trying to woke up Odin despite still laughing. Albion. Sorry Vali, but that was hilariously epic hahaha. Ichika. Oh man, I can't remember when I laughed so hard, hahaha. Grandma. Man, he's still same like usual, hahaha, clutching his stomach from laughing too much. Kitaro. This reminds me of our university days, hahaha. Shiru. Snicker a bit while grinning, have to admit that was totally random as hell. Peter. Oh man, I should totally pull that move before against Sinister Six back then, why I don't think to do it, ahahaha. All scene showing Deadpool who was doing the same thing against Sinister Six, trolling them before change back to present. Sirzech. GHRRKK, this is too much. Hahaha. Vali already covered his face in shame while muttering, Ollie. Why did I piss off someone in my past life, or what? While chuckling, Lavinia was patting Vali back to cheer him up. After people have calmed down from laughing and continue watching the viewing. After seeing Issei chazzing Vali, leaving trails of dust cloud in distance with Kakabiel being first to speak. Kakabiel. Sweat drops, yep, totally his descendant. Sikvera. Turned to Kakabiel a bit confused, his descendant. What do you mean, Kabael-san? Raphael. Heh, interesting that you use similar name but still not being suspicious. How cow. Now I wonder what the three faction gonna react after knowing that Kakabiel was still alive and living in Haidu house all these time. Beorg. Now that you mention it, that would be interesting to see. Kakabiel. Oh, I meet his great-grandfather in my youth, both of them act the same way, regretfully got brought to memory lane, remembering the time he nearly got pranked by Lucifer. While Rainer, Calwerner, Middleton Donasik are still unable to believe that Lucifer was a prankster after being told about it by Kakabiel before. Sikvera. I see. Rara. Well, I suppose we can head inside first, placing our order while waiting for them with others nodding before heading inside the restaurant. Meanwhile with Issei and Vali. Scene showing Issei still chasing Vali before stopped after noticing that Vali stopped beside dark alley, looking inside it intently with narrowed eyes. Issei. Hoi, what's wrong? Walk towards him being curious. Vali. Replying without turning to him, hey Issei, remember when sensei told us about the strange merchant that would appear out of nowhere in random places during his journey before and sell totally random but super weirdly and dangerously useful things? Cast. Tilt head confused strange merchant. Issei. Yeah, I remember sensei said that the strange merchant accept any kind of currency for the thing he sell, remembering the picture of the strange merchant that their teacher draw before, while some of the thing he sell are ridiculously cheap or expensive. Greg. Joining the conversation and the strange merchant was some kind world dimension traveler and the chance to meet the guy was totally slim as hell. Even teacher of you both only meet the strange merchant 2 times in his life from what he told us. Albion. Guess what, I think we just found the guy. But Vali point to inside of the dark alley showing a figure setting a shop at the end of the dark alley with torch of blue flame acting as the source of light. Strange merchant. Over here, stranger got something that might interest you, gesturing Issei and Vali to come closer. While nearly everyone else except Skeeth and Corbenik can't help but feel confused, thinking that the figure was familiar to them and have met him once before at some point in their life. Issei. I blinking in astonishment a moment. That guy looks familiar, pretty sure I see him before. Vali. You think so too? I thought I'm the only one. Sirzech. Even I feel the same way. Either. Thinking a bit before talking, okay, pretty sure I meet the same guy in my travel before. Shiru. Same with me. After Drake and Albion came out and together with Issei and Vali go towards the strange merchant. Strange merchant. Got a selection of good things on sale. Stranger, take your time choosing. Stranger, hehehe, gesturing to all item for his customers to choose. Issei. Well, hello there, we gonna check your wares to see anything of interest. Ali. Whispering with Albion while browsing the wares. Man, this guy creeping me out. Albion. Not gonna lie, he has an otherworldly presence around him. After looking the wares before, Vali brought out 2 weapons, observing it, while Albion also brought out 2 weapons. Vali. Is it just me, but this 2 weapons reminds me of Black Series armor. Widen his eyes after checking the price tag. Holy shit, that's a lot of zeros. Albion. I can sense great power from this 2 sword, but why the hell it was pixelated for buck's sake. Old Drake brought out a broadsword, inspecting it. Drake. Sweat drops. Why for some reason this broadsword have Greek vibes coming out from it. Odin. I can't help but feel that Zeus would totally throw a tantrum wanting that sword after seeing it. Thor. Yeah, good thing he wasn't here. But Issei pick up a massive gun. Issei. Not gonna lie, but I feel an ominous feeling from this gun, not to mention the price. Strange merchant. After see his customers inspecting the weapons in their hands before commenting, now that's a weapon, not only will you need cash, but you'll need guts to buy those weapons. Stranger. Ritsuka. Noticing Shiru, who was sweating a bit while looking intently at those weapons. What's wrong, Shiru-san? Shiru. X. Ritsuka. Huh. Shiru. All of them was easily on X rank if we treat them as noble phantasm. But Ritsuka, Olga and Romani are stunned hearing Shiru claim. After checking those weapons before putting it back on the shelves, the 4 of them continue browsing before Issei see countless small crates due to magic, with each of the crates are filled to the brim with. But Ritsuka, Romani, Olga gasp in shock after seeing the content of the crates, while Shiru are confused with their reaction. Shiru. What's wrong? Ritsuka. It can't be. Olga. Those are. Romani. Ain't quartz and. Those M materials. Strange merchant. It was an old shipment of items to be used to summon a certain kind of familiar, and raising them planned to sell it to a select group of people if they notice me, but shame they noticed me, but didn't pay me any mind. Stranger. Such a shame, was planning to sell all of it in a bundle of just 100 QP, shaking head in pity. Meanwhile Ritsuka mind gone full overdrive after hearing the total price. Ritsuka. All of it was just a 100 QP. Remembering the time and final singularity when about to head to Uric Treasury and noticed that the strange merchant is at one of the hallway, but ignoring him in favor to head to his destination. Issei. I see if my estimate is right, there was about 1,000 of this items per each crate, am I right? Strange merchant. Indeed, stranger. Now pardon me, I have to throw it away because it takes some space for my other wares. Take those crates before throwing all of it inside the portal, heading to the void. Ritsuka. Nuo get up screaming in horror before fall down unconscious while foaming from the mouth. Olga. Ritsuka-kun panicked after see Ritsuka fall unconscious, while Romani are staring blankly at the screen in disbelief from how the strange merchant just casually throw out the Saint quartz and all those precious materials. Skeeth. In case you all are curious, all of the items that the strange merchant just throw out was a precious items that was hard to come by in Ritsuka world. That's why he act like that, point to unconscious Ritsuka with his thumb, making the cast nod dumbly. While in every FGO dimensions of NASA multiverse, every masters are crying in sadness and anguish, without knowing the reasons, making their servants are worried sick towards them. Issei. While watching the throwing the trash process, I can't help but think that countless amount of people are screaming in anguish for no reason. Did a shrug before continue browsing the wares. Vali. Pick up a case containing a mask. That's one creepy mask. After a certain amount of time skip with 4 of them finally choosing what they wanted. Sirzech. Chuckle, such a shame we didn't get to see what kind of item they buy. Azazel. Clicking his tongue, man, I bet any of the items they buy was fascinating to see. Michael. Chuckle, guess we have to wait and see in future viewing. Strange merchant. Is that all, stranger? With 4 of them nodding, making him laugh heartily. Haha, thank you, stranger, come back anytime. Issei. We will. But 4 of them turn to leave before realizing that they haven't got the strange merchant name and turn back, noticing that the strange merchant and all his items vanished without a trace. Ollie. Okay, that's it, that was totally creepy as buck with how fast that guy disappear. Greg. And it wasn't even a moment after we turn away sweating a bit. Albion. If we don't have the item we buy, I would have thought that all of us was under hallucination together with the other 3. Check out the item they have bought. Issei. Well, we already waste enough time. Realize something, that's right, I nearly forgot about you. Val turned to Vali and noticed that he already run away, leaving a trail of dust behind him, while Albion already turned into a wisp of energy before go inside the fleeing Vali in the distance. Greg. Bahahaha, seems like you have to forget the matter. Issei pat Issei back, making him let out a sigh while rubbing his forehead from headaches. Issei. Whatever, start leaving the dark alley while Drake, while still chuckling, turned to wisp of energy before go inside. Issei. Skeeth. Noticed that Ritsuka already woken up depressed before coughing to get everyone in tension. Alright, some of you are probably curious about the strange merchant. He was a dimensional traveling merchant to be easier to understand if you don't know about him, and when you see the guy you will just think that he was just a random person. Even your gut feeling or instinct will treat the guy as normal, unsuspicious person. He usually only appear at random location near you, and you will only meet him by coincidence. Usually anyone can only meet him once in their lifetime, but if you're lucky you might see him again. He usually sell random wares, but most of the wares he sell would somehow randomly useful to the buyer. Corbenik. And if you missed a strange merchant for the first time, you will lost a big chance in your life, like him, point to unresponsive Ritsuka, who was muttering lifelessly about missed chance. Only those that know about him will have small chance to meet him again if they are lucky. Sirzech. Oh man, I shouldn't ignore the guy back then with imaginary rain clouds raining above his head. Azazel. This totally sucks. Great red. Aside from this viewing, seems like I haven't meet the guy yet. Now I wonder what item I can buy, thinking now where's my stash of treasure I put. But both Issei and Vali return to the restaurant and joining the group for a hearty lunch, while Razor and Sirzech nodding to each other to commence their plan. Tobio. Uh-oh, they're planning something. Say. Well, this gonna be interesting. Smile in amusement. Razor. Hey Issei, making Issei turn towards him, you still have your perfect grade of Gunplas collection during our university days. Balsikvera are discreetly trying to hear the conversation. Issei. Raise eyebrows confused, but answering anyway, yeah, I still have it. Why? Sirzech. Haha, just wanted to ask, do you still collect and build those gunplas? Ali. Chuckle, knowing what Razor and Sirzech are planning. Oh, he did. You could say every time he got back from work, he would take at least 1 or 2 hours to build gunplas after finished school related work. Ravel. I can vouch for that. Issei-san sure love build gunplas even if he doesn't show it. Asia. Me too, remembering the time she, Rainer and Ravel was beside Issei watching him build gunplas and also joining sometimes. Cheryl. Chuckle while ruffling Issei hair, making him release defeated sigh. I'm glad that despite his maturity, little brother can still act his age like Vali. Voldrag, Albion and other past possessor roll their eyes knowing both of Issei and Vali current age. Sikvera. Huh? Little brother? Branka. Oh, it was Cheryl-san who take it upon herself treating both Issei-san and Vali-san as her surrogate little brother, with Sikvera nodding accepting the reason. Rainer. If I'm right. Remembering when cleaning Issei room, Issei-kun has more than 100 I think. Middled. Yep, totally is. Palwerner. Issei-kun surprisingly has adorable side though, and I'm glad for that. Fufufu. Sikvera. Thinking while secretly glancing at Issei, seems like it was true that Issei-san has impressive collection of gunplas. I have to find a good time to talk about gunplas with Issei-kun. Wait, why I call him Issei-kun? Start blushing, realizing her blunder. While Issei was blushing, hearing that before he and blushing Sikvera turned to each other, making eye contact before turning away, blushing harder, while most of cast, especially those in Shipper Alliance, are grinning while nodding approvingly after seeing that. Razor. Whispering with Sirzech, seems like it's true that she was a mecha geek. If she seen that, she would totally gonna geeking out for sure. Sirzech. Nodding in agreement. Yep, probably gonna pass out from excitement for sure. But Xcast are starting to get more curious about that, especially the tech and mecha geek. Azazel. Okay, now I'm totally curious what the hell is that they keep mentioning all these time. Bajuka. Have to admit even my curiosity are piqued. Corbenik. All in due time, no spoilers. Chuckle together with Skeeth and making Xcast let out defeated sigh. Luca. You know, I'm glad you are more open now compared to our time in university when meeting you Issei. Alto. Yeah, our bro Issei here are always frowning all the time, making those delinquent trying to pick a fight with him chuckle, remembering those delinquent got beat up instead by Issei and Vali. Meanwhile in certain universe, a certain orange hair hybrid. Ayachu, a shorty that was older than she appear. Oi, what's wrong? A certain orange hair hybrid. Nothing, I can't help but think someone was talking about me. Back to present. While everyone else that know Issei and Vali during their university days nodding in agreement, remembering the time they first meet him. Vali. Rub his nose proudly. Heh, it's the duty of a big brother to bring out their younger siblings out of their shell. Issei. Give Vali an annoyed look before retorting back, big brother you act like the younger one, instead remembering all the stupid things Vali has done before. But the rest of the group chuckle seeing Issei and Vali banter before continue to finish up their food. While Ranma, Ichika and Kitaro are whispering between each other. Ichika. Hey, I've been meaning to say this, but should we give them a warning about what to happen? Kitaro. Knowing what Ichika was talking about. Ah, you mean about that, huh? Ranma. Nah, better not, it gonna ruin the surprise. Better yet. Let's run when it about to show that. While Shiru and Peter, who overheard their conversation, are narrowing their eyes in curiosity but decided to steel themselves to prepare what gonna show up next. After everyone come out from the restaurant and continue sightseeing before noticing a commotion in distance before heading towards it, noticing a street martial arts competition with Issei Vali, Sarah Grazer and university group noticed three familiar faces. Issei. Kitaro Ichika Ranma-san. Vali. Whistle. Wow, never thought that we will see them here, what a surprise. Scene showing Ranma who was fighting against his opponent and winning, Kitaro who was the announcer and Ichika who was in charge of the Azazel. What a surprise. Turn to 3 mentioned people never thought that you 3 would appear too, is that why you 3 come to visit? Ichika. Chuckle, you could say that, honestly it was a whim for us 3 to come to visit actually. Ranma. And imagine our surprise when the time we came to visit the viewing show just a day before we meet them. Kitaro. Chuckle sheepishly and sorry for not telling you all earlier to avoid the spoiler, haha, thinking, especially what going to happen next. Michael. Chuckle, well, no harm done. After the street martial arts tournament end with Ranma as the winner, obviously the 3 new face noticed the group before heading towards them. Ranma. OHHH, Issei Valley. Ichika. Whoa, this is quite a surprise when you guys came to Akihabara. Kitaro. Oh man, this takes me back, smile happily. After the bros do their handshake. Ranma. Man, miss doing that with them. Ichika. Yep, totally. Kitaro. You know what, let's visit them later with Ranma and Ichika nodding with a smile. Boru. Chuckle, glad that despite our absence, our son in that universe found good friends like them. Mickey. Totally agree with you, dear. Issei. Chuckle, honestly we are shocked too when seeing you guys. Oh, that's right, let me introduce those that live in his house to them. Kitaro. Whistle, man, he sure work fast, huh Vali? Nudging Vali's side. Vali. Yeah, he is, and they totally love him, just that Issei being Issei as dense as usual with Kitaro and Ichika sweat drops hearing that. Ichika. Thinking with melancholic face seeing Issei and his would-to-be harem. I'm glad that you found those that truly love you, Issei, compared to me, sighing a bit before start frowning while remembering his past. But Kitaro also started to remember his past a bit, with every younger audience fall asleep after Skeeth snap his fingers with Xcast, realizing that what gonna show next wouldn't be pretty before steeling themselves for what to come. Small flashback showing countless times when Ichika got beaten, abused, molested, stalked and many more with his overly jealous unwanted harem members and the rest of the girls in his academy, making him living in fear with Yufayumaya Dan and Ran as his emotional support, while Kitaro remember the time he always got scammed, beating, slashed by sword and after marrying Neru and goes on long archaeology trip, and when he go back home and caught Neru red-handed having an orgy in their room and being accused of having an affair with the others, believed Neru without trusting him and being forced to hand over Hinata in to Neru and Mitsune. But those that doesn't know about Ichika past look in horror, especially Issei and his harem before turn to silent Ichika and Kitaro. Yasaka. Start fuming in anger, pardon my language, but what the hell was that? Ali. Geez, are those girls psychopaths? They looks like they deserve to be put into mental hospital. Ow cow. Okay, not even I would imagine that level of abuse, and this coming from me who was former terrorist. Hercules. Agreed, those girls have screw loose. Issei. Still wide-eyed after seeing small bit of Ichika and Kitaro past, not even I got treated like that. But Issei harem go to him promising that they won't do the same, reassuring him. Kaneko. Wide-eyed in horror and not even ... I beat Issei senpai to that extent. Rias. covering her mouth while thinking in horror. Could it be possible that I would treat Issei like that if I let my own jealousy to get the better of me. While the rest of Issei former harem members felt the chills in their spine after having the same thought like Rias. Iku. Looking at both Ichika and Kitaro in respect, I don't know how you both are still alive but you both have my respect. Miki. Together with other married women looking at Naru in hatred. Does that bitch have no shame? Not only she cheated on him, she even accused him of having an affair instead and take away his birthright. Shuri. Narrow her eyes in anger. She doesn't deserve to be called a woman. Shiru. Frowning while shaking head. That was totally messed up and this come from me of all people. Peter. Remember the time he got cheated before muttering I know that I also experienced the similar thing, but I don't know what would I do if I married any of them and see the same thing. Ritsuka. Frowning remembering what happened before. Just the difference is that I haven't married with her with Olga rubbing his back as sign of comfort. Armani. Guess nearly everyone Skeeth sent save and brought here have their own stories. Azazel. I noticed that in his past but what are those? Remembering the mecha armor that Ichika and his stalkers use. But others turned 2 or 3 hosts before they turned to Ichika with him nodding before they told the others that don't know a bit about Ichika world. Serafal. Rubbing forehead from headache. Sounds weird coming from me as I'm a woman myself but is the creator of Infinite Stratos retarded despite claiming to be a genius. Sirzech. Care to elaborate? Serafal. Serafal. As much I hate to admit it, giving such power to just one gender will eventually lead to disaster. Did she think that everything is just a game? Turn to Ichika with serious look. Tell me this, is there any kind of woman supremacy incident ever happen in your world after they are drunk on power from these infinite stratos? Ichika. Frowning a bit while remembering his past. I might be biased because of my experience but I'm sure such incident already happened before. The government covered the incident from the public eyes to avoid panic, not to mention other terrorist group that the public already knows. Issei. A moment. Ichika-san, I've been meaning to ask, is the reason you don't accept the feeling of even one of them was because you instinctually have a bad feeling of something bad gonna happen if you do that? Ichika. Chuckle. Guess even if you are different than Issei I know you are still instinctually perceptive like him. Yeah, you're right, if I choose even one the rest probably gonna kill me in just 5 minutes after they found out from jealousy. Sighing. I have no choice but acting dense of their feelings even if I know it from the start for my own survival. Besides, in case of my death after that every country would wage war with each other after losing the sole male as pilot in the world. But everyone that just know the reason can't help but give Ichiko look of pity. Odin. Sheesh, might sound sensitive kid but those girls treat you like an object not as person they love. Grayfia. Any sane woman wouldn't reach such an extent with their jealousy even if they like someone. You have my condolences. Ichika. It's okay, it's already in the past. Azazel. Not gonna lie, after the world knowing that you are the only male pilot the way they treat you was like a test subject and possibly aim to make you a sperm bank for those girls in that academy. With Ichika shivering thinking about it. Ichika. I really hope it totally wasn't the case, though thinking a bit, is that why they are forceful with their way with me to make sure I would be submissive towards them? Zeoticus. It might just me but as the creator of Infinite Stratos, could it be possible she purposely makes sure you can use it and grant another male to be a user in the future? Ichika. I have my suspicion about that and it might probably the case. Thinking while chuckled darkly, if somehow other male can use it, I'm sure I would be thrown away as used goods. What a joke. Fitaro. Pat Ichika back, snapping him out of dark thoughts. It's okay man, it's all in the past, at least you have them and us. Ichika. Chuckle. You're right, no use dwelling in the past. Remembering his wives and planning to buy some gifts for them. Tobio. Still looking at Kitaro in wonder. I'm surprised that you managed to survive those attacks despite being a normal person. Kitaro. Rub forehead. Ugh, don't remind me, I'm honestly still wondering how I'm still alive despite those attacks. Tobio. My bad for reminding you that. Kitaro. It's okay, you didn't actually mean that. But everyone continue watching. But Issei Vali Sarayar and Razor Pad Ichika and Kitaro back knowing their backstory, while the rest of university group give encouraging words to help them forget what they are thinking, while others are confused but decided not to ask respecting their privacy. Clan. Alright you two, no need to think about what already happened, just focus on the present and future. Ichika. Well if you say so clan. Kitaro. Honestly me and Ichika heard that Cheryl and Ranka gonna do a concert in Tokyo, that's why we came here before meeting Ranma who was doing some odd jobs around here. Ranma. Can't help it, I prefer earn money this way. Issei. Well, since we also planning to go to the concert too, how about you join us, the more the merrier. While everyone start chatting before Issei got a call and noticed it was from Karasuma before go away from the group a little bit before answering the call. Issei. Karasuma-san, rare for you to call me, something important. Karasuma. With serious voice Issei, I have some grave matter to tell you. Is Vali Sarayar Grazer Alto Luca, Michael and Brera was also with you? Issei. Get serious, yeah, they are together with Ani-san, Ranka clan-san and Nana-san. Coincidentally Ranma, Ichika and Kitaro was also here too. Karasuma. I see, guess I don't need to call each one of them. Take a deep breath. Issei, I regret to tell you this late, I just know about it. Now Issei Code B was just released from the prison last week and was last sighting at Tokyo yesterday and starting the usual problem again. But Issei widened his eyes in alarm hearing that, and meanwhile inside the boosted gear. Scene showing inside the boosted gear in chaos with nearly every past possessor, especially the males, run around like headless chicken heading inside the bunkers built inside the boosted gear. Belzard. OSHITTT Mayday, Mayday, everyone get inside the bunkers. Elsha. Quick everyone before it's too late. Greg. Fall back, go to the cytostasis chambers. But the past user already get inside their own cytostasis chamber, activating it and giving Dreg a salute while the chambers start closing. Belzard. Thank you. For holding the fort for us, Dreg. Elsha. Your sacrifice won't be forgotten. Dreg. Rest well, soldiers, I will wake up all of you after Code B are neutralized. Turn to leave with the past user wiping out their tears to Dreg for holding the fort. While those that are watching except the hosts give out WTF expression, especially Issei and Dreg. Issei. Okay, what the hell just happened? Dreg. And why the hell my other self together with others are being that dramatic? Tiamat. Well, it probably about this Code B they are talking about. Vritra. And it must be quite horrifying thing to see judging by their expression. Issei. I see, very well, I'll be careful then. Thank you for telling me about this matter, Karasuma-san, and please send Jalavic and my regards. If Code B do the usual thing again, we will call you to send the special force for pickup after neutralizing Code B. Karasuma. Yeah, I will send your regards. Do come visit us if have time, and I will prepare a team on standby. Godspeed, Issei. But both of them end their call before Issei starts sensing the whole Akihabara and widen his eyes, realizing that Code B was just few blocks away. Greg. Talking with Issei, well shit, good thing Karasuma told us in advance. Issei. Talking with Dreg, yeah, if not it would be too late when we encounter with Code B. Well, Dreg, I gonna tell the guys about this. But Issei call Vali getting his attention before showing a hand signals about Code B, making him let out small gasp and turn to the fellow university bros, showing the same hand signals making them also let out small gasp before narrowing their eyes in alarm. All the same thing that happens inside the boosted gear also happens inside Divine Dividing 2. Albion. Must be serious if my other self also act the same. Tannan. They acted as if the world gonna end. Those sweat drops. Razor. Oh Ravel, do you mind if you and the girls go first to enjoy yourself? Ravel. Huh. What's wrong, Ani-sama? Sirzech. Nothing wrong, just some matters us boys have to attend to. Turn to confused Kakabiel and Donasik. Kabiel-san. Donasik-san, do you both mind escort them? Kakabiel. Sure, I don't mind. Donasik. Leave it to us. With Kakabiel, Donasik and the girls leave to enjoy themselves while the guys are wearing serious expressions. Alto. I have to thank Karasuma for telling us about Code B. Issei, location. Issei. Regretfully was just a block away. Michael Blanc. Holy shit, that was close, glad we send the girls away that don't deserve to see the horror. Ranma. Oh boy, I can feel my hair standing knowing Code B was just nearby. Razor. Brought a familiar brick, looking at it in nostalgia, guess it's time to use you after all these time. Sirzech. Brought out trash bag and some ropes, I already prepared the items. Ali. Very well then, gentlemen, assemble. Azazel. That scene looks familiar for some reason. Odin. You're right, I wonder why they are serious for. Ravel. Why did your other self brought a brick, little brother? Razor. Even Razor are confused, brother. Skeeth. Snap his fingers, putting the younger audience to sleep. Trust me, they don't deserve to see what gonna happen next. With Xcast nodding, trusting Skeeth words. But the group head towards where the Code B currently at and see a certain person they wish are forever behind bars, harassing local kids trying to trick them to follow her. Issei. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, not her. Genshiro. Start covering his mouth. I can feel the bile rising in my throat. Iku. Why you said that now I also feel the same. Start covering his mouth. All the rest of Xcast looking at the bitch in disgust together with Shiru, Peter, Ritsuka, Olga and Ramani after being told the reason. Bitch. Noticed the group before looking at them with hunger while licking her lips. Oh my, what a surprise today. Guess all of you can't hold yourself back and be drawn with my beauty. But the group can't help but feel their hair stand from disgust. All the same thing happened with every males after hearing that except our host. Ali. Buck, even if I wasn't there, the way that bitch look at my other self is unsettling. Issei. No kidding, I feel my own perversion got shut down hearing her voice. Great red. I twitching. If it was possible I would go there and unleash my dragon breath to that thing so that I won't see that thing ever again. Prom Cruich. Can I join too? While other dragons in the room expressing their desire to join Great Red to kill the bitch. Great Red. Sure, the more the merrier, let out savage grin. But the group noticed the local kids already run away from the unexpected rescue, and Issei Vali, Sarah again Razor, put several layers of magic field to prevent the bitch from escaping, and more importantly preventing another innocent bystander from being the bitch victim. Azazel. Sweat drops, damn, they seriously go extra mile high, can't blame them for that. Odin. Bet even Zeus would say bucket, she's not worth it before run away from her. Alto. Don't you ever learn even after being sent to jail before, bitch. Licking her finger, oh come on, they are just adorable, I can't help but eat them up and let them enjoy the taste of a woman making hexy pose that only make the group look at her with increasing disgust. Michael Blanc. Oh screw off, you already made such big incident at the university before, back then you already ruined those kids' future with your debauchery. Luca. Now those kids are nothing but hex-obsessed brats and have to be put on rehabilitation till this day. Brera. Don't you ever feel shame after ruining those kids' future? Their parents are still heartbroken seeing their children being reduced to such state. Brief flashback showing the police managed to find the bitch in a hotel surrounded by drugged kids in an active orgy with those kids, already lost their sense of reason, and Data expunged her senselessly. Azazel. Jaw drops, what the hell? How cow? Okay, that totally messed up, sure I brainwash and killing people back then, but this is disgusting. Michael. Eye twitching in fury while his wings are flickering between golden and black. Skeith-san, please tell us if this creature exists in our world too. Skeith. Don't worry, this creature already died before it can even attempt its act. Metatron. Talking seriously, good riddance, might sounds weird coming from me, even though I'm an angel, but that creature existence was a mistake. Greg. Agreed. Albion. Second that. Great Red. Third that. Bitch. Ignoring them before smile brightly after seeing Ranma, oh Ranma kind with both Ranma watching and in the viewing shivering hearing that I never thought that I would see you again here. I have a bento for you, brought out a bento from her duffel bag, but the group look at the bento as if it was a poison. Ranma. Give double middle finger towards her shouting in fury and disgust, oh buck off like hell, I'm gonna get tricked to eat your nasi kank kang. While the rest of the group grimaced remembering the time they nearly got tricked to eat the bitch, nasi kank kang. While older generation and the knowledgeable one of the audience jaw drops before wearing expression of disgust hearing that. Armani. You gotta be shitting me. Odin. It's confirmed that bitch is absolutely unhinged and delusional. Aorg. You know what, I'm glad I didn't ever manage to meet with that creature in my life. How cow. Agreed, I rather kill her rather than let her alive even if she have sacred gear. Jean. She totally wasn't worth it. Rossweisse. You not only she was delusional ... but to think she would do that vile act. Issei. Looking around confused while being uneasy, feeling the need to ask those that seemed to know what was it about. I might regret asking this, but what is nasi kank kang? While others that don't know about also nodding in agreement with Issei despite being uneasy. Skeith. Let me shed some light to all of you that doesn't know about nasi kank kang. I'll try to simplify it as possible so that all of you can understand easier, but considering that I tend to explain thing in detail, as my habit I'll apologize in advance. Coughing, clearing his throat before speaking. Nasi kank kang or crotch rice refers to a practice of black magic usually in act to subjugate the male being done by the female. This act is an act of bewitching the male by doing several things to ensure that the male will always be under control of the female so that all their desired dreams can be achieved. This magic plays with feces, urine or postpartum blood with the opinion that feeding impurities to the victim will make the victim submit to the owner. This method of magic belongs to sympathetic magic, where one's belief can control dominate someone or something else based on its relationship or resemblance to another thing, the target. The belief that when a victim eats something belonging to the creator will give the creator power over the victim. So the most common way to create nasi kank kang is for the woman to squats over cooked rice or food without pants or undergarments and letting her sweat and fluids from no need to say you all know what I'm talking about to drip down into the rice or food before giving it to their intended target. But those that just know about it and even those that already knows rushing towards the bathroom to throw up from the disgust after hearing the information. Issei. Oh buck, that was disgusting as hell. Bleerg. Bitsuka. No kidding, I think some years of my life just got cut off after hearing that information. Bleerg. Asper. I don't think I can sleep well from now on. Oeg. Udo. Agreed, I think I need to be careful from now on when receiving food from the girls at the school and check if it was already being tampered with. Grimace, while hoping that the food being given to him before wasn't being contaminated for him to eat. Genshiru. Yeah, totally dude, no men ever deserve to be subjected to such cruelty. Continue throwing up. Issei. Second that, I can't help but pity you with your popularity now. After a certain amount of time with everyone else in the bathroom come out sluggishly towards their seat. Sirzech. Might be weird for me saying this, anyone agree that in our world that creature already died before it can do more harm? Azazel. Are you kidding me? Even an idiot would agree that creature are better off die than alive, with others nodding in agreement. Sirzech. Yeah, you're right. Shiru. Muttering while taking deep breath to calm himself, I'm so tempted to collabo that thing for disgracing food that way. Bitch. Oh, don't be like that, it was just my way to show my love to you all. I know that you all like me, don't deny it. Give flying kiss towards them, making them recoil in disgust. Issei Kain, I'm sure you are still single, want to hook up with me? While Issei get up while feeling violated hearing that before giving double middle finger to the screen shouting in disgust. Issei. Oh, buck off, I rather commit seppuku rather than get into a relationship with you, even if you are the last women on earth. Even Meltan or Christie was a better pick to be in a relationship than you, bitch. All the rest of Xcast are caught off guard from Issei's sudden outburst, but can't blame him knowing why he act that way. While several tick marks appear around Issei's head hearing that suggestion while the rest of the group are thinking the same thing. Others beside Issei. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch, how dare she suggest that? While every male members of the audience unknowingly shed a tear after hearing the magnificent phrase and vow to keep the phrase deep into their hearts while Skeeth and Corbenik smirk knowing what the male audience are thinking right now. Issei. Talking with Drake, you know what, Drake, if I know that she would become worse every single passing day back then, instead of throwing her inside the garbage trolley I should have snapped her neck and be done with it. Ollie. Damn, sometimes I forgot how brutal this Issei with his words. While Mickey was pulling Issei's ear after hearing that. Issei. Ow 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 mom, that hurts. Mickey. Oh sorry Issei, but promise me that you won't have that line of thought even if she deserve it. Issei. I will mom. Greg. Bahahaha, that was quite entertaining to see partner take your mom advice and be a gentleman like me. Diamat. Snort before giving Drake a glare shutting him up. Gentleman. Yeah right, what kind of gentleman borrow other people treasure for a long time and forgot to return it? Greg. Reply robotically, yes madam, you're right. I wasn't a gentleman. Other male. Thinking whipped. Greg. No Issei, that is totally a barbaric way and unbecoming of a gentleman as yourself. Albion. Okay, this Drake is creeping me out, no way he can be a voice of reason and give a good advice like that. Drake. Hey, Issei. You're right Drake, I shouldn't let my temper get the best of me. Realizing Drake is right before deadpan after hearing his next words. Drake. Instead of snapping her neck you should have dropped her into a middle of volcano and hear her screaming to death while being burned alive, and while you do that, record her screaming voice and send it to any movie or game producer. For some quick cash you could make a killing from that, it's like killing two birds with one stone. While most of Xcast give deadpan look towards Drake who was silent in embarrassment. Drake. No comment. Albion. With deadpan look, scratch that, this Drake not just creeping me out, he was absolute psychopath for suggesting that. Issei. Thinking a bit before nodding, you know what, I'll keep your advice in mind as last resort. Tannan. Sometimes I forgot that this version of Issei was kind of ruthless. Wet drops. Ova. Ain't that the truth, dad? Scene change. Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department SAT squad briefing room. Scene showing all squad members of SAT team who was looking around confused why they are called by their superior before straighten up noticing Karasuma who already joined them. Karasuma. All of you must be confused why I call all of you here, the reason is code B. But literally all SAT members widen their eyes hearing that. SAT member A. Oh, you gotta be shitting me, not her. SAT member B. Oh come on, what the hell that thing are doing again now? SAT member C. Can't we just kill her off, no one will miss her, with several SAT members nodding in agreement. Azazel. Damn, they are bloodthirsty. SAT member D. Second, that I still remember how she tried to molest me back then when we catch her before crying, remembering the past feeling violated with other SAT members patting his back to console him, but most men wincing feeling sorry for that SAT member. SAT captain. Anyway, when we gonna catch her? Karasuma dono. Karasuma. For now all of you are on standby on the perimeter around Akihabara. After Issei and Vali send the signal all of you will brought her to highest security prison. SAT captain. Those name, if I'm not mistaken, was it the name of your honorary little brothers? Karasuma dono. Karasuma. Smile a bit, yeah, currently they are about to apprehend code B as we speak. SAT captain. Chuckle very, then turn to his squad. Alright men, let's roll out. SAT member. Aye chief, start rolling out from the room. But others in the room Fasipum sweat drops seeing that. SAT captain. Mumbling while rubbing forehead from headaches, why I accept that idiot in my squad. I never knows, did he seriously have to take my words literally every single damn time? SAT member A. It can't be helped captain, at least he's the most skilled among us, patting his captain back to console him. While the childish one in the room was literally laughing seeing that dumb SAT member's action. Sirzech. Guess in every team there will always someone who was like that, am I right Ajuka? Ajuka. Yeah, you're right Sirzech. Back to the group who's still confronting the bitch. Speak coyly, well, considering that it's been quite a while since we last met, I have something to show you all, for I have achieved the true beauty. Group. Huh. with all of them suddenly get a bad feeling. But Ranma, Kitaro and Ichika get up from their seat and start rushing out from the room before each of them being catch and forcibly get dragged to their seat while screaming hysterically by Skeeth and Corbenik before they are forced to watch the screen being unable to close their eyes. Ranma. No anything but that. Kitaro. Please have mercy. Ichika. Oh my god, just once is enough, I don't want to see what gonna happen next. Skeeth. Oh come on, man up, will ya? Just treat it as training to toughen up your mind. Corbenik. Besides, all of them gonna join you three to see what gonna happen next. Peter, Shiru, Ritsuka, Olga, Ramani and Xcast can't help but feel uneasy after seeing those three reaction before bracing themselves to see what to come. Bitch. This is the true beauty. But her start posing, raising her arms. Showing both of her armpits, where both of her armpits hair fall down to the ground with the right armpit hair was straight while left armpit hair was curly. After seeing the abominable sight, both Issei and Kitaro glasses cracked. Vali, Sirzech, Razor Alto and Michael Blanc literally throw up on the spot. Ranma, Ichika and Brer was frozen in shock while Luca literally fall unconscious while foaming from mouth from the horrible sight. While in the viewing room fall into chaos after seeing the abominable sight. Issei. RRRRGGGHHHHKK my eyes desperately clawing his eyes out, desperately trying to forget what he just see. But Vali, Sirzech, Razor and Ichika literally throw up on the spot like their counterparts, with Azazel and Odin also following to throw up too. Both Kitaro and Gasper already fall unconscious from the horrifying sight. Greg. Kill it with fire. Albion. Burn her to ASHHH. Great Red. Pardon me, I'm gonna go to the bathroom first, together with the rest of dragons in the room rushing to the bathroom to throw up. Malaysia and Ophis eye was blank before fainting in their seat. Ranma. Desperate time call for desperate measures, run to nearest wall before jumping headfirst to it, instantly burying his head inside the wall, giving himself concussion before falling unconscious. Iku. Good idea, together with Hercules, Thor, Balder and Vidar also join Ranma, burying their head inside the wall just to forget the horrifying sight. Sirzech. I seen many thing in my life, but this is seriously the worst shit. I just see face turn green before throwing up inside a bucket. Serafal. Agreed, and also throw up inside a bucket. Ramani. Sheed, I think I just got eye cancer seeing that, also clawing his eyes out, feeling disgusted with Genshiru, also do the same. Both Ritsuka and Olga already fall unconscious while foaming from mouth. Shiru X has stopped processing. Reloading. Peter. WHYY, just WHYY. Even Wade was a better looking sight and he was a walking tumor for buck's sake. While most women in the room was either shrieking and screaming in horror or already fainting in their seat. Becabial. How? Just how? How the buck she managed to grow her armpit hair that long? And how the buck she managed to keep it hidden all these time? Face start to turn green before run to the bathroom to throw up. Shemha's eye. And how the buck one of her armpit hair was curly while the other was straight. Gripping his head in disbelief, questioning the sight he just see. Erakiel. Stop, that was dangerous territory to venture to, it's not worth it. While Skeeth and Corbenik was enjoying their reaction while sipping soda. Skeeth. Yep, totally normal reaction. Who wouldn't though? Corbenik. They are scarred for life for sure. Razor had enough Begani thought, brought his trusted brick out before throwing it right at the bitch in the face at high speed, instantly knocking her out. While others start cheering seeing that. Issei. Nice one, Razor. Ranma. Wohoo, YAHHBABYY. Ichika. Streaky. Kitaro. Goal. Ollie. He's the hero. Sirzech. As expected of Razor, the Thought Slayer. ALTO and Michael Blanc. He's the champion. Rera. Thank God we are finally spared from such sight. Shed a tear before checking up on Luca. Issei. Yeah. Totally is, pretty sure both Drake and Albion agreed. But both Drake and Albion voice while still shaken from the sight yell out. EDRAIG and Albion. DAMNN, straight it is. While inside the viewing room everyone are cheering while feeling thankful with other Razor for sparing them from such sight further. Issei. I already called the SAT team that was in standby before we tied her up, let's burn those abomination, first point to the armpit hair in disgust with other nodding in agreement, but all of them brought out a flamethrower courtesy of Vali and start burning the bitch armpit hair with precision while wearing a gas mask and hazmat suit that was also courtesy of Vali. Sirzech. I don't know how you managed to have these equipment, Vali, but I'm not gonna question it, good thing you have this suit. Razor. Agreed, her armpit hair let out pungent odor when we start burning it. Razor refused to use razor flame to burn that abomination, it would be insulting to Phoenix name. Alto. Totally is, I can't help but feel that she doesn't wash it, while other face turn green thinking that. Rera. Together with Michael Blanc slapped the back of Alto head, you idiot, why you put that thought into our head. After done burning the bitch hair, tying her up and was about to put her into trash bag prepared by Sirzech, both Drag and Albion came out from boosted gear and dividing before asking Issei and Vali to borrow their flamethrowers and burning the bitch hair with precision, leaving her bald. Drag. Nodding satisfied, much better. Albion. totally is. While others are giving both Drake and Albion thumbs up for a job well done. While others also giving both Drake and Albion a thumb up and praising them. But the SAT team finally arrived after Bounded Field are lifted with the SAT team are puzzled why the bitch was bold but decided not to ask and leave from the area, hoping that the bitch would stay in the prison for good and die in process if possible. Screen close. Issei. Release a breath man. That was totally a disaster, glad she already died in our world. Azazel. If she isn't I would totally throw her towards Trihexa, letting her be the first casualty. Odin. Okay, that sounds cool, truth to be told. While others already get up stretching before Skeeth cough loudly, catching their attention after snap his fingers, waking up the younger audience. Skeeth. Well, I know that some of you want to rest after that experience, but several people have some message for all of you. Ollie. Could it be the same beings like you three, Skeeth-san? Tuckle, yup they are. Corbenik. And there's no gift for now, I know that some of you are wishing for it was only message this time. Sirzech. Well, it can't be helped, honestly we are still grateful for them for such gifts and I'll be lying if I said I wasn't interested with their message, but others are nodding in agreement with Sirzech. Skeeth. Well then the first one will be from Thundersneck, he has a message for several people. First for Sirzech. Dude, you need to step up your game. You're probably the one I respect the most among all of you, you're a goat. But listen, incidents like the Nekomata incident happen because high-class pricks like the House of Nibiros are involved with the old Satan faction, and because you're not strict or stern enough. Dude, there might be a lot more high-class devils and houses who are in ties with the old Satan faction. Find them before it's too late, or the underworld goes apeshit. Get your crap together. Sirzech. Was silent for a while, processing the message before talking. Firstly, I'm honored that Thundersneck thought highly towards me, and I appreciate that, and you're right, I should be more stricter from now on towards them, if not it would be too late. Thank you for giving us a heads up about those we should apprehend. Thundersneck. Skeeth. And for Pete. Peter, just know, even if your entire universe treats you like a crap, there are fans who love you and want you to be happy. Let us loose on your tormentors, we'll take care of them, don't let that crown drop, king. But Peter start crying while sobbing a bit, feeling touched with the words, with Shiru patting his back understanding his pain. Peter. Thank you. Thanks for such words, Thundersneck. Skeeth. Next is Issei. Issei's first, you're a bit goat and I just wanna say keep being who you are, K. Issei. Yosh, I will. Thundersneck, and I promise, and thank you for the praise. Greg. Chuckle, you need to work hard, Issei. Skeeth. Then is for Vali, with Vali perk up hearing his name. Vali, I just wanna say that your mother deserves to know about you. I'm sorry if it hurts, but seeing you hurt yourself by staying away from your mother is a bit tragic, as all you wanna do is protect her. But doesn't she deserve the right to know that her baby boy she loved so much is still alive? I just wanna say man up and go talk to her. Bud. Maybe we both can go torture Rizavam and your father and make your mother watch as her tormentors is screaming in pain just for shit and giggles. You in? Vali. With Vali was silent in thought before replying, honestly you're right, Thundersneck, and but as much as I wanted to my mother currently suffering from amnesia from that bastard of the damn father and grandfather of mine, but I will at least try to spend time with her and my half-sibling more as possible. Start chuckle a bit about your offer, honestly I'm in. Just that mother would be clueless who we about to torture though, and thank you for the kind words, I appreciate it. Snap his fingers making a door appear on a wall. Say no more, inside the room, have both your father and grandfather I temporarily brought their consciousness in fake body for you, and Thundersneck to let loose with Vali, literally let out savage grin hearing that, and holding himself back from rushing inside the room to be polite and hearing the rest of the message. Skeeth. Then lastly for Ranma, how did you meet Skeeth? With others leaning forward feeling interested with how Ranma meet with Skeeth. Ranma. Silent for a while after get into memory lane hearing the question before start talking, honestly it was coincidence. I'm sure that all of you know about my curse and my damn father of mine's stupid promise with my mother, with other nodding from that stupid promise. My mother was obsessed with me being a man among men, so I've been trying my hardest to keep my curse from my mother. Knowledge fearing the worst, I've been keeping it that way until I'm about to get married with her, honestly thinking back. I don't know why I love her and put up with her attitude all the time. Guess the word love is blind, have some merit after all. Chuckle, sorry for the rambling, during that fateful day I twitching my overly jealous harem now. Scratch that, more like stalkers and love rivals come to ruin the wedding. In the process to drive them off they manage to make my curse activate, and guess what I'm fearing all the time become true. My mother literally told me to commit seppuku or get banished from family, and it get worse than that, those that I consider friends, those that I helped before literally abandoned me when that happened. Same with a woman I'm supposed to marry. Chuckle in dead tone. Funny that those that especially I treat as my enemies that nearly kill me several times was on my side after learning of my circumstances and how I meet Skeeth. He was among the guests in the wedding. That's how I meet him and accept his offer to move here, living my life and relieve me from my curse. While others feeling angry with Ranma mother and those that betray him, but feeling perplexed that those that was Ranma enemies end up as his allies. Shiru. So that's how your story, huh? Grayfia. My condolences Ranma-san. Ranma. Chuckle it's alright, it's already in the past now I'm happy here thinking never thought that her would have her own consciousness all these time and learned that she like and love me all these time the world sure is big place huh. Gotta thank Skeeth-san and Corbenik-san for freeing me from the curse and releasing her later. Well Skeeth and Corbenik chuckle knowing what Ranma is thinking. Skeeth. Turn to Xcast especially the dragons and those that have connections with dragon and last message for you all. I'll give you all a small gift next time it will be about the true might of dragons and their most powerful members in certain world. Hope you all would enjoy it. With Xcast especially those with dragon attributed are interested hearing that. Great red. Now I'm interested to learn about those dragons in another world. Tannan. Chuckle indeed, now I wonder the difference of those dragons between us. Prom Cruch. Bet they are really strong I wish to test my mettle against them. Ollie. Chuckle count me in. Issei. Same with me. Greg. Now that I'm already brought back to life I also wish to join. Albion. Bet it would be great experience for us. Britra. I wonder if there's any dragons that was specialized in technique like me. Tiamat. Guess we just have to wait and see. Skeeth. Then from Hirobi Cornice he has a message for Genshiro-san. Did I know you're a bit pervert but you are a good person if you want to protect your loved ones then you need to start learning swordsmanship, martial arts and kung fu. Genshiro. Let out move tears before wiping it and talk with determination. Thank you for the kind words Hirobi Cornice and I will heed your advice. Skeeth. And then the last one from JAMESPATRICKBUEZA6 together with an Corbenik wearing cheeky grin while looking at both Ritsuka and Olga. It was for both of you Ritsuka Olga you two lovebirds be happy you here. And go tell everyone the day you both get married you hear. So please be happy together until the end of time. But both of them instantly turn into blushing mess from the unexpected message, while others also start wearing a grin on their face while looking at them making them feel embarrassed further. Armani. Grinning admitted you both like each other no need to deny it. Shiru. Chuckle indeed, others can obviously see it a mile away. Peter. Shiru is right, people been betting when you both gonna seal the deal. Ranma. Go for it you two no need to hesitate. Ichika. No need to delay the inevitable. Kitaro. Just admitted you both are already in relationship right? Wiggling his eyebrows. But both Ritsuka and Olga nod shyly confirming their questions while their face are still red from embarrassment. Ritsuka. Yeah we already in relationship actually still we promise we will be happy together till the end JAMESPATRICKBUEZA6 Olga. Nodding it is, and it started a week ago. And Ritsuka-kun was the one who proposed to me. Blushing further while remembering the moment Ritsuka proposed to her. Ramani. Oh yes I win the bet hahaha I can't wait to tell the others that I win hahaha rubbing hands excited kuku those sweet DPs, I can't wait fifu hahaha either. Chuckle can't blame him the new synchro booster pack was a little bit expensive than normal than usual booster pack. Shiru. Eye twitching like you're one to talk, considering you always win against all of us every single damn time, remembering the humiliation he got from how his ass kicked with just right hand of Exodia with 10,000 at. Peter. I call your heart of cards hacks, you know hacks pointing at either infuriated. Ranma. Hacks. Ichika. Hacks. Kitaro. Hacks. Skeeth. Talking to Xcast to let them know what actually happening haha, it's nothing serious actually they probably betting on who confess first with the winner win a special currency in our domain. Issei. Tilt head confused special currency. Well it was used for a game that other people living in our domain played a pastime. Corbenik. And it was quite competitive, maybe someday when taking a small break from viewing we will bring all of you to see them in action when another tournament start and some of you are probably can guess, either here was the undefeated champion with 100% win rate among them. Azazel. Whistle in amazement damn a 100% win rate now I'm absolutely curious. Sirzech. And judging from their reaction the game they play must be completely addictive. Skeeth. Chuckle oh totally is even Natsu who was quite dumb, somehow managed to learn to play the game, considering the game rules that was quite confusing, and not to mention the gamma play. Ranma. Oh, don't remind me of that I can't believe it that he managed learn to play faster than me. Ichika. Same it was totally surprising though. Skeeth. Well then we will go out for the time being take care then together with and Corbenik leave the house before get onto their own steam bike, driving it into a portal. Ollie. Well, pardon me I have somewhere to go rush inside the newly built room together meeting with Indersnak and both of them start torturing both Rizavam and Razavan. Skeeth. Suddenly appear making everyone surprised oh nearly forgot I just install a new feature in training room, there's a simulation chamber that can let all of you fight any opponent I put that in the list of menu before starting the simulation will end after either the participants lost or they manage to defeat their opponent leave with teleport after saying that. Ranma. It might be similar on the arena area. Shiru. Oh you mean that one right? With Ranma nodding confirming Shiru question. Ichika. Turn to cast. You guys interested? We are quite familiar with it. Azazel. Sure, but let's wait after Vali came out. After a certain amount of time with Vali came out from the room satisfied before being told about the new feature, and together with everyone goes to training room and start choosing after being instructed by Ichika on how to use the simulation feature. Issei. Hey guys, I found something interesting. Point to the word God Hand, making some of cast looking at the word interested before deciding to pick the God Hand as their opponent, but Kitaro Ranma and Ichika pale a bit after see who cast choose as their opponent before goes to spectating area with Peter Shira Ritsuka Olga, Romani and the rest of cast that wasn't fighting, follow them confused with their action. Ranma. Out of all opponent they choose him. Ichika. Shivering, one trip to Milky Way is enough, no more. Kitaro. Turn to those that don't know what they are talking about. Well, what I can say is. Prepare to see people get turned into human cannonball. Speaking in dead tone, making those that hear it gulping down their saliva nervously. But simulation finally start with the participants and the spectators finally see the God Hand opponent who turn to face the participants. Jean. Well, what do we have here? Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.